But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Jim Norton Show. Did Anthony get gassed or is he late? You never know these days. Did they gas Anthony last night and they didn't tell me yet? We don't know. I was happy that, my security thing worked today. When I put that thing down and I hear beep, I'm like, all right, I still got a gig.
I just saw the way Kenny stood back. I thought that Ant walked in, and then it was just E-Rock walked in.
Yeah, well,
my apologies to Ant for confusing E-Rock with him. No offense, E-Rock.
It's a weird time for radio. How many people got gassed yesterday, Stunt Brain?
There's one I know of, Corey in programming.
Corey, as in CT?
Yeah, from CT and Jibbin over on the other side.
Where's Corey? I know Jibbin.
Corey's a nice dude. He does a radio show with Jibbin, who does the dump button for us here in the mornings.
Great guy.
Great guy. He got gassed.
Yep.
Just a strange time to be doing radio.
Yes.
What do you rock?
Yeah, they blew out some of the controllers, too.
What the hell's a controller? I've been doing radio since I was 18. What the hell's a controller?
They're basically in charge of paychecks.
So how did we get... Uh-oh.
And it's not just this station. A couple other stations got their controllers blown out.
So what are they doing? They're just leaving the paychecks laying around the mailroom and hope that you find yours?
We were all summoned to the conference room yesterday about 11.
Yeah.
And we met the new guy, Don, the guy that you met in Boston.
Oh, yeah, well.
And he announced the new structure, what they're doing. There's going to be one GM for the city, one financial person for the city, one engineer in charge of all the stations. And we're all going to this beehive downtown where all the stations are going to be.
And they are going to voice track the hell out of radio. Is that what's going on in Cleveland? They decided there's the radio station we used to be on. Now it's just jockless. And they're bragging that they're jockless. It's just, it's a jukebox. It's officially a jukebox.
It's like that Jack thing that was here, remember?
Yeah.
And that worked.
Oh, boy.
Well, you never knew what you were going to get. But more importantly, guys,
yeah,
I want to lop my own head off. I told Ope when I walked in.
I got to say, Jimmy, you get, hooked on the strangest things. Out of nowhere... It's kind of fun to wait for you to come in every morning because you'll get obsessed with the most bizarre crap. And last night you got obsessed with what?
I was watching Maude online, the old B. Arthur show, which I forgot Adrienne Barbeau was in, and the Maude theme song has not left my head in about 12 hours. It's non-stop. God, how do you not think of this?
Diver was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world.
It's all I'm thinking of.
Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really could.
I should be shot.
Isadora was the first raw burner. Angel Black, she showed
sucks.
And when the country was
this is going great.
Be more funny.
Oh, my God, Jimmy. What's wrong with you?
Please, dude. I haven't been toe tapping. It's been driving me nuts.
But there's so much going on.
I know.
You can be obsessed with anything these days. The Maude theme.
It won't stop.
The Maude theme.
It's just...
Anyone here to turn on Pal Talk? That's what they're asking.
Yeah.
Is Anthony late or did he get gassed?
I believe he's late.
He's late. All right. Well, that's good.
There was an alarm clock issue.
Just do me a favor. If we're going to lose key members to the show, please tell me ahead of time. But knowing this company, they wouldn't. They would just
Yeah, like we heard about Boston. And
yeah, exactly. So the Maude theme is stuck in your head.
You don't plan on it. Anything that's stuck in your head, you don't plan on it. It's not the Maude part. That's the least cool. And then there's Maude. I mean, come on. You have to admit, that's cool.
Worst lady's name ever, by the way.
Terrible.
We talk about this from time to time. The Gertrudes and all that, but Maude is pretty bad.
Yeah, Hey Hole is more pleasant. Yeah, Maude is pretty awful.
She's pretty talented, though.
B. Arthur?
B. Arthur had it going on back.
She's fantastic. I think what inspired me to go on YouTube and start watching, we were talking the other day about the molesting episode of the Different Strokes, and just some of those stupid 70s shows.
Sure.
And I had to watch a little bit of Maude, and I'm like, I don't remember if this was a funny show or not.
Well, I did my homework assignment, and I bet you you didn't. I bet you Aunt didn't.
John and Kate.
John and Kate +8. Did you watch?
No.
I watched, and I'm sitting there going, man, there's got to be hundreds of listeners watching this John and Kate because of our radio show. And Sam, you got clips for a little later on? All right, good.
Because she was apparently...
Well, she was literally a block away. It was such a coincidence. Well, I guess it wasn't too much of a coincidence. We saw her dumb mug pop up on local TV. So I started talking about this show that is driving a lot of guys out there crazy because their women are into it. And it turns out that she was doing like some kind of signing literally on our block here in New York City.
Yeah, Stuntbrain came in after the show and said, I just got past this flyer on the way here, and 3 yards down from the studio, she was doing a signing.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
So I got the exclusive.
And what was your email to me?
I just said that I just got the interview from Kate. She's not a pleasant lady.
Of course she's
That's what everyone says. She's not a pleasant lady.
Was there a big crowd there? There had to be, right?
There actually was, yeah.
Of course.
Of course there is. The show is huge.
Are they all women? Or are they like young gangbangers? Does she have a big varied audience?
Yeah, can you imagine?
It would be funny if she had like the gang member audience if you had no idea.
There was a line outside the store, like around the block almost, and there were like mostly women, obviously, but there were some
women with sensible dues.
Yeah, well, yeah,
of course.
But there were some middle-aged men there.
Ugh.
No one would talk to me.
Who the hell?
Not one person on that line. I asked everyone on that line.
Hey,
I'm doing some interviews. Could you know, I'm just getting some sound bites.
I got to ask you, the middle-aged men, were they a bunch of fruits?
No, they looked like they didn't want to make eye contact with anyone. So I think they were John.
But all right.
Yeah, they were told to be there.
Like Jimmy got obsessed with Maude, okay? There's a lot of people watching John and Kate +8. A lot of women, a lot of mothers.
Mm-hmm.
You're a middle-aged man waiting online to see Kate from John and Kate +8. What are you looking for?
It seemed like they were trying to get the book, because I guess they gave out a free book to the first 50 people, and they probably had to get the book signed for their wife or something. Oh. None of them wanted to be there, wanted anybody to know that they were there.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because I'm wondering, is there like a gay following? Are these guys hoping they have a chance with some broad that has 8 kids?
No, it was all emasculated men and awful women.
Mm-hmm.
Was John there?
No, John wasn't there. John must have been home with the 8.
Or the 8 little blessings.
The blessings.
Or hopefully at a strip club getting, parts rubbed on them.
That is funny, though, if that's the reason she's such a bitch, is because, like, deep down they had a good marriage, and then John would always come home with his fingers smelling. And there was a problem.
And let's not forget about the book that we discovered yesterday, right, Jimmy?
Yes, 8 blessings.
Multiple blessings.
Oh, is it multiple blessings?
Yes.
Yeah.
We say blessings like that because they like to spell blessings, BLES, 8INGS, blessings.
Just to drive that message home.
Yeah, very cute.
It's us.
Did you get kicked out?
No, I got rushed out, though. I didn't physically get kicked out, but they were
Oh.
real finished with me by the time. I got 3 minutes.
Really?
Before they were all finished with me. I think they really tried to protect her. Because they were trying to ask me, like, what I was going to ask her before I went in there. And I just said that I was going to ask about the phenomenon that, why people are so attracted to the show and everything.
The phenomenon.
The minute I started to get at all negative, I was, okay, all right, we got to get...
So they're on the lookout for shock jock?
Yeah.
And shock jockery?
Yeah.
All right, let's
He doesn't look like the typical, by the way. Sam looks like he's 11 years old.
Yeah.
With a ragamuffin haircut. He doesn't look like the type of John and Kate fan.
Well, good news, too, by the way. TLC, brings you John and Kate +8. Also, my favorite show, Little People, Big World, with the little midgets. I love just mocking them and watching their dumb show. I'm obsessed with that dumb show. It does bring a tear to my eye every once in a while because he somehow made it work with not much of a body.
Baby calves.
Guy can't walk. He's on crutches. He has 4 kids, 3 regular-sized kids, and one little midget. And they seem to have a normal life. And the guy makes a bloody fortune. I would love to know how he makes his money.
There's a show that the Bob Kelly crying over show was about midgets, and it was
the famous, yeah.
That's the show,
right?
Where they chronicle the life of a few midgets, and there was one woman. The guy was the midget, and the wife was a regular sized person, and they had a kid, and the kid was a midget, it was a dwarf,
right?
And it's like, to me, there's never been a better example of who's to blame. like when the kid came out and it was a midget, you know that the wife had to pretend she didn't want to just punch her husband's little face. Like, well, we both know whose DNA caused this little problem, don't we?
I lived a sheltered life on Long Island because before Little People, Big World, I really thought that midgets were useless. I really did. I really did. I really thought they were useless and couldn't live a normal life. And now this dumb show made me realize they're just people like you and I. I thought they were good for tossing and throwing them on skateboards to bowl with and stuff.
They're good wrestlers.
Good wrestlers. Yeah, remember the WWF back a long time ago used to bring out the midgets to wrestle in between the big matches. But now this show proves to me that no, they could do normal things. I'm amazed. I'm not even joking, by the way. What's wrong there, Jimmy?
No, I'm just looking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that story. So, and the other show on TLC is this one we talked about yesterday, the 17 and counting.
17 kids and counting.
But the 18th kid is on the way. We were just talking about this yesterday. The paper is talking about how the 18th kid is on the way, and not only TLC is going to show the birth. They're filming the birth of the 18th kid.
Yeah, January 2nd or 7th, baby Jay is due.
Yeah.
They even have laid out the whole life of this kid before it's born.
Yeah. So TLC's getting it done. Let's say hi to Megan in D.C. Megan!
Hey, you guys, I really appreciate all the recent attempts to draw in the ladies.
Well, not really. I mean, it's a guy thing. I think there's shows out there where we get kind of stuck with, and John and Kate Plus 8 is one of these shows. You know? Well,
anyway, I just wanted to tell Jimmy that I'm coming to see him tomorrow night, and I'm excited about it.
Thank you, sweetheart. I'll be in Falls Church, Virginia at the State Theater. Thank you. Come up and say hello at the end.
Yeah, you're leaving today, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, after the show, me and Kenny heading down.
Very, very cool. Are you going to do anything for Jimmy?
Well, I saw him in Houston, and I brought him a present there, so I'll try to find something.
Okay.
Oh, what was the present?
I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in Houston.
Jimmy, hold on. I got to ask Jimmy. Jimmy, what was the present she got you when you were in Houston? I mean, it was very nice of her.
Jimmy, come on.
Come on.
No, I remember.
All right, come on,
you
Jimmy.
reveal it.
No. Take a guess, Jimmy. What thing did you throw in the garbage after she walked away?
In Jamaica, they call their chicken soup something else there, and it was a packet of that.
Right, yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was cool, actually. You didn't come to the show alone, either.
No, I brought my husband.
Right, I remember you guys, actually.
But I'm the real fan.
Thank you very much. He was just basically a pretender.
All right.
But please, call up with your favorite Maud stories.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you got?
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. We got the Family Guy Maud thing that someone on Instant Feedback suggested. We'll get to that in a second, Jimmy, for you.
Okay.
Let's say hi to Rich on Long Island. Rich, what's going on?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know there's a village I think it's in Levittown or something where there's just a whole midget town where all midget houses and stuff.
I've heard about this little area. It's in Levittown?
Yeah, I think so.
And they all decide to kind of live together in perfect harmony.
Yeah, that's what they do. You should go see it.
Well, get some pictures for me.
All right, I'll try to.
I've never had a reason to go to Levittown before, so
now you do.
I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Rich.
No problem.
All right. What are you looking at there, Jimmy? Something's got your attention.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. The New York Post loves these. Oh, I didn't realize that was the front page.
Yeah.
The S&M.
What? Basically, there was some Manhattan lawyer. He's a star lawyer. How do you become a star Manhattan lawyer? You're the biggest scumbag in town.
That's great.
Star Manhattan lawyer slain in S&M love triangle.
Yeah, he was.
So what? His. I think his lady does the S&M on the side.
Yeah, her name is Edith, I guess, Ma, M-A-A. She looks like she's Asian and part something. She looks like she's two things. And her fetish name was Jade Vixen. It still is. And I never saw her. I never met her. But many times over the years, I saw her in ads and almost went to see her.
Wait, you know this one?
No, I don't know her.
But you've seen her in ads?
Many times.
Okay.
And I literally had, at times, was tempted to book appointments to go see her because she worked at a place, I think, that worked late. And, especially the time when we were off the air, when I was up till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, just being a pervert.
Right.
And her boyfriend was shot and killed and she was kidnapped by a client, a muscle, this 42-year-old muscle guy who was obsessed with her. It's just kind of weird to see her.
The guy looks like an animal, man, and he killed the husband.
Yeah, her boyfriend.
Over his boyfriend, over the obsession with the dominatrix.
Yeah, so I'm just a little, I just seeing this, like, wow, man. Not that it matters, but it's,
I hear you. By the way, Jimmy, you're in Zach and Miri Making Porno.
I have one moment of one line.
And now that it doesn't matter anymore, we finally can play your line. This is how stupid this whole thing is. But we could just play your line without commenting on it.
I will say this. This is during an audition scene for something I was just reading. Mm-hmm. And he had me do it a bunch of different ways with a bunch of different lines. In some, I had to deliver with a certain mentality or a certain vibe. This one, I pretty much just delivered straight and, let's go to the store, get some milk.
Yeah.
Like, he wanted me to deliver some with completely no emotion.
And here it is. This is what made the movie.
Cradle the ball, break the shaft.
That's it.
King of the one line.
Oh my
hit
God,
movies.
yeah, you're right.
King of the one line and hit movies.
Spider-Man, Zack and Miri. But I'm a good omen. If you give me one line, you do well at the box office.
Yeah, there you go.
More than one line, like you put me in a series, you're out in one season.
I knew Rich was lying. Let's go back to Long Island. Joe, what's going on?
Yeah, that guy Rich,
yeah,
called from Long Island.
Yeah,
dude, he's wrong. That midget town is in Merrick.
It's in Merrick.
It's in there. But yeah, it was crazy, dude. One time it was snowing. And we just drove by, and there was a bunch of midgets shoveling snow.
Yeah,
it was pretty weird.
Are we allowed to call them midgets? I mean, we still will, but I mean, are they telling us not to?
Nobody said that.
No, I'm not even talking about radio, just like in the real world.
They want to be called like little people.
Yeah, but then, you know what the problem is?
Little people.
But with the problem with that stuff is then you start calling them little people over and over again, and then like, hey, stop calling us little people.
Because they have these, when there's a negative connotation to the word, like, it's almost like, but you're right, if you start calling them little people, Carlin said it best, he said people in America think that by changing the word, you change the condition.
Right.
And you can't put it better than, or simpler than that. Midget had this negative thing, so they think that by being called little people, they're going to change perceptions, and they're going to change any of this stuff, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you're feeling about something as negative, saying little people and not midget is not going to make a big difference.
Right.
At all.
Well, there you go.
It's just silly.
All right, thank you, Rich. Anthony, what's going on, buddy?
Lady Godiva was a freedom fighter.
That was the part. That was the part that was in my head. It wasn't even the Maud part,
dude. So bad. You completely got it stuck in my head on the way in. I'm driving in, listening to the job I'm supposed to be at, and all I'm hearing is Lady Godiva and a sister who could really cook. Ugh.
Wait.
But, yeah.
And when the country was falling apart, Betsy Ross got it all sold up.
Yeah. And then there's Maud. Maud fits in with all those historical
powerful
figures.
women.
Yes.
But how do you get obsessed with that?
It wasn't like an obsession like I was conscious of. It was just, it was booming in my head, and it was nonstop.
It's a horrible thing because I could relate, because the whole way home, all I had in my head was, we're back! And better than ever, we're back! And I was douche-chilling the whole drive home.
Oh, cool, because I've been working on a new one.
Oh,
for
no.
The new Van Halen.
No.
You got some more lyrics?
No, but the other song, like the other song that they released, which was pretty popular, was It's a Crazy World, and then in parentheses, but I'm a little bit crazier.
Is that an actual song?
A little bit more.
Is that an actual song they put out?
Yeah. It's a crazy world, but I'm a little bit crazier.
Yeah,
it's the same song.
Of course it is.
You'll have a whole album. I got to play this for Jimmy because of your obsession.
Oh, look, it's one of those early Maude episodes with a really long opening credit sequence.
Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She didn't care if the whole world looked. Joan of Arc with the Lord to guide her. She was a sister who really cooked. Madame Curie was a strong woman character, working all day in a science lab, Clara Martin was a famous nurse who was rapping with the soldiers and bandages too. Susan B. Anthony, always out doing stuff, marching around and holding up signs.
And then there's Maude.
Pocahontas had it all going on. An Indian guide with lots of Indian pride. Indira Gandhi ran a whole big country. That isn't easy, even if you're a guy.
And then there's more.
Babe Zaharis was a really good athlete, good at track and field and professional golf too.
And then there's more.
Amelia Earhart flew a lot of airplanes, except for that one time when she didn't come back. Cleopatra lived
And then there's more. Come on.
but still found a way to keep herself looking fine. And then there's more.
There we go. That was an ordeal.
And that's why Seth MacFarlane was voted smartest person on TV.
Was he really?
Hell yeah, he was.
You know what? That is damn funny, man.
And Tina Fey was in second place because, you know, she's the it thing right now.
Got it right now.
She was also, I'll say this for Tina Fey, though, she's a writer, too, man. She was the head of SNL writer for a long time.
She's extremely talented, and that 30 Rock is a great show.
Yeah, she's
no problem. Hey, Stephen S. from Bayshore. Opa, don't call them midgets. The PC term now is kickables.
Kickables.
That one will stick with the show for a while. Kickables. Oh. Let's say hi to Robin, calling from Detroit, a regular. Robin, is it cold in the day? Robin?
Her phone froze.
No, I got a floating arrow today. Maybe we could fix that. Today's problem is a floating arrow.
Shake the mouse a little bit. Sometimes that'll work.
Yeah?
If you pull it up.
Of course it won't.
Robin, what's going on? Is it cold in the day?
It's very cold in the D.
All right.
Wasn't there a controversial show where Maude had an abortion?
Yeah. Oh yes,
she was too old to be pregnant.
That's just why she got pregnant.
Oh.
And they had a whole discussion about her having a baby at that age, and wound up they decided to get an abortion. And just the word on TV back then. Ooh.
Wait, was that the one?
Controversial.
Hold on, it's funny. That's one of the clips I was watching yesterday with Adrienne Barbeau was talking. If it's the same episode.
With those big boobies of hers?
Yeah. Big, delicious breasts.
Big, huge.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Giant cans.
And her unseen child on the show.
I think she was married to, really?
Yeah, she had a child on that show, but it was always upstairs or something. I guess they didn't want to pay a kid actor or deal with the problems of having a child actor on set.
Yeah.
So they just always talked about it, but you rarely ever saw Adrienne Barbeau's child.
We were talking yesterday because I had to go do that Yale thing, which was good. I'll talk about it later. It was like that. The talk was about sitcoms, and one of the points he raised was that the old days of sitcoms were it kind of like made America. It was like what people wanted America to be, Leave It to Beaver, and then in the 70s or whatever, it was like a mirror to America, and I guess that's why stuff like abortion, all that stuff was all The Family or Sanford and Son, The Junkyard, and Awful Living. But that was the clip I was watching. Was Adrienne Barbeau talking about? There's no shame in it, Ma. An abortion. It was a dirty word when you were young.
There is shame in it.
Dude, just looking at like an old picture of her, she was way too old even back then.
Yeah. I don't think she had enough female hormones to have a child.
Man.
Big mustache.
Who, B. Arthur?
Yeah.
She was great. God's going to get you for that, Walter.
She
was great.
It's a horrid wife she would make.
Yeah.
Wow, look at Adrienne Barbeau.
She's got a little mini
Oh,
skirt.
my God.
Yeah, she was...
and those boobies
hottie back then.
did she get implants or something? Because they're luscious there, but they became a lot bigger than that.
They're battened down.
Wow.
In that, dress she's wearing. Very 70s looking dress she's wearing.
I guess you had to batten them down back in the 70s when you're on TV.
Maud looks like an art teacher wearing a smock.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful. Maud had like a short skirt.
Yeah.
Like shorts and a skirt thing, and then like a long orange shirt and an even longer vest smock. It was just
big
terrible.
vest smock.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Stephen S. Bayshore, wow, kickables. That one's going to stay with us for a while.
Certainly
Just
will.
like Blespings will.
Call up with your favorite Maud stories.
No. We still got to do John and Kate plus 8. Stay there, Opie and Anthony. It's Opie and Anthony. Good morning to all the kickables out there.
They're little people.
The kickables. The Knicks got their asses handed to them in Cleveland last night. LeBron James, 118-82. And this is kind of cool, sort of. You got the Raiders and Chargers playing tonight, and they're going to be showing this in 3D theaters in New York, Boston, and Los Angeles. First 3D game ever, which would be cool if it wasn't the Raiders and the Chargers.
How the hell are they pulling that off?
I don't know.
What do you got? Do you need glasses? What? Isn't it 3D if you just go to the game? Like, Isn't that watching it in 3D?
Of course. They're trying something new. But why does it have to be the Raiders and the Chargers?
Ugh.
Why can't it be my Jets that I've been supporting all year long?
Is it going to be like, ooh, I got the ball?
Huh?
Ooh, is it going to be like, ooh, the ball's coming at me?
It's coming right at you.
Ooh.
I would check that out, but someone's going to get shot, so I'm going to stay away from that. Who are you kidding? Something horrible is going to go wrong.
That's a tough one.
People watching 3D football, it can't be good.
No.
And then Sean Avery, you know what? I feel bad for Sean Avery, and I'm a huge Islander fan, but he had to apologize for that sloppy second comment. And he did apologize, and he still faces punishment, and he's in town to meet with the commish. Ugh.
How did the apology go? Was it just
I don't even know.
Solemn, somber, slobbering, I'm sorry?
No, we've been through this. Someone writes you a statement, you read it, make believe you mean it, and then you crumple up the paper like this so everyone knows you had to read something, and then you move on with your radio show or your hockey career. These apologies don't mean crap to anybody.
No,
the people saying they're sorry don't mean it.
They're completely written out. You're
of
right.
course they are. We've been through that a couple times.
Yep. Don't mean it.
Like, we don't want to apologize. You have to, or you're fired. All right, watch what we do now.
You ever hear an apology? We never, ever mean it. Mm-hmm. It's been forced upon us.
Absolutely. JC, 13 years old, one of our youngins. What's up, JC?
What's up, Ope?
How are you, buddy?
Good, you?
I'm all right, man.
I pulled up a website, and apparently with an IQ score of 140, Rich Voss is smarter than Bill Clinton, Benjamin Franklin.
All right, hold on. Let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, Rich Voss, because we all think he's probably the dumbest person on earth that hasn't been diagnosed with something. And he said his IQ is 140, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then you went online and you found out who he's smarter than with this 140 IQ. So now start over there. Sorry, JC.
Abraham Lincoln. Bill Gates. George Washington. Adolf Hitler. Hillary Clinton, which is a no-doubt with those plank teeth. Let's see. I don't know. Those are the John F. Kennedy.
Smarter than JFK after the shot?
Yeah, really.
I could agree with that.
After those pesky brains were removed.
All right, those are just the prominent ones.
Yeah, well, thank you, JC. Yeah, well, no one's buying into Rich Voss's smart thing.
No.
Speaking of which, you have perfect timing there, JC. Derek and Steve put together something. Recently, we had Voss looking at celebrities. Like, it's our new bit. It's great.
Oh.
You hold up a celebrity picture and you go, Voss, who is this? Okay? And he got them all wrong, and Derek and Steve put this together. Listen to this.
Introducing Name That Actor on the Opie and Anthony Show with your favorite non-actor, Rich Voss.
Yeah, hold on. I got gum in my mouth.
And now for our first question.
All right, I'm ready.
This actor was Remington Steele and starred in several James Bond movies. Who is it, Rich?
Pierce Bronson. Right?
I knew he was going to say that. What? This actor starred opposite Heath Ledger in the controversial Brokeback Mountain. Who are we talking about, Rich?
Oh, Dillenworth. It's got a couple names on the end of it, right?
This actor is best known for playing bit parts and retards. Who is it, Rich? And no, it's not you.
Like Berdici or something.
Stay tuned for another edition of Celebrity Password, only on the Opie and Anthony Show, hopefully starring Rich Voss, because he's dumb.
Voss, I wish we had just had a live feed into your brain so we didn't have to go through the bullshit of your mouth getting out the words.
Who was the last one he...
There were two that were really bad. It was Giovanni Ribisi and...
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Gyllenhaal and Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
He is a moron.
That's a great bit. We got to get him back in here just to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You had something about the media, Jimmy, you were saying during the break?
Media, man.
Well, the media is going to destroy this country. If you talk to the boys on Wall Street, they're all saying the media has to shut the F up about the economy.
Panic.
They're panicking everybody, and most people. I think our listeners are a little more intelligent than the average TV viewer. They can't read between the lines, so they're hearing all this panic on TV. They're yanking their money out of this, and they're not spending as much. And Wall Street's basically saying to the media, "Shut up. We can figure this out."
Yeah,
but you're not helping things.
A couple of misguided and mismanaged companies screw up and go down the crapper,
right?
And they think everything is radioactive.
Yeah,
you can't touch it
because they're all going for the big, the big headline, and it's really not helping matters whatsoever. I know we're in a tough spot, but certainly the media with what they're doing, with their just being panicky Pete's is just not good.
They make anything 10 times worse.
Of course.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that, unfortunately. But we try to educate the people, and I think some of you out there have gotten the lesson. But Jimmy, what do you got on the media today?
There's such scumbags and vultures. It's like after this girl Jade Vixen, her real name is Edith Ma, which is just a bizarre
Edith.
Edyth. There's something kind of sexy about that. After this bum shot her boyfriend and killed himself. They get to her parents in Long Island, and it said, when reached at his Long Island home, Ma's father said she was doing well. She's okay, but not home, he said, and he also added that she was not in the hospital. When asked what his daughter did for a living, he said sorry and shut the door. It's like, why is this scumbag reporter, who knows that she's a dominatrix?
Yeah.
Why are you asking this girl's father what she does for a living? Like, why are you trying to start that moment?
That's what you want. He wanted that moment of, go ahead. Here, Dad, tell us what your little girl does.
And their excuse will be, well, she was only a part-time dom. We all know what you were trying to get out of him. You were trying to get the fact that his daughter, whose boyfriend was just shot and she was just kidnapped, was a dominatrix. You wanted to hear these vultures.
Yeah, because that's that taboo moment of the father having to throw all of his dignity out the window and say that his daughter is a whore.
And they were hoping for a little bit of an attack, I'm sure.
Or something, yeah. But
some kind of drama where the father goes after the reporter or something.
It's like, why do you ask that? Like, you already know the answer to it.
Yeah.
They're just awful.
Yeah, they are. Ugh.
Hey, we got a man that there was a gun accident there, Anthony.
Oh,
this is a great story. Man says gun accidentally went off during sex, shooting wife in chest.
Oof. Oopsie.
And there's some other stuff in this story, right?
Whoops.
Yeah. Listen to this. Little accident going down.
Inside this home on East County Line Road, medics found Carolyn Havens with a gunshot wound on the upper part of her chest. Also in the home, her husband, Timothy Havens, and a gun laying beside their bed. Havens called 911 after the shooting, saying it was an accident.
Where was the gun laying beside the bed at, Tim? It was laying beside the bed. I picked it up and threw it off to the side. We were having sex and it went off.
The couple has had problems before. Court records indicate Havens served 60 days in jail for assaulting his wife and violating a protection order in October. The judge also ordered Havens to get anger management counseling.
Yeah, that sounds like a little fishy. He didn't sound that broken up.
No.
During that. What was that, a 911 call?
Sounds a bit relieved.
Yeah,
actually.
He was like, it sounded like, he spilled something or broke a vase.
Yeah, he spilled something.
I threw something to the side and the vase broke.
And they're currently in divorce proceedings, and he was not supposed to be in the house because there is an order of protection.
And they're having sex.
Yeah.
Were they actually having sex, or did he kind of throw that in there?
That's
Do
what
we
he
know yet?
claims. They were having sex, and he
then
reached
what?
for something, and the gun went off.
That's, I guess I'm 40 and a half. That's the worst excuse I've ever heard.
That is awful.
Wow.
Obviously, he meant to shoot her. I mean, Jesus. Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Maybe he took all his clothes off so there wouldn't be any of that, evidence on your clothing. And then...
and then said we were having sex.
Yeah. So they were having sex.
He was at the killer, like Donnie Wahlberg, or was it which Donnie Wahlberg in the beginning of The Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Just naked and psychotic.
In the bathroom. Crying naked in the bathroom. All emaciated.
What a sick scene. What a sick scene. All right.
I think I'm going senile, by the way.
Why?
Because that's exactly what happened this morning. I woke up.
And shot somebody?
And shot someone,
No,
yes.
where are we at?
No, I was.
There's a man on your chest?
There's a man. I was having sex with a man. I have a protection order. Now, I woke up, and I look at the clock, and it was about almost 5:30. And I wasn't panicked at all. I just went, okay, let me get ready. I thought I had the exact feeling as if it was like almost 5 o'clock. So I'm just strolling around the house getting ready, and then I look at my watch and go like, holy Jesus, the show is on in like 20 minutes. I had no clue. I absolutely thought that I had plenty of time, that it was the time I get up every day. And then I looked and just went, oh my God, I got 20 minutes to get in now at this hour, which the traffic was a grand. But then I was just like, what made me think that I had time?
Was there any moment where there was something wrong? Like, there's times where you're walking around like that, but there's a panic somewhere in the back. You don't know what it is, but there's something. There was like...
There was nothing until in the bathroom I looked at my watch, and I guess looking at the digital clock was one thing. It was like, okay, there's a number. I just thought it was whatever time I get up. And then looking at the watch and seeing the actual hands and seeing how close the little hand was to the 6, I went like, ooh, Jiminy Cricket, this is bad. I was like, what am I going senile?
What's going on with you, Ann?
What?
What's going on? That's weird.
That has
man.
never happened.
That's a weird
Never.
one.
I wasn't drunk. I wasn't anything like that. It just was, I'm going senile. I lost my mind.
Was it the perks?
No, it wasn't. I didn't even take any perks.
No perks yesterday?
I still have perks in the bottle.
You were dealing with the pain without the perks yesterday?
Didn't take the perks.
No perks.
Went home, took a nap. I did everything, and then woke up thinking, looking at the clock like, bye. It's okay. But I needed to look at the little hand and the big hand to realize that there was an issue.
This is a hell of a ride, man.
Out of my mind.
877-212-ONA if you got something for the old radio show.
Well, when the country was all torn up, Betsy Ross got it all sewn up.
She got it all sewn up.
You want me to play it again?
No.
I can do that for you,
Jen.
No, that's the beginning.
Yeah,
it's in my head.
And you are right about the voice. Lady Good Time. That voice is horrid.
They were all the same song back then.
Yeah.
It sounded like the same guy.
And then they get the backup singers from Good Times.
Yeah.
They ship them over to the Maud studio.
Exactly.
And before they had, like in the first episodes, they always had, the pilot was the one they had to take all the clips from.
Right, yeah.
They didn't have a season worth of episode.
Yeah,
right.
There was all these wacky faces and moments from the pilot in the same outfit.
Hey, going back to that gunshot thing, I'm reminded, Mike from Boston, he writes, she enticed me my entire life. Do we have that? We haven't played that in a long time. Maybe we could sneak that in before the break.
That guy, what a set on him.
This effing guy finally had it with his wife of many, 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 many years, shot her, had no regret, and called 911 and even said, I did it because she enticed me my entire life, and just sat there and waited to be arrested. Whatever happened, can we get an update on that guy?
He just
somehow?
sounded like an angry married guy that's been married for years and years, miserable, and finally was just driven to kill his wife.
You know what we'll do? We'll get the audio for after the break. And Stunt Brain, if you could, I want to see how good you are today. Can we get an update on that guy? Because some of these stories we bring to the people, they just go away, and it would be nice to get an update every once in a while.
An update would be nice.
All right,
look at Billy.
Billy will be on the show in a little while.
Bill Burr on Pix 11.
Becoming a big star. This Bill Burr. He'll be in here.
Is he unshaven?
Yeah, it's his new look. Shaved head, unshaven face.
But it's not a completely shaved head. It's a shaved head, and then it's like two
Norton
days
head.
growth.
got Jim Norton head.
He is looking a little bit like Jim Norton.
If I had a jawline and was in some kind of shape.
Now, Ant, you made fun of that look yesterday where the guys that are losing their hair a little bit, they shave their heads.
I didn't make fun of it. I just
because Bill Burr admitted that he was losing a little bit and he decided to shave his head, and he looks good with the shaved head.
It's the comb over for the new millennium.
You could have looked good with the shaved head.
No, see, Bill does. Bill's got a nice jawline, you know, a fun Irish-looking guy.
Yeah.
So he's got that big Irish head.
And now he's got the goatee coming in. That's the new look. All right, we'll talk to Bill Burr in a bit. First, we'll do a little primetime gossip with Sam Roberts. Ooh. We got John and K+8 phone calls coming in.
Ooh.
We got the audio of the guy that was enticed by his dopey wife. And a reason to be scared to fly after the break.
What? Besides plummeting 30,000 feet to your death?
It's either another reason to be scared to fly or flying is extremely safe. You could take it either way, I'm sure. I took 4 flights. I was horrified. I can't get over my fear of flying.
Really?
And this story certainly doesn't help me. I'll explain next, but first this.
We're back, and Primetime Gossip is giving you all the Opie and Anthony dirt you can handle. After a week-long vacation, co-host Anthony came back to the show with a surprise announcement.
Over Thanksgiving vacation, I went to the medical hair restoration, and I got hair put on the top of my head where it was falling out.
That's right. Ant decided to get medical hair restoration. He went on to explain to the listeners and to PTG exactly what made him want to get this done.
I didn't want to look at pictures of me anymore with a big glowing spot on my head. I look like those pictures of Jesus with the big glowing thing on my head.
Illusions of grandeur much? The DJ with a God complex went on to talk about the procedure in detail.
After they're done Novocaine your head, they take this thing and poke thousands of holes in your head. It's just tick, 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 and you hear like...
As awful and uncomfortable as that sounded, it wasn't half as bad as the last time Anthony modified the hair on his face.
It's like I remove any facial hair, and all of a sudden I have AIDS.
What cosmetic procedure could be next for Anthony? Botox? Collagen? While we have no proof, we will confirm that a gastric bypass and tummy tuck is around the Cumia corner. Stay tuned as PTG keeps you in the know.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. I want to say hi to Chris in Boston. Chris, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing?
Hey, man. How are you?
Hey, man.
I am depressed.
Why?
You guys came back from vacation and then didn't come back from vacation.
Yeah, we didn't know that was going to happen. We never got the heads up.
Dude, that sucks.
We'll try to pop up again somewhere else in Boston, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, I'm third shifter. So I stopped my route probably about 5 hours before you guys even come on.
Yeah.
So I was always right on the mark as soon as you came on. And then right about the time I got into another state and I lost your reception, the show would go over to satellite anyways.
Then what happened?
So I was always thinking about making the switch, you know?
We'll just get the satellite radio and you can continue listening to this fine program.
I'm definitely going to have to. I just one though, so money's kind of tight, you understand, you know?
Yeah, I understand that.
These days? Why?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What do you mean? We don't have disposable income anymore?
Yeah.
Oy.
I spend hundreds of dollars willy-nilly.
I just toss it around.
Lighting cigars with them and going, ha, 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 rum.
I was talking to...
yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Oh, sorry, man, because I have a regular guy, a cab driver that will come pick me up once in a while. He's a fan of the show.
That's smart.
Not the type of guy you'd think would be a fan of the show. It's amazing you think you know our demographic. And a lot of times you're right. He's
black guy.
No. I forget.
The black cab drivers love this radio show.
I
can't tell you how many times a black cab driver goes, "Wow, I listen to you guys every morning."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I interrupted.
But no. It's like a lot of times you think you know the demo and you don't. Like the guy. I don't want to say what nationality because I don't know.
One of those you can't figure out.
I don't know. He's told me and I forget. I think his name is Awan, A-W-A-N or A-W-O-N. Big fan of the show. And he was just talking. I'm like, where you been, man? He's like, man, it's like 30 to 40% less people taking cabs. No one's taking cabs anymore.
Really?
Everybody is just taking it in the face.
That's why they're battling out there.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, everybody's fighting over the same fares because it's almost half people not taking cabs.
So a lot more people are hitting the subways and the buses.
Yeah, walking or whatever it is they got to do.
The Christmas tree industry is taking a big hit.
Are they?
Apparently, the live Christmas trees, no one's, not no one, but there's like 15% off. They're 15% off of their business from last year.
Well, I have one actually that I was going to buy, and somebody took it, and they lit it last night. I'm so irritated. I had it. They were keeping it for me. Boo! At 54th Rockefeller Center. I was trying to make the joke that that's my tree.
Keeping it local.
Yeah, sure am.
Yeah, keeping the joke local in your own head.
Yeah, exactly. In a room by myself, hearing my own non-laugh echo. And then there's Bomb.
Stupid Maude. Why obsessed with Maude? My God.
I love Big Arthur.
Hey, so we have the audio of that guy? The Entice Me guy? Yeah. We got to play this just because it was referenced today. It's one of our favorite stories. This guy just had it with his wife for many, many years and shot her and killed her, and then decided to call 911 and tell the fine people what he did. And it just the casualness of the whole thing is just amazing. Here's how it went down.
This is pretty well hot.
How can I help you?
I shot my wife in the stomach with 38.
Is she still there?
Yeah, she's laying on the floor.
Why did you do this?
She enticed me, and she would ridicule me throughout my lifetime. I'll see if she's alive.
Sir?
She's alive. Yeah.
Oh, she enticed me. You could hear it all summed up in that one line. That whole marriage. She enticed me.
What did he say at the end? Did he say
she's dead?
He goes, you alive?
Or are you dead? And the part we didn't play, then he comes back to the phone and goes, "Yep, she's dead."
I think she did.
For some reason, there's a long version and a short version. That was the short version. The long one's like over 2 minutes.
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, we just wanted a little taste of that.
She enticed me.
And we got an update on that guy. So after a year and a half, what happened to him?
He was sentenced and found guilty and sentenced to 30 years in prison this summer. He will be eligible for parole in 15 years, and he is almost 70. So he'll be 85 when he gets.
That sucks, man. She could have enticed him his entire life. You got to get some kind of confession before you shoot these broads. You got to get a camera rolling going, look, did you or did you not entice me my entire life?
He'll get out.
Maybe it helps you a little bit, get you a few years off your sentence.
Get out of prison, carve his name in a beam, and hang himself. I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Stupid Brooks.
He's not getting to that point.
He's probably trying to spin it like, look, if I live to be 100, the next 15 out of 30, I'll do here if I don't have to deal with that bitch from 85 up.
She enticed me, and my hands hurt sometimes when I work at the Foodway.
She must have been a real you-know-what, because now, he's in prison getting it in the pooper. He'd rather take it in the pooper than live with her anymore.
I run the prison library. Is dumb Brooks. And Brooks's prison library stunk. He was there from 1905, and he was responsible for the prison library at Shawshank, and it stunk.
And then Dufresne came in and
like
wrecked his whole bit.
His whole gig was just throwing some books on a cart and wheeling them down the prison aisles. Here's Louis L'Amour. Here's the magazine's Time and Life.
They weren't even organized. You got your National
Geographic over here. And then Dufresne fixes it up into a library any city would love to have.
Actually institutes the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah. Stupid Brooks. Go hang yourself, you old feeble-minded douche. Brooks was here. Good. Oh, dangle, you idiot.
If I was library guy, I would just rip out the last 10 pages of every single book in the library without telling anyone.
All the convicts.
Every
what happened.
book.
The best prison story ever was Billy Connolly, the comedian. You guys know Billy Connolly is when he was in, and he said that in Scotland or whatever. I think he said in jail what they do is when it's a mystery, they circle the name of the guy who did it throughout the entire book.
That's the way to go. That's even better.
Damn.
That's even better. One of those dumb John Grisham novels where they try to trick you the entire book. He'll just circle the name.
Circle the name every time it comes up in the book.
What? Well, they're prisoners. Of course, they're asses.
Yeah, they can't live without robbing or murdering somebody. They're
What a funny gag. Yeah, take the pleasure out of something like reading.
Is that hilarious?
So they can just shank people instead.
That's one of the better ones I've heard.
Oh, Billy Connolly makes me laugh.
Well, so I took 4 flights over the vacation we all had.
4.
Yeah, I couldn't get a nonstop.
Take any of them little guys?
No little guys. And I just hate flying. And then now there's a story that comes out today, and I'm not sure if this would help me or horrify me more even more, I guess.
I will say, I don't know what story you're talking about, but it's probably something to do with a near miss or some mishap on a plane.
No near miss.
The economy being so crappy that maintenance is down.
Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking about when I was flying. I'm like, all right, we're not stupid. The economy's falling apart, and we're all kind of like trying to cut corners in our spending and what not.
Yes.
And we know what the company's doing here.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, look, if the radio world blows because of the economy and they're getting rid of everybody, you got to think the airline industry is like, do we really need all these mechanics? Do we really need
one mechanic for the whole all the airline? He just goes around to the airports and fixes whatever's broken.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, wow, they probably can't afford their people just like radio can't afford their people. So what the hell are they not checking on the plane before this, takes off?
Yeah.
That was my fear this time. Absolutely. But this story, well, tell me what you think. You want to guess? It's not a near miss. And you went with the economy. That's a very good guess.
Mechanics. I other than that, I don't know.
Dude, and the other thing I forgot to tell you, I had a 4-hour layover in Miami, and we're sitting on the plane for easily 45 minutes. Plane ready to go. And then the stewardess or the flight attendant or whatever the hell they'd like to be called these days, they get on the PA and go, we're just waiting for the pilots. And I'm sitting there on the plane going, they're not even in the cockpit checking all their instruments yet?
From the bar.
Because doesn't that make you feel good when you walk on the plane and there they are in the cockpit? Even if they're not doing anything, they're like, okay.
Check.
They're sitting there getting prepared for your, 4-hour flight.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just waiting for the pilots. And I'm lucky enough to be in first class, so I hear the pilot come on and go, sorry, we're late, but we had to wait for our takeout bags. They were eating in between flights, and you would think the waitress would, take care of the pilots so they could get on their plane early and check the instruments.
It's like, probably like me this morning, jumping into the car, starting it, throwing it in reverse, and just going.
Yeah.
Because, I'm late.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't brush their teeth. They're all just
run to your car.
Pilot bag, all filthy.
So they got their takeout bag, and they go into the cockpit, and 10 minutes later, we're backing up. I'm like,
rolling.
Oh, this is going to make for a pleasant flight.
Like, what kind of systems check could they have done?
Yeah.
Whatever. I'd like to know they're sitting there when I get on the plane. I don't like to be on the plane first.
And a good pilot does a walk around of his aircraft. Checks out, looks with the flashlight, looks in the engines, for whatever it's worth. On planes that size, they're supposed to walk around, check all the little pitted tubes, make sure they're not clogged, make sure all the safety devices are pulled off of certain things. And I guess they didn't do that because they were a little hungry.
And I like to see the young bucks because the guy that walked on this plane, I'm like, he could easily have a heart attack in the air. That's my other thing.
You want to see the young bucks or you want to see the experienced, fighter pilots?
This guy walked on and he had a red face, and it wasn't because he was in the sun too long.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, great.
Blood pressure.
This guy's got a nice blood pressure rolling.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see the young, they're like early 30s. That's about the age. Not too young.
I want to see a seasoned guy, probably in his late 40s, early 50s, has fighter experience, been shot at.
Hell no.
I like a pilot that's landed his plane with half a wing.
Well, I understand all that, but these guys look like they could have a heart attack at any moment. I don't want them flying the damn plane.
Well, the older guys look at the commercial piloting as like, this is just pussy nonsense. It's so easy. It's so old hat when you're not being shot. Like, those are the guys you want who have combat experience.
Yeah. Like, I've done this run while being shot at and zigzagging through flak. Having to drop bombs.
This is nothing.
Bunch
of you retards.
So, here's the story. I don't know if this makes me feel good or whatever, but here it is.
From the runway sky, this flight is like most others. Flying the pattern is a breeze, the landing smooth. The only thing that's different, the pilot in command of this air coupe is a...
Is a what? Is a what?
I'm going to just randomly, off the top of my head...
Is a what?
I'm just going to say double amputee.
Homosexual?
Is a breeze, the landing smooth. The only thing that's different, the pilot in command of this air coupe is a 25-year-old woman without arms.
Hey, look! Amazing! I got it!
Dude,
stop
did somebody tell you?
No,
of course it is. Someone told him.
No one told me.
One of his pal talk friends.
No, when you...
How about you play along a little bit?
It wasn't. I just saw this story on the news last night. So until I heard the propeller, and this woman has, because I was horrified at the thought of it too.
Yeah. So does that...
What the hell?
So is flying... My question is flying that safe where now they're like, of course you could fly. Anyone can fly this.
Do it with your feet.
Or should I be horrified? Like, if there's a problem, you're going to take the wheel with your tongue? Or whatever the hell it is? The what is it?
The stick. The yoke, I believe they call it. The yoke. How is she flying?
A double amputee is flying a plane.
How's she do it?
Well, we'll find out, I guess.
I bet she can't do 3 push-ups, though. Fix her rotten wagon.
This air coupe is a 25-year-old woman without arms.
A lot of people maybe have doubted me or don't believe that a girl without arms can, or a woman without arms could do much.
Yeah, sorry we doubt you, but you have no arms.
You're over our heads.
Right.
My problem is that she's the woman pilot. I don't care about the arms. It's the gender that worries me.
Look at her. Maybe we could put this up on oandaradio.com, but no arms.
My favorite part of this screenshot is it has her name, and you know how sometimes they'll have a title under your name.
Yeah.
You know, like Anthony Cumia, radio host. It just says Jessica Cox, and then under it has no arms.
Yeah.
Well, good thing it's not her name could have been Jessica Arms.
Lonely girl.
Nice.
But she can. Jessica Cox, a certified pilot, does it all and alone, even her pre-flight inspection.
It's full.
She checks the oil with a screwdriver, her foot and head.
Yeah.
And fills out her own logbook.
All right, she was using a screwdriver with her look at this. She's using a screwdriver with her toes, and she's writing in her logbook with her toes.
No one wants to read it. Nasty foot stuff.
F, man.
It just smells.
Oh, a smelly logbook. That logbook stinks.
Stick to jump roping. What are you doing?
How could she jump rope? She had a harder time doing that.
No, she's the jumper. She doesn't have to do the twirly thing.
Okay, today is the 2nd.
Really, the only tricky part.
Yeah, this was my first challenge in flight training, was how to buckle the seatbelt. So I figured out, well, you don't always have to buckle the seatbelt after you sit down.
Oh, so she buckles it first, then slides into the seatbelt. She's flying a plane, for God's sake.
She's insane.
She could be over your head as we speak.
Yeah.
Does she have a co-pilot, though?
Hell no. She did it all by herself, Jimmy.
Wow.
She goes alone up in that plane, and I guess steers with her foot and works the throttle with her foot. But then how do you do other things if you need to make a maneuver while you have to maybe operate the radio? How are you doing that?
She does it with her toes.
You need a third appendage, though. What if you
Can
have
you
to
use
work
your toes? She could use her toes.
What if you have to work the yoke and the throttle at the same time you have to radio something?
She uses her toes, like you would use your hands.
Well, she must have something with her knee or something.
And then what about the rudder? You work the rudder with your feet. You have to work the rudder pedal with your feet. So then how does she work that?
I don't know. Here's the second half of the story.
Maybe it's her plane has...
Born with a congenital birth defect, she's accepted who she is. For 11 years, she used prosthetic arms, then decided she didn't need them. And 3 years ago, a pilot with Wright Flight, an aviation company, offered her the chance to fly.
Well, when she came in here, we knew she'd be able to do it just because of the drive that she has, absolutely.
Yeah, Parrish, you know, he has this undying faith in me.
She's already logged close to 100 hours in the sky.
When you're behind the yoke and you're soloing the airplane for the first time and you look over and you don't see your instructor there and you're forced to accept that you're flying the airplane, you realize at that moment that you literally have your life in your own hands, or in my case, in my own feet.
Oh, we got it.
Life's in our own feet.
Yeah, we got it. A foot joke.
Old aircraft she's flying there.
Oh, my God. And no, it's great because we're watching the video of this. No one was brave enough to go up in the plane with her. All the shots are of the plane way up in the sky.
Hey, you solo.
Right. Usually the reporter would go, what the hell, I'll go up with you.
Mind if I mount a camera in the cockpit with you? Yeah, no, it'll just be on the whole time. Don't pay any attention to it. I don't want to distract you.
She was steering it with her feet. Because you figure that everything is hooked up differently, but she was actually using the same steering wheel as another pilot would use. It's not specially built.
Let's say hi to Jesse in Jersey. Jesse.
By the way, they called her the Red Baron, but for different reasons. All right, go ahead, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse.
Hey, congratulations. I just wanted to give you and your wife my blessings, but I also wanted to know, when this chick's like checking the air pressure on the tire, what does she bang her head on it like a woodpecker pecking into a tree to see if it's inflated?
Yeah, she can't.
I like that.
Can't risk hurting her foot by kicking the tires.
Very good. So that creeps me out, but she looks like she could. She does a pretty good job.
Her legs really bend in a strange way. She could really bend that knee all the way back.
Well, she's never.
She's got to be able to, I guess, take care of the dirty business after she goes.
She doesn't know any better. She hasn't had arms her whole life.
How does she do that?
It looks like she can, just the way she's steering that plane, she can bend that knee back really far. Look at that ridiculous picture. Never take a picture like that if you have no arms. It's almost like a glamour shot. It's one of those old school photo backgrounds.
Yeah.
She's wearing a smart businesswoman's jacket, and her hair is done impeccably. She's smiling, has her librarian-type glasses on.
She's pretty.
Nice tan, good teeth. She's pretty, and no arms! It's just the freakiest-looking picture.
And she's blessed with big boobs, so it looks like she's just hugging herself all the time. How much do you love yourself? Stop hugging yourself.
She looks like the front of a ship.
Yeah. Right.
An old Viking ship.
Oh my! You think they'll ever figure out the fake arm thing in our lifetime? They got the fake leg thing down.
All spatula foot. Where they got the little springy things that they run on.
When you see these guys walking with the fake legs, it's amazing. Now.
Yeah.
You can't even tell. You know?
Yeah, they got those the spatula feet, fake legs for the runners.
All that
and they got
stuff.
these prosthetic feet that look like real legs and stuff like that. And it is weird when you see them with those titanium pole legs. Like, say that someone lost their legs at the knees, and then they got these titanium poles that are really thin, like broom handle thin, and they go down to these little spatula feet, and they wear regular pants, but when the wind blows, it's like, and the cuff of the pants wrap around that little pole, and you go like, whoa, that looks freaky.
Like Lieutenant Dan legs.
Yes, Lieutenant Dan legs.
But they got that figured out. The arms, though.
Well, the arm,
with the dumb hook, and they can't figure it out.
You're doing a lot with your arms.
They're starting to, right? They're starting. These Desert Storm, a lot, or the Iraq guys.
I hope so.
Guys coming back now. They're starting to use thought. Is starting to move.
Yeah, they're tying it into they're tying electrodes into the actual nerves that moved your hands in the first place. So you're able to actually move your hand by thinking of moving your hand, and it's becoming more natural.
I hope.
And they don't look as ghoulish as they used to. They're kind of getting better. It's weird. It's a fine line, I guess, between being aesthetically nice and functional. But they're kind of getting there.
We've come a long way since Roy Munson. Good old Roy Munson. For all the Kingpin fans out there.
Beep, wop, boop. I am a robot arm.
Bill Burr's here. We'll do a quick break, and we'll continue with Bill Burr. We got John and Kate plus 8 audio. Sam interviewed Kate from John and Kate plus 8 and said she's not a pleasant woman.
She doesn't look it.
Huh?
She doesn't look it.
No.
That show, what a bitch.
We'll see if Bill Burr's into this John and Kate plus 8 thing.
And also, we're going to get Bill's take on Maude.
No, we're not.
Of course.
No.
You know, Lady Diva was a freedom, no, she wasn't a freedom fighter. She, what did she do?
I don't know what that bitch did.
Let's find out.
Godiva was a freedom
Oh, she was a freedom rider.
She didn't care if the whole
She didn't care. Joan of Arc.
With the Lord to guide her.
Lord to guide her.
Isadora was the first bra burner. Ain't you glad she showed up?
Oh, yeah. They must have been writing this going, this is great.
But what did the first lady? She was a freedom writer who what?
Didn't care if the whole world looked.
Oh, look.
Yeah, she was naked. Lady Godiva rode her horse naked.
Oh, the whole world looked. I thought it said the whole world cooked.
No. They would use cook twice because then someone cooks later.
Oh, she's a cook.
Okay. Quick break. Bill Burr joins the program next. We're very happy. Our old friend, who now lives in L.A., but he comes back from time to time, is in studio. Bill Burr on the Opie and Anthony Show. We were kind of catching up in the office, talking about Biggest Loser, John and Kate Plus 8. Yeah. What else? Nutrisystem, the perfect push-up, and guns. So, yeah, we got a full plate for you, Bill. How are you?
How come I can't hear myself? There we go.
You bought the perfect push-up?
Yeah, I did.
I got the perfect push-up.
I actually got to admit, it is a little bit harder.
It's a nightmare.
To twist yourself.
It's those things that twist your arms as you're doing your push-up.
Yeah, it makes you realize that you're cheating when you do regular push-ups. Like, you're getting nothing done. Because with the perfect push-up, they're on these rotating things, and when you go down, you naturally, rotate, and it makes it a lot harder to do push-ups.
Yeah. Plus, I really bought them because I'm so old, my wrists can't handle me doing that anymore. I'd be going down it's actually, it's assisted. You know what's funny is the handles are the same, shape of like a walker.
Yeah.
So I'm basically inching my way towards that. I'll have nice pecs though.
You make a really good point, because when you get older like we are, and you try to stay in shape in the gym, the joints. Just doing sets, your joints just ache.
Oh, they're killing. I wake up now. I have to when I get up in the morning to take the morning whiz. Literally my ankles. I feel like Dan Marino. I'm like, dude, did I play in the NFL? I'm a comedian. What happened to me? And literally calves are all. I gotta stop.
You're getting hip replacement surgery already from all the time.
I lean on the wall when I relieve myself now. Literally just trying to hold myself up. It's brutal.
You ever have to go through your mind and try to figure out why something hurts? You're it's got to do because you want to rule out a disease or bone cancer or something. So you're like, why does my leg hurt? And then you're like, oh, that's right. I brought in some groceries yesterday. Yeah. And it's just some stupid thing that you did and realized that was enough of a workout to conjure up some muscle.
Oh, yeah. I bought a gallon of water. And I inhaled at the wrong time when I switched the water from one hand to another. And I just felt this nerve pain start somewhere in the upper mid part of my back. And I'm literally hanging from the door jamb trying to undo it. The girl's like, what happened?
I pulled something.
I switched the gallon of water from the right hand to the left hand. Oh, it was brutal.
You used to be able to juggle with that and you'd have no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. Hey, where are you going to be, Bill?
I'm going to be at Caroline's this weekend, Thursday through Sunday. If you saw my special, I wrote a brand new hour of stuff.
Oh, good.
I love guys like you.
With the prolific Jimmy Norton over there.
I'm sounding like a broken record, but I got to say for you guys, there's only a handful of guys like Bill, Jimmy, Louis C.K., and a few others that do the show that are constantly working on new material. Some of these guys, they leave town, they come back 6 months later, and they're doing the exact same set, and they're wondering why they're not getting discovered or going anywhere in their careers.
I would say Jimmy and Louis are they're setting the bar. I think I'm an hour behind you.
No, Louis on his 11th hour, which he's doing. He just shoots himself now. It's only Louis got Louis I'm doing 90 minutes now. But I'm like, how?
But see, for the comedy,
it's amazing, and it's all good.
But for the comedy fan out there, the guys that don't work on new material are kind of wrecking it for guys like yourself. Some people are like, I'm not going to see Jimmy or Billy because I've seen their stuff already. No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You guys are working on a new hour, what, twice a year?
No, about
every 8 months, something like that.
Every year you tape it, and then you got that 4 months before the special comes out where you're frantically. That's what I found trying to read, doing a half hour. That's no big deal over the summer to try to come up with a new 20, 30 that you're halfway happy with. But when you got an hour coming out, that is definitely a sprint. You're starting to tell stories. And my uncle was crazy. Like, trying to fill up that 45. You tell him the middle to do 30. Do 35. That's cool.
We've talked about it on the show. When we're having a slow show, we start admitting all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, why am I admitting this?
Yeah, that's when all the stuff comes out.
Why don't we just play Freebird and go home early? I don't want to tell people this.
When you're out of wacky news clips, it all boils down to, well, I was touched.
I think that's where the hair restoration thing happened. I don't think you were going to tell anybody, but it might have been a slow show. And Aunt goes, "What the hell? I'll tell her when I did a little something with my hair."
Yeah. I figured I would blurt that out. No, it was kind of hard to come in and wear a hanky on my head. I look like Chloe from Fight Club. And I have pornographic materials and poppers.
Yeah.
I just want to have sex one last time.
He didn't want to go with the shaved head, so he did a little something up top.
Those are the options.
I did. Yeah,
One of the others. I love that. I moved to L.A. You say I'm going to be a big phony, and I come back and you're getting the plugs.
No, they're not plugs.
Hey, how soon before you do the commercial where you step out of the pool and just shake off your mane?
They're trying to make it sound cooler, Bill. It's hair restoration now. They don't call it
What is the difference?
Plugs where they took this giant cookie cutter and gouged out chunks of hair from the back.
Yeah.
And then gouged out a chunk of your scalp and traded places.
Oh, my God.
So they did that. So you'd have these big lumps of hair growing out of your head that looked like plugs.
Yeah, and they would literally, and it all looked good, but like the frontline soldiers, those Saving Private Ryan hairs in the front, they just look like they took like your grandmother's sewing, the needle point, they stitched it in.
Stitched it in.
They were never able to figure that one out.
It didn't.
The front of the hair always gave it away.
So
yeah,
now,
you got to have bangs.
Yeah,
you got the plugs.
Exactly.
Yeah, you couldn't brush your hair back or anything like that. Now they take individual hair follicles. It's individual. Each one is placed in your head, like in the direction your hair grows and everything. So it's not like a clump of 50 hairs at a clip. They take like thousands of hairs and separately put them in your head, like an artist at work, and they pop them in your head.
Laughing at you, an artist.
It works. It's amazing.
Each hair is finely selected. From the finest forest at the back of your head.
Yes. Harvested from the best place, the back of your head.
And since you can't see it, hopefully they just put them in like in the shape of a penis. Some kind of practical joke.
Yeah, we like pulling gags on people.
Right.
Yeah, did they give you the option to like switch your part? Like, do you want to switch the part in your head, from this side to the other?
I wonder if they could do that. It's like, I want to switch this
around.
Get
the magician haircut from the 20s where it's like right down the middle.
Down the middle, like
you look like you actually still own some gold.
Can I have the Harry Houdini? I own some gold.
Wow.
With a handlebar mustache.
That's strong.
I want to be a weightlifter in a circus.
I got a peek yesterday. It looks good, I got to say. I was prepared to beat him up over it, but it looks pretty good back there.
It is. Just got to grow in. I got the front, got these little...
Please put it down. I don't... It's already...
In the back. What's the matter?
You look like you're going to go clean someone's apartment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, the bandana thing is creeping us all out.
The bandana's horrible, but it's
when do you get rid of the bandana?
It's Chloe from...
Yeah.
She looks like a video game.
When do you get rid of the bandana?
I guess
in the new year, hopefully.
Once Friday, tomorrow, I get the stitches taken out from the donor area, and that's why the hat hurts, because the back of the hat band rubs right on where the stitches are, and and it hurts.
So you'll be back to a hat soon.
So
hopefully.
yeah, I'll be able to wear that,
and then we can finally look at you again.
Yeah, I know you want to look at this stupid bandana. I know it's awful. I know it's.
You know what it is? It's loose.
Yeah,
it's
very
much
loose.
too loose. It has to be because tight. It winds up hurting because the knot to the bandana is right where the goddamn stitches are too. Everything seems to be there. My pillow when I lay down in bed, right where the goddamn stitches are.
They don't show this part. They don't show this part in the hair restoration thing. They go right to the hair looking great.
It's the smiling guy with the girl riding a horse, jumping out of the pool, skydiving. It's not me trying to sleep, going ow. Ow! I'm moving my head around. I'm tucking rolled up towels under my neck. I don't have to lay the back of my head on a pillow.
I got a bandana question for you, because not in recent years, but over the years, every once in a while, I'm like, you know what? I think I might want to try the bandana look, right?
Yeah.
And you see them in the stores, all the different colors and stuff. Have you checked with the homies to make sure you're not doing anything stupid here with the bandana color?
This is an obvious Crip color.
So it is.
This is the notorious blue Crip bandana.
are you,
And the red one
you're
is a
crazy.
Bloods bandana.
So why don't you go with the neutral? What's the neutral color? Which bandana are we allowed to wear without getting shot?
Right, any color.
Pink.
I don't know. Isn't 42nd Street's the cutoff, right? Like, you got to know whether you should be north or south of that.
Yeah.
Here in New York.
So you might have
I never even knew.
You might have a dangerous bandana on your head. I would have checked.
I don't think
you want the homies to call in and,
you
and
do.
let you know?
You look like you killed someone in 78. You just got out.
I got to get a tattoo of a teardrop on my eye.
Yeah.
He did all his time. He never
TCB
ratted
on
on
my
anybody.
neck.
Over a crank sale.
Yeah.
He does look like an extra from Longest Yard or something.
I did. I did my time like a man.
Yeah. We'll get some of the.
He's just gonna decide.
Out of the blue.
We'll get the homies to call to make sure you're safe and where you're safe with that bandana color.
Yeah.
I don't think the Crips or the Bloods would look at Ant and think that he's a member or a rival member.
I'm in their turf.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want. I'm not wandering into Blood's turf either with my Crips color. So I don't think I have to worry about that.
All right.
People wear red bandanas around here and blue. And what are you going to do?
I think if you're a black guy, you get more of an issue because they think you could be a member of the other. I almost said the other club, the other gang, but no one would think you are.
But
He's kind of got a little Latino look about him.
Maybe that's true.
He does. He's got that Jim Croce mustache.
Jim Croce mustache. I've been trying to shave it a little. I've been trying to shave the top a little more. And then I take, the electric razor and really get it down and try to make it a little thinner.
It's very Nicaraguan.
Yeah. I don't want a Gomez Adams, but I don't want a Groucho Marx. But it's very hard to groom a mustache so it doesn't look big and, very Hispanic, fatherly looking.
So you're chopping it down now, too? On the
on the side. You can't really
they're putting it on his head.
Yeah,
taking his mustache hair out. They're selecting the finest whiskers from his face.
Mustache hair.
So does this creep you out, Bill?
What?
The look he's got going.
Well,
the hair restoration.
No, I've seen
he calls it hair restoration.
I've seen guys go through this stuff.
And does it look good in the end?
No, it's just weird. It's weird for a little bit, and then you just kind of forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of guys. Like, you see, like, movie stars who are, like, totally going, and then they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The next movie comes out, they look like they're 18 again.
But in L.A.,
in
L.A., could you tell the guys that are getting this done?
You know what I noticed in L.A. is that only good-looking people get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
That's what I've kind of like. Anybody who has, like the face yanked and everything, you could tell they used to look good-looking, and now their face just looks really shiny. They look like they just got over, like, the worst ass-kicking ever. Their faces are all messed up. But, like, ugly people, like, you know what I mean? Like, the people who should get plastic surgery, like a Steve Buscemi, those guys that just, like, I think because there's no pressure when you were never really good-looking. Where, like, good-looking people, like, when you go back to your high school reunion, no one cares about me. I was just one of those, guys in the middle of the school of fish. Yeah, no one cared. But, like, you look at the cheerleaders, the popular guys, no one ever says, like, wow, Paul Giamatti, wow, that guy got old. Yeah, he really fell off. It's more like, like Tanya Katane. Have you seen her on the...
Oh, my God. Celebrity Rehab.
Horrid.
We haven't talked about it much on this show, but what an awesome show.
If you look at the old Whitesnake video of her on the hood of the car and everything, it's amazing. And then now...
That was the hottest video out of all those hair metal videos.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
ones with her in that white dress dancing at the foot of that bed. It was insane.
What happens with the plastic surgery, people do a little something, and you don't really notice, and then they cross the plastic surgery line.
Yep.
Tony Katane did it, and know who just crossed the line recently? Not that any of our listeners care, but look at Madonna. She crossed the plastic surgery line. She's starting to look like one of those cat women now.
Yeah. Well, what
creepy.
It is, it gets to that point, I don't care what age you are, you got to put some clothes on. Even if you're shredded, it's like you're 50. Oh, you look great for 50. You know what? That's the thing about it is, like, I don't know, whatever happened to, like elegance is gone. You know what I mean? It's just like, the new elegance is you dress like a whore.
Yeah, no matter how old you are, you try to get in shape, and still the arms aren't right.
Well, it's the ligaments.
Yeah, all you see is ligaments.
Elasticity's kind of gone. If Madonna would wear like a really classy dress, she would look unbelievable for her age. But she's still wearing that, muff shaved, whatever leotard that she's wearing. It's like, dude, you're 50.
The pointy highway cone bras and jumping out on stage.
stripper body makeup to hide the spiderweb varicose veins. I mean, there's just no way. I don't care if you're doing yoga. I don't care. You're still blowing out those blood vessels. You're 50. It's time to cover up the hoo-ha, sweetie.
You go the other way. We were talking about Biggest Loser in the office. I didn't know you were a fan of that show.
My girlfriend watches it all the time.
I'd take a peek at Biggest Loser.
Yeah, no, but I don't know if this season's as bad, but last season I had to tap out where it was just like I can't watch.
Explain for these guys because I don't think Jimmy or Aaron look at Biggest Loser.
My thing. Well, the reason why I stopped watching the show is like I was just so sick of watching obese people cry on TV. It's just one of the most unsympathetic things.
Oh yeah,
ever.
Yeah.
And they're
and they play sad music. Like I'm gonna get emotional. I'm gonna start crying because some dude can't stop eating cookies.
Yeah.
It's like didn't like a school collapse on a bunch of kids in China?
Right.
Some guy dies senselessly in Walmart, and this guy, hey, cookies taste so good. I eat one, I can't stop. Like put 20 starving people in a house. I'll cry for them, but
fat bastard.
Yeah, live in a level of sloth that only like Slash can relate to.
What they don't tell you with this Biggest Loser, they're just using these people, completely using them for ratings because they have a gym that they're working out 24 hours a day. They got someone watching every bite they throw in their fat faces.
And then finish the second they leave.
And then the show's over. They're like, all right, well, take care. Good luck to you. And they go back to working 60 hours a week. They got 4 kids to feed. And it's impossible.
That's a great documentary. It's just watching like their eyes tearing up as they're driving by Wendy's,
right?
Trying to fight it and not go back to their old life.
It's so easy to do when you're on this farm they put you on out there in L.A.
But when you're driving past all those fast food places,
most of them
calling your name.
Yeah. Most of them end up gaining most of the weight, if not more, after they leave the show. But they don't want to acknowledge those people. They make believe they never existed.
That's when I get into fights with my girls because I always do that when they sit there and they're like, and the people get kicked off because they couldn't, spin a hula hoop for like 9 minutes or whatever the hell they lost to the competition. They're
all the fat competitions they make them do.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't regret this. I really feel like I've made a change.
Yeah.
And I just sit there, gonna be fat again.
Absolutely.
He gets all mad. Yeah.
Absolutely. A very small percentage learn the lesson and figure out how to make it work, in their regular lives.
Well, that's like on ESPN when they do that Nutrisystem with those guys. All those guys like, hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. By the time they edit the commercial and they get it on the air, the sports anchor's fat again.
Yeah.
Like that John Krupp guy. He looks like a Rottweiler. He's got one of those big St. Bernard. He's got all the bunches. And they'll show it during the time when he's announcing sports.
Sure.
Whatever the hell it is they do.
You know what I found out that they were doing? Because it's illegal to have a before and after picture that are reversed. You can't have somebody that lost weight and then gained a lot of weight on purpose and then put a before and after picture. Mm-hmm. They made that like illegal false advertising, whatever the hell they call it.
They were doing that?
Yes, years ago. But they found a way to get around that.
De Niro's of weight loss?
Yeah.
Putting on that raging bull weight.
Yeah, put on the weight. For some reason, they could take it off. But they find athletes. They take out ads where they look for athletes that have had injuries and weren't able to work out and that gained weight. And they take pictures of them for the before picture, knowing that once their injury is taken care of, they're going to get back in the gym and get back into shape.
Oh, wow.
And then they lose all the weight, they're back buff again, and it looks like they used this product to get into shape, but what they really did was just get back into the shape they were in before they had this injury. So it's just more, more crap they're throwing at
I
people.
noticed that on The Biggest Loser, like the first week, they just completely humiliate them. They put them up on that scale. They make them take their shirt off. Stand there in all their awfulness.
Let America see your fat.
It's a broad that weighs 280 pounds.
Oh,
it's not bad enough. They get them down to the least amount of clothes possible.
Oh, and literally like a 6-foot crease.
That's for our
on
pleasure.
The side of their body.
That's for our pleasure as we watch at home.
But the second they start losing weight and all that, for the rest of the time they have like a shirt on.
Yeah,
they never show. The loose skin horror that has to be that they tuck into their sweatpants. I'm really being mean right now. This is awful.
Why not?
Well, most people are out of shape, and I'm trying to sell tickets, so I'm
okay.
offending most of the audience.
That's true.
It's the holidays. It's fine. Eat up. Come on down.
Comics have a mindset like that.
Well, like Kenny says, we want to shut you up because I eat bad on the road sometimes. Like, Kenny, I want cookies. Oh, treat yourself.
He's always
Just
saying
treat
that.
yourself.
You're worth it.
Yeah, it's okay. You work hard.
He's such an enabler.
Kenny is the little voice in your head, which like when you don't want to do something but you know you're going to, that justifies it. Kenny's okay with it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, treat
What's
yourself.
one? Do an extra push-up.
You go to the gym tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny.
Kenny.
You work hard all week.
Yeah. All right, Bill Burr's going to be at Caroline's here in New York City.
212-757-4100. Yeah.
I know that number by heart.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight through Sunday.
Place.
I would try to remember Vinny's number if it didn't have ha-ha in it.
Yeah, Vinny's number is repulsive.
It's ridiculous. And we're not even going to tell you what his club is called because he didn't buy advertising this week. So F you, Vinny. Go F yourself.
Yeah.
It's all about Bill Burr at Caroline's, and we'll continue with Bill next. Opie and Anthony. We get very excited when Bill Burr stops by. We miss him. Why'd you have to go to L.A., man? Opie and Anthony.
Because my life was too comfortable.
I know. You had to mess it up.
Yeah.
Some stress.
Everything was great, and I was like, I need to...
Burr's going to be at Caroline's here in New York City starting tomorrow. Tonight.
Yeah, tonight.
We're already at Thursday.
Yes, we
short
are.
week for us. That's why. Okay. It's like a Tuesday for
Thursday
me.
through Sunday night.
There you go. Hey, we were talking about Celebrity Rehab just before we went back on the air. Another great show that we should be talking about on this show. Steven Adler. I had no idea that he was that much of a mess. I mean, I've read the stories like everyone else, but to see him.
He's like my favorite drummer, too, from all those. I wouldn't really call them a metal band, but just from that period.
Yeah, sure.
Like everybody had those huge drum kits. He came out, just had a little 4-piece kit. But yeah, he had like a cocaine-induced stroke. So now he has
that?
He has like
by doing a lot of coke, I guess.
Well, I guess he tried after he got kicked out of Guns N' Roses, he tried to kill himself, which I think totally makes sense.
Yeah,
how do you go from playing giant stadiums sold out to trying to put Road Crew was the band he tried to put back together,
and you got to start over again in like the dives in L.A.
But didn't he get kicked out because of the drugs?
Yeah,
moving your own equipment. Imagine like you had a team of roadies. You could just play and then leave, go to the hotel and just bang broads,
best looking skanks from the 80s.
That's it. All the chicks that wanted backstage that would just kill for backstage. You just pick them. Get on the bus or a limo, back to the hotel, and there you are a few years later, packing your own equipment from some dump bar in L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Into your car.
Yeah.
Just going, what
happened?
What happened?
Just trying to...
You knock over your cymbal stand, you break a cymbal, you don't have a cymbal deal anymore. Now you play with cracked cymbals.
Yeah, there at Sam Ash. Can I get a cymbal? Well, cash out of your pocket.
On Celebrity Rehab, they're saying that he's doing very well with the treatment.
Good.
And now he's saying, I'm going to go back on the road. And Dr. Drew is basically saying if he goes on back on the road, he'll be dead.
Done.
He'll be dead. Another show where they use the people.
I want to hear him play because he's got that speech impediment. And you just sit there like, can he still like coordinate?
Play, yeah.
It looks like it how he moves. He's constantly moving like he's drumming. So
yeah.
But
did you see the one when his mother came on?
Oh,
that was great. Like they're sitting there, like they're saying, until you get over your anger with your mom, you're never gonna get past this.
Oh, he had a mother issue.
She kicked him out when he was 11.
Yeah,
11. Wow. Okay, that's a little early.
She had married some other dude, his stepdad, and he came home from school and his stuff was out on the street because the stepdad was like the classic after-school special stepdad, where he's just like, it's either him or me.
Don't leave me.
Yeah, so
I'll get rid of the kid.
She put his crayons and stuff on the sidewalk. So whatever. So she comes into the rehab. At least that's his version of it, right? So she comes to rehab. And immediately she's crying, and he just goes, the fake tears again.
Okay. So he's not over it.
No.
Yeah, he was actually killing in a really sad way. She goes, Steven, you look great. He goes, you said that when I was on drugs. He had like a one-liner for everything that she had. I'm like, this guy's hilarious. He just wasn't buying anything that she was saying. Then it ends with him flipping over the couch, the classic.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm out of here.
They didn't make up?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know where they're at because they keep playing the same damn episode over and over again. I never know when the new ones are on. But
what was she doing? Was she trying to justify the crap and he wasn't hearing it?
Well,
part of the treatment is to bring in the family members and get them to work out some of their issues. And
she took control of his money and everything when he was like completely out of it.
Yeah.
And now, so now it's like she's trying to get the money back. He's like, she stole millions from me. Doing that stuff. It's brutal.
She seems like one of those mothers that like nothing is good enough. Like he was in Guns N' Roses, and I bet you she could give a crap.
Oh, that was another great one-liner. He goes, "Yeah, that's when she started coming around to the gigs."
Oh, really?
It was awesome. He was
like nothing impressed this woman. It looks like.
Well, she didn't seem to also be able to admit any sort of wrongdoing. She said, basically, she's like, you kicked yourself out with your behavior. It's like, lady.
Dr. Drew, what was I supposed to do?
11
he was
years
disrupting the whole family.
Yeah. It's like, he's 11. He's 11. Send him to his room.
That's not true, Dr. Drew.
Yeah, she was awful.
I pretty much have the voice down. It goes right through you. Yeah.
She was. She's one of those people who gets lost in a relationship. Had no job, and this guy was making money selling his fish tackle or whatever awful business, whatever loser she married. And then
it's a great show, and they're all disasters, and none of them will do well in the real world. Maybe one.
Did you watch in the beginning when Gary Busey was doing he acted like he was there to help people? Could not admit that he was on.
Of Gary Busey.
I am. You know what SICK stands for?
But Gary Busey really thought he was in this to help everybody else out.
Yeah,
and
but
he was in because he has
mess.
a problem too.
No, but you end up feeling bad for him, because they're saying because he not wearing a helmet.
It was that motorcycle accident.
Yeah, he really did some sort of brain damage.
Of course he did. He's a nut.
So you can't hate the guy.
I'm just saying, I don't hate him. I'm just so sick of him showing up on these reality shows. I really am done with reality shows. That's why it's I really don't watch a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
When they come up, I know a lot of people watch them and stuff, but I'm so sick of it. A reality show, if it was real in reality, just let the camera roll. But like you said, they put the music in. They try to tug on your heartstrings. Yeah. It's not reality. They direct these things. They write them. There's a writer. Look at the friggin' credits at the end. There's a writer's credit on a reality show. Let the camera roll. And
no, because if you do it that way, then you literally, to get 5 minutes of TV, you got to go through like 600 hours of footage.
Oh, well.
Which made the real world great because it was real stuff going on.
And it went on for months.
They had to sit around. Now I hear the real world house is like barely a month. It's like 2 months. It used to be 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
Easy. And they would just camp out in the basement waiting for those special moments.
And they were regular, people at the beginning. Now it's a cast like that Laguna Beach show or one of those. Where the sexy guy. They're in the hot tub. And
well, I think they're out of ideas at this point. I saw one last night as I was falling asleep. It was called Secret Millionaire. And
on Fox.
And basically the gist is people who are millionaires hang out with poor people. And I had to shut it up the second one of the rich people was just like, I had no idea people live like this. It was like trading places. Oh, it's the worst PR ever for white people. Like that we're all that out of touch. Like I had no idea. And I just,
never.
And then the whole stereotype too that rich people have no problems.
Oh, Mortimer.
Like nobody's getting molested in a mansion.
Yeah.
Like that only happens in like a crack house. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's by the way, the reality they call it assisted reality.
Yeah,
that's what it's called.
Assisted reality.
Assisted reality.
I can't deal with it. It's the same show. Every show is the same show. There's different ideas, but
I blame the Osbournes. Actually, the Osbournes was such a great show, and then they didn't want to do it anymore. And everyone's like, "Well, we got to find the new Osbournes." And they tried it with the Hogan family and others, and it's like, well, obviously we got to write material because they're not as interesting as the Osbournes. Right?
I think Sharon said there was never a take two. That was what they shot. That was
what it was.
The worst on these reality shows is when something happens, they put on this ominous music and show like someone turning their head and looking at the camera, and they're like, oh, they're all scared, and that turn of the head was just like, I gotta go shopping later. Or something. Like it wasn't. It had nothing to do with that moment. There's these dramatic pauses that never happened. It's like, well, then why did you do it? Bum. And then the person's staring at them, just looking. Right. And
in reality, it was like, why did you do it? Because I felt like it.
Oh, okay, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they make it into this big thing. It's all phony. I can't deal with it.
What about when they have, I like when they clearly only have 12 hours of footage, but they stretch it out over an hour. So that literally, as you're going into commercial, it's like, well, then I don't want to live here anymore. And then when they come back from commercial, they start the whole fight over again. You got to sit there for another 3 minutes just to get to the part where they're like, well, I don't want to live here anymore. It's like, dude, you just showed this.
That's a new thing.
This is a half-hour show, and you're making it an hour.
And you got to recap after a commercial.
Yeah, that's like the stand-up, huh? He knows what I'm talking about. Come on, back me up. Round of applause if you ever ate an apple.
Yeah.
Hey,
right, ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we move on from Celebrity Rehab, that model, is that a hot story?
She is the best-looking junkie I've ever seen.
She was a supermodel. She was on the French cover of Cosmo. I guess that's really important in the business. And she's very famous. You would recognize her pictures from years ago. Dude, she was so down on her luck and so addicted. She was hooking. She was hooking.
No,
wow.
They got to that point?
Yes, she was an escort. That turns me on.
Rock.
And now she's trying to get her life together on the Celebrity Rehab. But she lost it all. And she
brought that up? I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
she did.
Nice.
Get a picture of her.
Jimmy, can you imagine that? You know, you always pray and it looks like the picture, and she actually shows up.
Always
it's actually her.
She looks like the picture. What kind of messes are showing up?
But there was
Do they
something...
look like the picture? When you
I've
go
never hired an escort. I always
Jimmy?
did eye to eye on the street.
Jimmy, do they look like
Here's
the
what happened,
picture?
right? Ant knew that Bill's a decent guy, but he didn't want to make it look like I'm just such a pig, so he had to be diplomatic, and he goes, well, Bill, what do you think? Instead of going,
like the picture, I don't.
Instead of going right to the source.
Let me look around the room. Just random Jimmy.
Yeah, this is how that should have went. Hey, scumbag, when they show up, sometimes they do, a lot of times they don't.
A lot of times they don't?
Yeah, some of the ads, they'll Photoshop a head in that's so obviously not them, because the lighting is different.
Here's the girl.
You know what you should do, Jim? You should actually make a copy of the picture with your printer, and then they show up. Just hold it up to their face, and then just shake your head.
Nah. Go,
that ain't
nah.
it. Beat it.
Look at this girl. She was so down on her luck. She started escorting, and she's on Celebrity Rehab.
Find a hot photo.
They're all hot. What's her name? Amber Smith.
Amber Smith.
Amber Smith, yeah.
Let's see. All right.
That's
not bad. That's not bad, though.
There's way better pictures.
Yeah, no,
than
she's
that.
naturally.
Just go with the face right here to start.
And she had to.
Look at this face, and
this is showing
the body matches
to your Super 8 at 4 in the morning.
Look at the face. Look at this.
You're Super 8.
Right. Look at this. She started.
And she.
The drugs got her to the point she was escorting.
She's actually better looking than that. That's
Why'd she start doing drugs?
I don't even know. I think she was doing it the whole time. Like
she was with her mom. Her mom kind of got her into it.
Her mom. I didn't hear that part.
No. No, I'll tell you what's brutal, though, is if you see what her mom looks like, she looks like Large Marge, and you're like, wow.
Large Marge.
That's what she's going to look like.
In the future.
Yeah, the mom is horrific looking.
In the future. Well, if she keeps doing the drugs, she will keep the weight off.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's bad when the girls stop doing coke and gain a lot of weight. Happened in the 80s to that girl that was she on? That, not TJ Hooker, because that was, what's her name? The other blonde. The other Heather Thomas, was just a coke fiend, and she was nice and skinny and everything, and then she got all fat. Stopped doing coke, she got all fat.
Well, you know what's funny? Like junkies, like hardcore junkies, really are skinny for life. Like Keith Richards, all those rock stars. It's like Iggy Pop. The guy's shredded. He's like 62. He still has abs. Something about doing heroin.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, there you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's she.
Here's a picture of Amber.
But she might have been escorting. A lot of them escort, like porn stars escort. They call it doing privates. But a lot of them make $2,500
I got a corporate gig.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Tagging some guy from Exxon.
Yes. They get a lot of money. So she wasn't escorting like Craigslist escorting. I'm guessing.
Right.
She's probably, she might be getting $3,000 an hour. Like, Playboy girls escorting.
Oh, like a lot of cash. Yeah.
Yeah, like real money.
I'm sure she.
You can basically rub one out from across the room. She's standing. Act like you're on the runway. Yeah. Do that little turn.
Wow. All right. Maybe no more naked pictures because it completely just stopped the show.
Well, it distracts us a little bit.
I understand.
When you see
Google Amber Smith for some
those are some big fish
awesome pictures.
But what you do though when an escort shows up who's not the picture, I've only sent one escort away, And she was. I wanted this blonde girl, and this brunette, kind of heavy, showed up, and she was nice. And I'm
Did the penis bother you, or?
No. She actually didn't have one, which bothered me. I'm like, look, this said blonde, passable, and fully functional. Explanation.
False advertising.
It was a really skinny blonde girl, and I said to the girl on the phone, if the girl in this picture doesn't show up, I'm going to send her back. And she goes, no, it's her. Totally different girl. And the girl showed up, and she was nice. And I go, look, you're not the girl I asked for. You're very pretty, but I had it, and I showed her on the computer. This is the girl they told me was coming. And she was, yeah, they do that sometimes. And I called the lady. I'm like, this is the girl you told me. Why'd you send somebody else? You just lied to me. And she was, we'll put her on the phone. And the girl's like, okay. And she was going to leave. I just gave her $50 for coming because I felt bad for her.
Oh, you were nice about it.
It wasn't the escort's fault. It was a scumbag agency.
I asked for a skinny blonde. You are a fat brunette.
No, I even said she's very pretty, but I'm like, I had a particular thing for this one girl, and that's what you told me. And this, I wasn't a dick about it.
Bastards.
Yeah. I was going to call the police, but I figured...
Yeah, probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
I like how you called up an escort service. You're like, why did you lie to me?
Yeah, most
Sir,
people would just be like,
entire evening is a lie. This girl really doesn't like you.
Go in, throw her a banging, give her money, and then have her leave while you're all disappointed and mad that you gave her money. And then
I just didn't feel like there was enough honesty.
Yeah. Jimmy wants scruples.
I do.
Yeah, we need some,
We want this to be on the up and up.
Honesty in this business. I'm bringing honesty back to prostitution.
What kind of whorehouse are you running?
It's called the bait and
Liar.
switch.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's called the Better Business Bureau.
I did. I filed a complaint. I wanted to dehumanize this one girl, and they sent another girl for me to dehumanize.
You're a jerk.
No, but I was very nice. I've actually taken a few that I didn't want.
Oh, speaking of which, here's something. I actually late at night, I actually ordered something against every
what
principle.
are you doing?
I ordered the Sham Wow.
What's the
You
Sham Wow?
ordered the,
I swear to God.
dude,
What
that's
is that?
the biggest.
You know
I don't
what?
know what that
Dude, when
is.
he takes this face cloth, he sticks it in an aquarium, and all the water goes away, and then he wrings it out over the sink, and the fish are coming out. It was incredible.
Dude,
I'm like, and he's like, you know what he got me? He goes, you'll never have to buy paper towels again. And I'm like, that's good for the environment. I'm getting one of these, right? First of all, I was on the phone for like 3 hours.
yeah, what
If
did you
like to
also
get this-
sign up for CDs and
I couldn't get
George
off. I
Foreman
finally had to hang up. And dude, I came in. Dude, they're possibly worse than paper towels.
Dude, it's called a sham. What did you expect? What a sham. Wow.
This guy,
And wow
it's
is
such
for,
a
wow,
lie.
someone bought this.
I've watched this infomercial.
My favorite part is like, and the Germans make it. Germans always make good stuff. You
Do
know
they?
that?
Yeah, ask a few
Cars,
people in the 30s.
Rockets.
Yeah. I watched this infomercial. Look, he pours soda on this piece of carpet, a lot of it.
Watch for the edit.
Then look, watch the edit. Look, it's dripping through this carpet. Then he takes the Sham Wow and he placed it on top. Now look, there's no soda coming out of the bottom anymore, by the way. He rolls it up. Look how much just came out because it was already full of soda.
Oh, I fell for this hook, line, and sinker.
And now look, he pats it really hard, lifts up the carpet. Look, it's dry.
How did they not catch that? That it's a horrible
Dude,
edit.
it's a horrid edit.
And how come the table's not wet anymore?
Nothing. It soaks
because
it up
it's
like
the
crazy.
Sham Wow. And look at all these white trash losers, and I actually bought this.
They went to like a county fair where the Sham Wow stand was set up and interviewed these fat white trash idiots.
Dude, why would you
who
buy
these
this?
rubes,
What's wrong
if
with
you will.
Bill? Are you lonely
Bill's
out there?
a, Bill's a rube.
I don't know what happened.
Give me your number.
You know
I'll
what's
call
funny
you
is,
at night.
but I continue to use it, and every time I use it, I'm cursing my brains out.
Sir, why don't you come up here? I have this fine elixir for you. Right off the wagon. Your ancestors were in front of the snake oil salesman buying this elixir.
Who's that guy from Green Acres? Genuine.
Mr. Haney. Well, let me tell you, I got the Sham Wow. Oh, Mr. Haney. Mr. Douglas, it'll clean up anything. The Sham Wow.
I've bought some late. I bought that. What did I buy? I bought the that set it and forget it thing, which was great.
Everything is set it and forget it.
Showtime Grill.
Showtime Grill.
Oh,
was
is that
great.
the one where he goes, set it, and the audience goes, and forget it?
Yeah.
Oh, you bought that?
Turn on an oven and just walk away. Yeah, forget about it.
Just forget it.
Forget about it, yeah.
It's gonna. Next thing is the firemen at your house hosing it down. Well, you're not supposed to forget it totally.
Yeah, but this is the thing. That thing was great.
Oh, really? It
it was
worked?
great. Yeah, that thing totally worked. But the ShamWow. But
What happened with the ShamWow?
I might as well be wiping up water with this plastic bag. That's about how good it is. You just move it around, dude. I'm on a hardwood floor and I can't get it all up. And
when did it sink in that? Oh my God, I was ripped off.
The second I got it, and it smells bad, the whole thing. And but I continue to use it because.
Were you so excited when the package came in the mail? Like, oh, my ShamWow is here.
Oh, I was literally expecting. I was going to go stick it in the toilet to do a demonstration.
And see how much it absorbs.
Yeah, check this out. And just wring it out to the top of the toilet.
And you did this to conserve, to not waste paper towels.
Yeah, and what I did was actually, those things are probably not even biodegradable.
Oh, I'm sure.
And this is a great scam, too, because I guess you can return it a month, month in if you don't like
Use
it. But the genius is that 1995, am I really going to go through the problems of repackaging this and
they're banking on
sending it back to Germany?
That's what they're banking on, that you're never going to return something that's so cheap you're just going to take
I might as well use notebook paper.
It's that bad.
It's horrible.
The wow sham.
If you want to save paper towels, just be neater.
Yeah, Bill, what's wrong with you?
Just don't be such a messy.
I have a really bad habit of setting glasses of water down on the floor, and it can literally be 90 feet away from me, and somehow I will forget, and I will. I just kick it across the room.
The other day,
break glasses.
Here's how eco-friendly I am. The other day, reaching into the fridge for a beer, of course, and it falls out of the fridge and smashes on the floor in front of the refrigerator. I calmly grabbed a full roll of paper towels, and by the end, I had a cardboard tube and a giant pile of beer-soaked and glass-embedded paper towels that I just picked up and threw in the garbage, and everything was fine. It was an entire roll, brand new, from the plastic to the cardboard tube, because I don't care.
I know. That's the worst.
I'm not getting a ShamWow.
I don't mind. Like you, at least you're conscious.
Not getting one. You're wearing one on your head.
My ShamWow on my head. Oh, that's good. I should get one. Keep it soaked in water. Water my follicles.
Well, we're not going to do better than that. So let's take a break. Bill Burr is going to be at Caroline starting tonight through Sunday. Bill, they gave you the Sunday too. That's crazy. So how many? 2, 4, 7?
6 shows.
Thursday,
like
wow.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday is 6 right there.
Two Friday, 2 Saturday, right?
And I don't know what Saturday. It's either 2 or 3 Saturday.
So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday to see Bill Burr at Caroline's. 212-757-4100. Opie and Anthony, starring Jim Norton. Opie and Anthony on your radio dial. Hanging with Jim Norton, who's going to D.C. today, I do believe, right, Jimmy?
Yes, I'm in D.C. at the State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia. Ticketmaster has, I don't know if there's tickets left. There might be. Friday night, I got 2 shows. It's my only D.C. appearance. First one since Monster Ray, D.C. area.
And Bill Burr in studio playing Caroline's here in New York City for people that are staying local.
Yeah.
As far as New York goes. And I got to say, congrats on your Bruins having a good year there.
I know. Well, it's early.
Pat's not so good.
They're doing great, though, for what they for the situation they're in.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, it's a successful season. Plus, I
have to admit, I didn't believe in Brett Favre, and Jets are right in it.
What are they, 8-4?
8-4.
Jets aren't going to win anything.
Won 5 out of their last 6. And I'm sitting there when they made that move. Everyone else is running and getting the jerseys. I'm like, ugh, this is a horrible move.
I'm actually, you know what? I mean, I hate the Jets. I don't even hate the Jets. I just hate that Mangini guy.
You don't like Eric
The
Mangini?
rat. That guy built his whole career filming people, and he rats out Bill Belichick.
Yeah, good point.
And that really isn't. I never met the man, and I know no idea what went on behind the scenes.
No, but I think the point you're making...
Just made that up.
You know what? The point should be mentioned that all these guys did what Belichick did.
So that's why it was good for, actually, if there's any sort of good thing about Brady going down, it was just kind of made all that stupid crap go away. Although I was pissed at the Titans when they're going 11-0 and people are barely even talking about it. It's like we were under a microscope the entire year.
Well, the Jets took care of that.
What's that?
The Titans.
Oh, and they took care of the Titans, yeah.
They took care of that little problem.
I didn't want to see Brett Favre have an ugly season, though, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question that's off the subject? What happened with John and Kate? +8.
Are you obsessed with this now?
No, but I realized we didn't talk about that. And Sammykins went and did an interview.
Because we're waiting for you guys to take a little peek. I know it's going to be painful, but you got to take a little peek
I will,
at this Johnny K
absolutely.
+8. It's on all the effing time.
I absolutely will.
I go on YouTube and watch the real clips of her being a total bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, is she the worst?
Well, bring Sam in here.
Do you know the show, Bill?
No, but I heard the whole. I can't imagine if I was expecting a child. You know, like they always hear guys when they're in the delivery room, and they when the baby comes out, they panic because they feel nothing, but then when the second they hold their kid, then all of a sudden
brainwashed.
Yeah, the love comes out. But if she just kept pumping them out, I would feel nothing for all 6 of them, other than an unbelievable amount of stress.
Yes,
I would just be looking at their mouths like
you got to feed all those and clothe them. And I was watching some clip on
put them all in
YouTube.
one crib, hope a couple get smothered. That's brutal.
Yeah, there's a tax deferment.
Who was saying yesterday that they would film different episodes? Was it you, Jimmy? Just to get rid of some of these kids?
Oh, yeah, where you film the episode of them like playing with a running car in the garage.
right.
Like, hey, we're going to have them just play with the car in a closed garage.
Basically, this guy John is in hell, so he comes up with other ideas for future shows.
Skydiving children.
Right.
You know, just put them in a situation where something might happen.
How can you carry? What size are they when 6 come out?
You put photos of cake over all the outlets.
Two-pronged forks for them to eat it with.
She had 8 kids with 2 pregnancies, twins, and then 6.
Wow.
And not only that, she's a bitch. And she's got OCD stuff, like she's
she
a neat
comes off
freak.
as this entitled, so entitled just because she was able to drop so many kids out of that.
I was going to say
distorted mess that used to be your womanhood.
Yeah.
Does she? Is she really just seems like she's a bitch, or is it because I have 8 kids and I haven't
they
adjusted
have footage.
to it yet?
They have footage of them when they were just a happy couple, and man, he should have got a clue way back
Poor
then.
bastard.
Oh, he deserves it.
Why?
Because if someone's just treating you like crap, man or woman, you don't leave them. It's on you at some point.
With 8 kids though, now it's at the point where
but she was if she was being the big C note before he even married her, then
she was kind of being cool, I think, right?
Not really.
She was like before they had kids, didn't they have kind of a lovely relationship?
Yeah, the signs were there.
Were they?
Right, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam loves
Yeah.
this show. Tell us all about it, Sam.
I don't love this show.
No, you do. You secretly do.
My girlfriend loves the show, and we share one bedroom. So it's on all the time.
You live in sin?
Well, it's not sin. It's hell.
like artist
sin.
Gilmore.
It's
ABA afro.
Sam and his ABA afro.
You got to get mutton chops with that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that'll look good.
And a headband.
He can't grow that.
I might be able. I don't know. I never.
He can't grow
Maybe
facial
not.
hair. What's wrong with you?
I shave.
Facial hair thing that could happen.
Yeah.
Try for some sideburns.
Okay, I'll try.
Some mutton chop sideburns.
All right, we're doing sideburns.
All right.
But yeah, the show. I don't think she was ever pleasant. It's not. The kids can't make you that much of a bitch. Like she's that far gone that she could. There's no way she was ever like a nice girl.
Yeah. God, you have that many kids though, and you're a guy. You have so much responsibility and work to do just to raise these kids, and then you have this nag just pecking at you constantly, no matter what you're doing. It's not like this guy is constantly effing off. Mm-hmm. It seems to me like he's trying to
please her.
run a household, kind of support a family and stuff, and she is constantly just pecking at him, nip, nip, nip. Oh,
what's the age difference between the twins and the sex?
Well, Sam would know because he watches the show religiously.
It's not religiously, but the sextuplets are 3. Last I checked.
And sure you say I think, even though we know.
I think the twins are 7.
Yeah,
maybe
7 months.
No, 7 years old.
Twins are 7 years old.
7 years old. Okay.
Yeah, and
4-year break.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay in Huntington, there's a John and Kate spinoff in the works. Yes, John and Kate plus Yates.
Do that yesterday?
I don't know if we did. No,
I said something about go to Houston. I don't think I rhymed it. I should have.
All right, we got some Kate audio here.
Yeah, I went through some of the shows and found some of the best examples of who she is as a person.
Listen to this, Bill.
Right.
It's not bad enough that they have 8 effing kids.
Fix her dress, John.
I
I gotta put this back in the car. Joel, get off my leg. Honey, I gotta go to the car.
I said that. Oh, Lord, me. John, turn around, Leah, and show Daddy your dress. He doesn't even care. I'll fix your dress. He did say fix her dress 4 times.
Let's go this way.
He didn't even hear me still.
All right, fix
I
her
said
dress.
fix her dress.
I think what we're gonna do.
Oh my God! I started shaking.
She had already fixed the dress, and she was just driving home the point that she told him to, and he didn't do it.
He didn't. And then she pawns it off on the kid. Look.
Yeah.
Look. He didn't want to look at your dress.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as a mother, though, if she's got, how many times can she? It's like if she's got to fix the dress one time, if she says, "Could you fix the dress?" Why isn't he helping her out?
Because he's probably doing 20 other goddamn things. This dummy.
Yeah. It's probably
Try
to keep her happy.
just changed his 50th diaper of the day.
A clip I was watching yesterday, just little bow-legged kids in diapers running around. Ugh. I get
Dude,
like a panic attack when I'm listening to that because I almost put myself in that position and what it would feel like. It's such an alien way of life to me. It would be like doing anything that's completely different, like moving to friggin' India.
Yeah.
For me, and looking around.
Is if I owned a farm, is the only way you can have 8 kids if you're like the Waltons.
Yeah,
like
you don't
Kentucky.
care if you lose 1 or 2 to like a well.
Yeah, you have your own well water.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can go deer hunting.
And one falls in the well. You just, we got 8 more.
Or if they get loud, you put Grandpa up on the top floor with a cigarette. Under the walls. House burned.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
I was trying to picture some sort of torture there. Does he drop the ashes down through a hole?
No, he just burned the house down, the doddering old fella.
Hey, the next one, they're going to go on a romantic date?
Oh, yeah, well...
They find time to be romantic, Bill.
Yeah, sometimes,
Sure they do.
Yeah.
maybe on an anniversary or for Valentine's Day, John and Kate decide to get romantic and have somebody come in and take care of their 1,000 kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Louise Woodward.
So we could leave early and go to our luxurious dinner date.
John, are you going to be ready someday? He takes longer to get ready than I do.
Who cares?
John, please help me instead of playing with toys.
By the way, when she says playing with toys, she means going and picking up the kids' toys that are on the floor.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he was playing with them. Then I would have kicked one right into her face. I would have lobbed a Tonka truck right into her face.
He's doing chores, but since they're not this specific chore that she asked for at that moment, he's bad.
Well, it almost sounds like he's doing chores to avoid going out there, though. It's like she's got a romantic night planned, and he is kind of like just taking his time.
So what? It takes him longer than her. Who cares?
Why would you have a romantic night with a woman who's squirted out 8 kids and 2 pregnancies?
Oh, really? What is that going to be? A treat when you get home and get to the fun part?
Yeah.
Oh.
Takes time to tie the board to your ass.
And finally, just one more for today. What do we got, Sam?
Well, which one is it? Is it the last one?
Yeah.
I think this is the one. Mike actually found it on YouTube. What is she? They're getting ready, I think. They're always getting ready.
Kate treats John like a retard? That's what it says here?
Yeah, that's what it is. She's treating him like he's retarded. Like she needs to walk him through everything.
And I have recently, we've collectively decided that I need to be home.
They're wearing their nice shoes.
What did I tell you the other day? When we go away, they wear their...
Nice shoes.
I don't understand
Pouring
why
bloody
you
rain.
ask me. Who cares?
I do. Here you
Why do
complain
you
about how
ask
light
every
your
time we
shoes
go in? Which shoes are they wearing?
Hey, la.
Oh, this is a wonderful day. Maybe I'll be happy to go back.
Hey, Kate, when are you going to pull the stick out? Because it's getting really annoying. I didn't hold my tongue. I just said what was on my mind. Oh. I thought you had...
Oh, what a brave guy.
Yeah.
Finally.
You got to pull the stick out.
Why don't you pull the stick out?
Like she's got a stick up there.
While she's trying to get the kids ready, all of a sudden he's accusing her of being stiff.
Well, apparently there was a problem with the shoes.
Exactly.
What was the problem with the shoes?
He's asking the same dumb questions every time. She's already answered.
He said...
He does sound a little idiot. He sounds like a moron.
He's a dope.
He said,
He's stupid. He hooked up with her.
Are they going to wear the nice shoes? And she goes, well, what did I say? I said, every time we go out, they wear the... And he went, nice shoes.
Why does she have to quiz? You know something, you bitches? Why do you got to quiz? It's like, what shoes are they putting on? Well, didn't I tell you? Just say it.
Right, I obviously
say
don't
what
know.
shoes.
But
don't give me a quiz as to why I should remember what you said. Well, when they go out and it's to a nice event, what did I say? All right, I'm an idiot.
No, honey, I'm sorry. You're not compelling.
Yeah.
I forget everything you say right after you're done saying it.
Exactly. Just say it. What shoes do they wear? Oh, the good shoes. Thank you. No argument, no problem, but it's got to be, oh, now, I told you this a while ago. Now, here comes the quiz. Here comes the quiz.
Well, you get tired of answering the same questions. Like,
oh,
Kate
you're a bitch, too.
No, Kate has said this to him, and he's not. What's he doing? Get the nice shoes.
I got to go with Jim here. The guy does sound like I would be yelling at him after about 5 minutes.
How would you remember anything with 8 monsters running around? This guy, he's not just sitting down for a second.
Yeah, you know what? He has retard sperm. It's a little extra strong. That's why they had 8 kids.
No, they were on fertility drugs.
Yeah,
which
is
is
that what it was?
Brilliant,
Oh, yeah.
great.
Did they
science? There's science for you. There's a reason you're not supposed to have children.
Yeah.
If you're not having kids, you go to the doctor to have a bunch of kids. Now you have more kids than God wanted you to have. God wanted 0. You now have 8 because of modern science.
You're not created their own traffic jam.
Yeah.
In 20 years when they all get cars.
You're not supposed to eat every grape either. You should pick and choose which ones you're going to keep
right.
in there.
There are some rotten ones.
Right.
You leave them in the bowl and throw them away.
That's right.
This is
You
more
don't
than-
eat every cherry.
This is
You
more than
discard a few. You know what I'm saying there, Kate? Jesus. Yes, Jimmy.
This is more than a fertility drug. You would actually strip her clothes off and then drag her by the ankles through manure.
Here's the rest of the retard clip.
Really annoying.
I didn't hold my tongue. I just said what was on my mind. I thought she had a bug up somewhere and...
A bug?
No, sorry, a stick. Somewhere, and I just said it, and...
He's not
I
gonna
regret
say it
saying
again.
now because
he does not talk that way to me.
Oh, God damn. She doesn't understand anything. She doesn't understand what real men are like then. What real honest men are like. You're a bitch. He told you you're being a bitch, and he's not to talk to you like that? Who are you? You're a goddamn water slide. Ugh. You disgusting mess.
This is our latest
How do you
obsession.
feel about it, Anthony?
Oh, I hate this woman.
This is why
I
love
hate
Wayne.
her.
Well, Sam got to talk to Kate from John and Kate Plus 8 yesterday.
Wow.
Yep, I went down and got the exclusive interview with her.
She was in town, literally a half a block from here, and Sam went and...
Because they didn't adopt him.
Yeah.
He looks so adoptable.
How was your time with Kate from John and Kate Plus 8?
Oh, it was great. Really, you could tell the warmth in her heart with the first clip, because I asked her, what do you think has made this obsession take off? Like, the way people are just getting obsessed with it.
Fair enough question.
And, I mean, the warmth in her heart for all the fans and going into detail and stuff is outstanding.
All righty.
We got to take a break, though. We have a quick break we got to take, right?
You want to do it that way?
Yeah. We have to, I think. Just
All right, and the phones are lit, so...
Be hanging here. It's
All
like
right.
a big teaser.
Big
It's like a
tease.
reality show.
Well, we got to go on the phones, too, because aunts still want to have sex without condoms. I
course.
hate this lady's coming in. Get this lady some Christmas
Clean that out
shoes.
like a clogged bathtub drain.
Kate is
Then we
exactly...
pull out all that hair.
my ex. Imagine how she is off camera. Said you're not on BCN. Well, we'll get to that one. John needs to be introduced to someone whatever, and John and Kate is my future.
Oh, good.
Is
Lucky
someone getting
you.
multiple births for Christmas?
Lucky you.
So we'll have Sam's exclusive interview with Kate after the break. Opie and Anthony. Bill Burr, Caroline's, all weekend long. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony show. We got to get out of here and go to the other place in a few minutes. Bill Burr at Caroline's all weekend long. Sam did What's the Haps with Kate from John and Kate Plus 8.
Yeah, I got her.
And before that, though, Wayne has been holding on. I don't want to lose him. Wayne, Franklin Square, he says that this is his future. Wayne, you're going to have multiple births?
Well, I'm Irish family. What's up, boys? How you doing? I'm an Irish family. I married my wife. She's a great person. She is an Irish woman, so she's kind of angry in general. But she's the most beautiful person I know, and I know Anthony's probably getting sick by me saying this.
Yep.
And it's just that marriages. And I don't know, I'm so petrified and I'm scared because I know we want to have kids, and I'm afraid I'm going to kill myself one day because my wife is going to just turn into a bitch. But I think she's not. She'll probably listen and then have to kill me when I get home, even though I don't actually.
So you're going to have You're going to have a kid. You're not going to have 8.
Yeah.
Never
There's a big
It's Irish family. What do you think's going to happen?
Just treat her with respect. Now I just jerk John, ask her if she's got a stick somewhere.
Oh, I hate this woman.
Let's go to Beth in the Bronx. Beth, she's laughing. What's up, Beth?
I just want to call you guys. Opie, congratulations on your wedding.
Oh, thank you.
And Anthony, congratulations on your hair. I just had to say, at least her husband tells her what needs to be told. If my boyfriend didn't tell me when I was being a B, I would hate him for it. And when he's a pain, I tell him he is. That's what a relationship is. If you're not honest, you're going to hate the other person.
Yeah, but constant, just demeaning each other is not...
No, definitely not demeaning. But, I mean, if you're a B, you're a B. And
You can say bitch.
say it like it is.
Yeah, you can say bitch. You just can't say... What, the double?
Yeah, I didn't know what, FCC gets a little upset about, and I love you guys, so I don't want you off the air.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, boys.
All right. What, it's just the amputee?
No. She had fallen. I thought they were showing the falling clip.
Look at these. All women sprinting with one real leg and one fake leg.
One leg. A couple of them aren't that bad.
And see, this is what we were talking about earlier. Look, it's...
If you have to lose a leg or an arm, you got to go with the leg.
We were saying that. They don't have the arm thing figured out. We were saying that exact thing earlier. But if you see these ladies running from the waist up, you couldn't tell that they had a fake leg.
They would kick your ass in a race.
Of course they would.
Kick your ass.
Not if I unhinge that thing, they don't.
Put an electromagnet in the track.
That's right. Yeah. Take care, kangaroo.
All right, we got to get back to Kate. So Sam did What's the Haps with Kate from this Johnny Kate.
You didn't talk to her like that, did you? What's the haps?
Well, yeah, I wanted to relate to her a little bit. I was just trying to be friendly.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
And she's in New York promoting, she's famous for...
Well, yeah, there were people lined up...
Left up country, man.
People lined up around the block to see this chick.
She's a mom. She's a hero.
So we're here with Kate from Johnny Kate Plus 8. Kate, what's the haps?
Who, what?
What's the haps?
I don't know about this lingo, but I'm here actually with P&G, the Brand Saver Live pop-up store. It's here until December 11th.
What do you think it is about John and Kate Plus 8 that's kind of created such a phenomenon?
To be honest, I have no clue. I'm just doing my job. I don't know.
Sam's really good at these interviews. I know exactly. You're setting her up nice.
Yeah.
Some
getting her comfortable, right.
He's just throwing the jab out there.
Sure.
But she wasn't even appreciative of 100 people who had showed up to this corner store. She was
I don't know this lingo.
I don't know. I'm doing my job.
Yeah.
She wasn't smiling. She wasn't friendly.
Reminding me of, who was that figure skater when she was riding with Mickey Mouse going, oh my God, this is so stupid.
Oh, yeah, they had audio of that.
Yeah.
Is that Kerrigan?
Yeah.
That's it. She's riding with Mickey Mouse in some parade. They had her mic'd, and she's just like, oh, this is so stupid.
This is stupid. But it is stupid.
Yeah.
Right, with a big fake mouse, some struggling actor in there, lying to children. She was right.
Some pedo was in there. Oh, Uncle Paul.
So yeah, it's. But I like the fact that she was honest. What's the big phenomenon? I don't know.
Well, Sam.
Kate tells like it is.
Sam asks her about her treatment of John, right?
Well, yeah, and then I kind of started to talk about the reviews of the show, and setting her up that way.
All right, here we go.
What's it been like to go from a private to a public figure?
I struggle with it. I'm thrilled that people are thrilled to see us, but it does make everyday life a little difficult.
How does it make you feel when people criticize you for being overbearing or emasculating John or things like that?
I honestly do not pay attention. I know in my heart I'm doing the best that I can, and we're just parents raising our kids to be
on television.
Productive, loving, wonderful, hardworking individuals.
Oh, she sounds terrible. Wanting to raise her kids. She loves it. Everybody loves when they shows up. This lady's terrific.
She's seething, though.
But yeah, and that's the problem. As soon as that question was asked, that's when her people started rushing me out.
Her people?
That's when.
What, the 8 children? Because she shouldn't have people.
That's when I started getting, all right, we gotta go. We gotta do this thing. She gotta go.
Exploitation, man. Making a living off 8 kids like this.
Is that all any more, Kate?
No, yeah. I got one more.
Here we go.
And finally, was there a point once the kids came along that the relationship changed at all, or has it always been steady? Because there almost seemed to be a point that John almost got defeated.
Really?
Really?
So
wow.
pissed.
I've never heard one word put a point across so...
You're so pissed.
You have to use that as a sound clip. Fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, that one's on the machine.
Really?
Oh, I gotta hear that again. Hold on.
You know how many times
even
her
that
poor
bad.
husband hears that really?
yeah.
When he says
Yeah.
something, she just, really?
You got to give it up. She's not trying to hide any sort of pissed off or ugliness or anything.
She's not sugarcoating her real
She's
personality.
treating you like John.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And she had no kids with her. It was just her by herself alone. But she wasn't relaxed. She wasn't like, it's not the kids. It's her.
Did she look pretty, though? She's a pretty lady.
She actually wasn't bad looking in person.
She is. Smart hairdo?
She had mom jeans on.
No, she had a very smart pantsuit on.
Pantsuit, of course.
And short, gelled, spiked hair.
You know,
Not like spiked, but...
I guarantee they're trying to have another kid just to keep this dumb show going.
Oh.
I guarantee it.
No, because it won't rhyme.
Yeah.
Plus, you can't spell blessings with
Another
a 9.
time plus 9. Does that rhyme?
Rhymes,
John
it
and
ain't funny.
Kate.
Yeah. Here we
Actually,
go.
it doesn't. I missed that.
That's hilarious.
Sam, were you a little nervous with the really?
That's on the show.
Yeah. She stares right through you. When she's got this cold blue stare.
Wow.
She's very intimidating.
I
and
wish
she
she slapped your face.
I thought she was going to.
Oh, God.
That would be
She wants
good.
to raise her kids to be loving people, though. What's wrong with this lady?
Of course.
You know I love you, Sam, but man, a nice slap from Kate would have been
You should have
beautiful for our
commented.
show.
Should have commented on her lasagna belly,
I didn't.
being all stretched out.
That's the thing. I wasn't even like this question wasn't even as bad as I wanted to be, but I had like one question left.
Here we go.
And finally, was there a point once the kids came along that the relationship changed at all, or has it always been steady? Because there almost seemed to be a point that John almost got defeated.
Really? I think that what you're referring to is the fact that life with 8 kids is difficult. It was a surprise. It was not anything we ever had planned. We had to adjust quickly, and we're doing the best that we can.
Yeah, she sounds terrific.
Would you date her, Jimmy?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, she's
Yeah.
a lot of people are intimidated by a strong woman that doesn't take any gunk or bunk. She's doing the best she can.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
Oh, good job, Sam. And then they rushed you out because obviously
yeah.
you were revving up and
Yeah, I
you
was
know,
trying. And the
you just
publicist,
started getting going there.
I always get the publicist to like me in the beginning, and then by the time the interview's over, they won't talk to me
Because you're
anymore.
little and cherubish.
Yeah,
So you could go up and they go, here's a young lad trying to make his way into the broadcast business. And then you come up and you're a sarcastic ass.
Yeah, they think you probably work for like a college radio station.
Yeah.
All right, let the kid have a couple questions.
I think they were nervous because I was like, I'm here with CBS Radio, and they were like, okay, yeah, do you have any credentials? And I was like, no. But, you know, it's right up the street, blah, blah, blah. And they asked me 4 times you sure you don't have, like, any credentials at all or a business card? And I was like, no, not on me, but I'm sure I could. And, okay, all right. And they let me in anyway.
Well, okay, that's not. We got to get Sam some credentials.
Yes.
Yeah, well, sure.
You need
get him a
credentials, Sam.
Just get him a hat with one of those little things that says press.
Yeah.
In the little hat
like
band.
oldie time fedora with the card sticking out. I'm with the press.
Here to get the scoop.
One of those old cameras.
Scoop. He's got to get the scoop.
From Kate.
From stupid Kate. We got to get out of here. Bill Burr, Caroline's all weekend long, starting tonight through Sunday, 212-757-4100. Jimmy,
State Theater in Falls Church, Virginia.
All right.
Friday night, 2 shows. One of them, I believe, is sold out. They might both be. I'm not sure, but go to Ticketmaster.
Nice.
And I will be in D.C. Friday night. And now we're off to Sirius XM.
That's right. And Bill
We're gonna
Burr
be
will be
dirty.
filling in for you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, I'll be
like
in
the
there
old
watching.
days. If we're here. Well, we'll be somewhere. But if this is our last show for regular radio, it's been fun, and we'll pop up again sometime. We just want to say goodbye every day. Because for once, I
Just
want to
in
be able to
case.
say goodbye to the listeners. Ugh. All right, we're out.
That-
All right, we continue with the Opie and Anthony Show. Bill Burr in studio. He's going to be with us tomorrow, too, which is very,
That's
very
right.
cool.
Nice.
Wearing your NFL players hat.
Yeah.
You don't want to commit to anybody?
No, I ended up, doing stand-up and met some guy who works for the union, and he got me some free stuff.
All right. Why not a
Where you get
Pats
all your
hat,
hats?
though? He couldn't get you a Pats hat.
No, he got me some.
All right, you just want to wear
This is just the latest. Well, I always end up wearing them to the gym, and then they get all salty and disgusting. And then, I never have the good hat that I'm wearing. I just whatever hat I'm wearing, I just wear it everywhere.
I actually throw mine in the washing machine.
Oh, you do?
Every so often.
With your do-rags?
You have to. No, not with my do-rag. I don't plan on wearing the do-rag
too much longer.
Much longer, as a matter of fact, tomorrow.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah.
It's left eye.
Left eye there, yeah. I have the stitches coming out tomorrow, so go back to wearing my hat.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Jimmy?
Nothing. Until some hair grows in on the fucking monk spot on the back of my head.
Now, early 90s R&B.
Show Bill the spot.
Never gonna get it,
monk.
never gonna get it.
Show Bill, because
The
we don't
monk.
get to see Bill often.
The monk.
See, he's very
here we
open
go.
about what is
Here we
going
go.
on.
Look at all that.
Wow, it's actually coming in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks
It's
very
all-
natural.
There was nothing there.
That's
There's
crazy.
nothing there.
You know what? That really does
And then over here, this
yeah, look at
they
that.
increased the hairline. a little
They
in the front.
reseated you.
They put there, same thing. But that's very nice. What did you do? Did you come on my back?
Oh, no, it actually does look good.
It's creepy.
It doesn't
how
look
good
like
looks.
plugs. It looks like you just have, you shaved there and it's
Yeah, it
just
looks
come
like
back
it's
in.
growing in from
growing
a
in
shaved
fast,
head
too.
or something.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
Oh,
like.
I left to duct tape that.
I was like gonna
10 hours.
just yank it out of my head.
Yeah.
10
Would come
hours
out
of
all
surgery
all
out
my
the window.
follicles would come out.
You'd be laying there holding your head just like fucking Leonard Lawrence after a fucking blanket party.
My favorite line in all that is, why?
Why? Because you're a fat, stupid lump of shit that doesn't know how to play well with your other soldiers.
I love Cowboy. Just a
Ralphie
bad
May,
dream.
what
I
did he
didn't
do?
say that.
What did
Shut
he
up.
do that you're saying that about Ralphie? We should drug
Jesus.
Anthony and bring him to one of those Asian joints and have it just waxed off.
After all that time and money,
Give him the date rape drug.
that would
just
suck.
take care of our
walk in there
pal.
legless.
Right.
That would really suck.
Bill's a big sports guy, and Danny,
Bill.
I need your help with this. I really don't know what
Danny just got his finger in the door.
Yeah,
I saw the whole thing, and I started laughing.
It's not. It's not like that door weighs 1,000 pounds either. So you should be all right.
Nice chunk of skin came
Yeah, it's
off.
not like a little light pantry door.
It doesn't build up a lot of momentum when you
No,
barely
not
move
at
it.
all.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, literal Jim.
As the air is sucked out of the room and the door starts slamming on your fucking hand.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know what I did. I honestly have no idea how I could have physically have done that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this NHL audio?
Oh yeah, I found this this morning. Basically, just because of the whole the banning of what's his name now? I can't remember.
Sean Avery.
Yeah, Sean
Yes.
Avery for saying sloppy seconds. I mean, it was such a little
break.
nothing thing. And this is just a typical.
Wait, before you jump in, because Bill had a great line in the office. Sean Avery, gets suspended for sloppy seconds, but he doesn't get suspended for trying to end people's careers on the ice.
Trying to blow out people's knees. That's fine. That's fine. 5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes roughing. Give you a boarding call. But you say sloppy seconds. All right, now wait a minute.
Now
This is the
you've gone too
NHL.
far.
This is the NHL here.
There's dignity here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these are two professional athletes, and that there's trash talking in every single sport, and this is just an example of some of the stuff that I'm sure goes down on the ice pretty much every game.
The pussifying of America continues. Now it's hit hockey. Come on. Give me a break.
Yeah, why is, if anybody from the NHL is listening, just accept the fact that you're a rogue sport. You're never going to be as big as baseball.
Yeah, it's not going to be America's sport.
And it's great. That's
Have you
what
gone to a
makes
hockey game lately? They're trying to be fucking family friendly. It's just driving me nuts.
Hockey's back, though, man. It's way better than it was before the strike.
They're starting to allow them to fight a little bit more and stuff, but
are they? Yeah,
a little bit, but
yeah, just don't call anybody
I think
a
it's
name.
great again. I think the NHL is great again, and they're still doing a little bit of that crap where a fight starts and they're real lazy about getting the camera over to it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, you know what? There's kids watching it, and you don't want to encourage that.
Does it look like old Jerry Springer episodes where they only cut to them fighting when they're not fighting?
Yeah,
and then they cut away to
they
the
went
crowd?
through that phase until the ratings took shit.
They're still doing a much better job, but they do it a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that the Dallas Stars are one of the most fun teams to watch, just because they got that. Was it Steve Ott? They got two guys. Yeah,
they got animals.
just starting shit.
Yeah, they
and
just
it's
got
just
animals. They're bringing back the animals. You can tell those guys, they can barely skate. They have one job, get on the ice and beat the shit out of somebody.
Oh, yeah, and
I miss those days.
And the goal scorers are getting annoyed. Like Mike Modano after one of the games was like, if this is the way it's going to be, I got to go get a desk job or something.
Oh, yeah, okay. Shut up.
Claude Lemieux's coming back with the Sharks.
Yeah?
43 years old.
Oh, my God. 43 playing hockey. God, that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about that earlier, like get out of bed.
Can't even go ice skating. Never mind having people like hitting you and having to do something. I mean, just going ice skating.
Oh, you know you're gonna fall down one time, and next day you wake up, you got that red and purple bruise.
Just burst blood vessels that'll never mend right.
Yeah, like 6 months later.
Well, speaking of which, we go back in time and we get some trash talking.
How do we do that?
What year is
this is actually from, I believe this is from like playoffs from like 90-91 season. And it's just, it's two players just going at it. I don't know the history of the clip. I don't know why they were trash talking each other, but this is just an example of stuff that I'm sure goes down almost every NHL game. Meanwhile, people are getting suspended for dumb words that they say.
Well, why were these two trash talking each other?
I don't know.
That's just a playoff. Oh, Jesus. I fell for it.
Because we never listen to the show.
Yeah. Tim in Cleveland, before we play the clip, he's got a good point here about trash talking. Tim?
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Timmy.
I was just wondering why, we got a big deal about this, and nobody seemed to have much of a problem when Shaq asked Kobe how his ass tastes in front of a club.
Oh, yeah. One of the best clips ever. How's my ass taste?
Yeah, that was a biggie.
Yeah, he probably should have been suspended for that one.
Shaq is hilarious.
He really...
My ass taste.
He let him have it.
You know where he's been hanging out? He had an incident recently, too, in Noam's place. Not the Comedy Cellar, but around the corner. I think the Fat Black Pussycat. Noam owns that.
Yeah.
And Shaq has been hanging out there. You know him, yeah. And there was some kind of an incident where some guy tried to piss on him or some shit like that.
What?
What did they do?
That's someone
Why would you do that?
Why would you try to piss on Shaq?
I don't know.
Yeah, punch me. Let's get this over with. I need some money.
Right.
Need some quick cash.
All right, here's the clip from 90-91.
Yep.
You must be killing your fellows. Drop the fucking ice, you faggot.
That's a good one.
It goes on, but we got
The fucking ice, you faggot. That's my gun. For some reason, there was some bust of a big drug bust, and the reporter's holding up a gun that I actually own.
Looks like a suitcase.
Perhaps they were... He's holding up one of the weapons. I own that gun.
That's the FS, right?
It looks like a suitcase for a French horn. How do you shoot that
or
thing?
for like a drill.
Right, sure.
That's hysterical because obviously he's holding it up for some kind of dramatic purpose. Like, and here is one of the weapons that was seized. It's like, I got that.
Yeah.
I own that motherfucker.
It's one of those video game guns, you own.
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
No, those things are great.
All right.
Hey, who is this guy yelling?
I don't know. We don't know
stupid me. I wrote it on the actual disc itself. Yeah.
I think that was Paul Hargis.
Kevin
Stevens and Brian.
Oh, Brian Trottier.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, that was Trotz.
So
I'm glad you said it because I would have said Trottier.
Trottier. That's
What happened to that guy? Remember he had all the street hockey gear? He was making a killing with that
He
stuff.
got old, like they all do.
Or was that Dennis Potvin? One of those Islander guys had it.
Beat your wife, Potvin. Beat your wife, Boy, the chants that you used to hear at...
Not used to. They still
they
do that
still
one.
do that one?
No, the fucking Rangers, they're relentless. He hasn't been on the ice in 20 years.
Yeah.
Celtics fans did that to Jason Kidd when he got busted for domestic violence. Somebody literally made a sign and had like a cross and literally had hung a wife beater from it.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, it was brutal. It was brutal.
What a brilliant thing, though. It's just a T-shirt. What a brilliant...
I'm sure that guy got kicked out of the arena for doing that.
That stuff's
God
great,
forbid
though,
the fans
man.
try to have a little fun.
Yeah.
They banned the Boston Sox shirts at Yankee Stadium and all that shit.
Well, it's just too mean-spirited. Like, I always like the
Bullshit.
chance of, like, go get 'em, Yanks. I'll just... No.
P.U.
I'll just...
Take it. Take it like a man.
I'll just take it.
Can I just point out that all those car CEO executive guys in the back seat of a 4-door sedan is really, really amusing.
I was,
I saw that too.
the obviously the three CEOs for the big three automakers are in Washington. They're trying to get money to bail them out because they're all in the shitter. So they were chastised the other day, at least the General Motors guy, for flying in, using his private jet to fly in, and it's like you're crying poverty, and you're flying in a private jet. So now, like, this isn't some calculated fucking move. They're all driving in hybrid vehicles. Driving.
It's like, why not just take I don't think anybody would fault the CEO if they've got him a first-class ticket on American Airlines. I don't think anybody would
It's a business
fault that.
trip, of course. You fly in a commercial airline.
Yeah.
If you fly in a private jet, you're going to catch shit. But if you fly, a regular airline. But now it's like, look at us. Could you please? It's like when you see a fucking murderer, and it's just a savage fucking animal that they caught, his mugshot and everything. And then in court, they're all clean-shaved, haircut, in a suit. And you're like, this guy's never looked like this.
Right.
Ever.
Do you think the CEOs are fighting in the backseat? Go, he's touching me.
Yeah,
He's
stop
touching
it.
me.
Don't make me turn this around.
Right. No, they're probably arguing over who's the bigger piece of shit that has helped drive a fucking nail into the coffin of this country.
Yes.
I've fucked more people who've dedicated their lives to the company.
Oh, I say you haven't. I'm the bigger scumbag out of all of us.
I should take a bigger pay cut. No, I should.
How come they're getting so much shit and the bankers didn't? That's what I don't understand.
That's an odd thing. I think a lot of
$750 billion. We're going to help you guys out. You know what? We're going to keep it and buy other banks.
I think the government had their hands so far into the banking industry anyway, with the lawmakers and the deregulation, the power that they gave these banks, that wound up turning into the fucking, that they had to do something, or else it was going to get to the point where it's like, oh shit, wait a minute, I'm to blame? So they threw money at the banks. The automakers, though, they, dug their own grave, pumping out fucking SUVs while gas is at $4 a gallon.
But we just gave them $750 billion that they were going to help us with, and then they decided to keep it because stuff changed over like 2 months.
Yeah, so now they're buying other banks with it, and they're using it as just capital, as liquid assets that they
and they're charging me like 3 times the fees.
Yeah.
And I didn't do shit.
This wasn't a bailout. It was like, here's some cash, business as usual, but now you have a lot more money.
Yeah.
It's frightening what has happened. I'm waiting for the big downfall. The other day, I guess yesterday, a Russian battleship and a few other ships went through the Panama Canal for the first time since World War II. And they had a little meeting with Venezuela, another country that just loves us. And it's all adding up to the United States is becoming just nothing.
Vulnerable.
We're becoming this. Soon we'll be a third world nation, relatively soon. But in the meantime, we're just losing any power and any influence we had in the world because we're like a joke now. Europe is all happy and friendly with each other. They got their own fucking money now. Germany seems to be in check for the time being.
No, they're where we're going to be.
They're Euro?
Yeah, they're going to put us all on the Amero. This all goes back to one world bank, one world government. That's what they're going to. They already did it.
Oh, I love this. This is the Illuminati.
No, it isn't, dude.
No, I know.
It's like
they want to have the America where it's like Canada.
I get so much shit for this conspiracy theory stuff. All this shit that's happening, I read about this like a year ago on the internet, which, of course, the internet, man. The internet lies. TV's telling you the truth.
Yeah,
but the internet, that's all lies. Dude, I'm telling you. The only way we would ever get off the dollar is if they so fucking devalued it. And that's exactly what they're doing. NAFTA made no sense. Hey, let's take all the industry from this country and give it to other people and fuck everybody here and stick them in cubicles. And this is like the last thing that they can fuck us on is the big three. These are the guys who made the tanks and the jeeps when we go to war.
Right.
They're going to get rid of this shit. The fucking Somalian pirates can take us over at this point.
We love those stories.
But one global bank, not necessarily one bank, but one monetary unit, one unit as a planet is actually advancement. I mean, it eventually, a planetary unit is actually.
How is that?
Because
that gives a lot of power to someone.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Entity.
I'm talking about beyond that. Eventually, when we're not breaking ourselves down into different
twat lubes.
When you're looking at and Dr. Kaku talks about that. When you're looking at planetary things like colonizing the moon or advancing in space, Earth is going to have to be one group.
Can't happen.
It will, though. Of course it will. To me, like individualism, I know it sounds crazy, is a part of being primitive. as we advance,
they're setting up an aristocracy.
You're
dude.
a commie.
No,
They're not commies.
They're not bringing us together.
I'm not talking about them even. I'm talking about as a group, as we all eventually, it will all work itself out. It's just going to take a long time. But to colonize the moon and to branch out into space, no one's going to say.
He's doing a bit right now.
No, 100%.
Is he actually serious?
No, he's serious.
100% serious.
He's filibustering.
100% serious. Listen, like Dr. Cocker when he talks about
Dr. Cockring.
When he talks about like planetary powers and advancement of a species.
Like we're not ready to wing off and start commerce with Saturn.
Not yet we are, but you have to start. So I'm talking about like going out into space and utilizing stuff like that as opposed to just like
Jim,
our fucking Earth resources.
Banks are nothing more. It's legalized extortion.
I'm not even talking about the I'm not talking about
That's
the banks.
all it is. Dude, 27% interest rate. What point is
They're
it
rapists.
usury?
They're awful. They're rapists. They should be shot. I'm not
You know what
talking
kills
about
me
that.
is the entire world is run by those guys you didn't pick in fucking gym class. Those people who struck out playing kickball.
The Jews.
No, but why you always got to do it? It's blue bloods.
Blue bloods?
Straight across, yeah.
But I'm not talking.
Fellas, all those.
But I'm not talking about them.
On,
I'm not even saying you're wrong. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about.
You're talking about colonizing space.
But it's a reality. It's where we're headed.
MasterCard.
It's where we're headed. It's like when you look beyond as a species, I'm not just talking about the next 100 to 200 years. When you look as a species, people talk about space travel and advanced civilizations. Picture 1,000 years or 2,000 years into our evolution as a species. Are we still going to be broken down into states? And are we going to be like, this is the Earth is one unit?
Do you
as
think
one...
that's a good thing?
Of course it is.
How is that a good thing when certain cultures advance faster and better than other cultures?
It will eventually become a planetary culture.
Oh,
but again, dude,
please.
it might be 5,000 years from now. But eventually that to me is going to happen.
5,000 years. We're talking about
Jim,
maybe
there's an
20 years.
Population problem right now to the point where melting the ice.
That's
on top
what they're
of this
talking
planet.
about. Exactly.
So what they're going to end up doing is there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to get processed. Dude, I swear to God, I was watching this thing on Hitler the other day.
And I watch those all the time.
When they got in control in Parliament or whatever their branch of government was, they passed through this whole pact that basically all of a sudden they could start arresting people without charging them, detaining them. It was the fucking Patriot Act. It's the same thing, dude. Like, I don't know I feel like I'm living in Germany in 1931 right now.
If only.
And we're all sitting here going like...
dare to dream with beer steins in our hands. Just having fun.
You know what the thing is? Anthony thinks he's going to make the cut. He thinks he's making the team.
I would make the team.
You're not making the team.
You're
making a railroad car right next to me. What are your skills? What are your skills when they take the
I'm essential to the war effort.
He's a great shoveler.
When they take it into detention camp, what are you going to say? I talk shit into a microphone for 20 years?
I am very influential. I could be a minister. I could be a minister of propaganda.
I am asking the questions. Do you have any science background?
Yes, of course.
Explain your mustache.
Oh, why? I could be a minister of propaganda. I could spread the word that needs be spread amongst the people, the common people.
The best you can hope for is you're going to be sitting in a trench like it's 1918.
With 50 tear gas being thrown at me.
You're going to be the guy who's going to sing Silent Night on New Year's Eve.
And get one between the eyes an hour before the war ends.
Don't you see how, like, we have this, and again, we're in the minuscule part of what's eventually going to happen. When you look at, I'm not talking about the banking scumbag. On a bigger picture, when you look at like the cosmonauts in the space station, of the Russians and the Americans, and now we're talking about going to Mars, that's all about colonizing fucking moons. And it's not just about overpopulation, it's about certain natural disasters will eventually threaten the Earth.
But do you realize
there's no atmosphere? You can't colonize those places.
Of course. You have to make create a false atmosphere or something.
We call them shake and bake colonies.
We absolutely
sham wow moon.
We absolutely will eventually live on other places.
We're going to end up going to LV 426 and set up a shake and bake colony.
No, we're not. What they're going to do is they're going to fucking eliminate at least
the company manufactures
a
these.
good 3-4 billion people. They're going to be processed, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
There's going to be a gated community and servants.
You think that's it? That kind of class?
We're going back to a feudal system.
Feudal system.
Survival of the species dictates that we have to be able to eventually move from where we are now.
I can't agree with Jimmy. Well, you can kind of talk about what might happen in 5,000 years.
That's what I was talking about.
It's all speculation.
Yes.
The thing is, all of our technology that we have is based on where you're from
and what was necessary for the time. Space travel, the only fucking reason we did that was to show the Soviets, who we hated, that we were better than them. And the reason that they had their program was that if there's no competition in this world, we're not going to all join together for the good of science to do anything. No, we base our whole technology, our whole advancement and evolution is based on hating someone else.
Which beyond that is a need to survive ourselves. It's not just the anger. Beneath that is my hatred of you as a threat to my survival. So it's like when you look at Comet Shoemaker-Levy hitting Jupiter was a major event because it made clouds that were the size of our planet, and the Earth gets battered all the time. The moon has obviously been battered. It's not crazy that something a quarter mile long will hit the planet. That's not out of the realm of speculation. And eventually we'll be able to see that happening. It's a necessary part of survival. And
that would be a godsend compared to fucking walking around with a microchip with all your information on it. And if you fuck with the deal, they turn your chip off and you become homeless. And they're not going to totally turn it off. They'll just turn off all the financial shit.
So then all of a sudden you're saying that you walk around and the chip is your life. It's all your information, your financial information. And then if you fuck with the system, they shut your chip off, and all of a sudden you don't own your house anymore. You have no money, no car, and you're homeless.
You're out. But they won't totally turn your chip off because they're still going to need to know where you are because they can't have a group of chipless people all getting together.
If we mass together as chipless people,
like a Will Smith movie,
then you have power.
And then you all, then you
can't
have that. You'll be completely 100% fucked, and they're going to be able to do it.
I love Phil Ver.
They're going to be able to do it, and everybody's going to say the exact same stupid shit that they said when they started tapping our phones, going, "Well, if you ain't doing nothing wrong, what's the problem?" Because you're taking away your ability to ever rebel against oppressive rulership.
Thank you. That's why I feel strongly about the Second Amendment.
Which is why people like Rosie O'Donnell do not understand the importance of the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms.
Dummy.
Yeah, let's just have the government and bad guys be armed, and the rest of us will be sitting here like fucking idiots. We're already screwed, dude. How do you, like back in the day, you could actually put together a militia and have a good, standoff, a good scrum.
Yep.
Packing. Now, what am I going to do? Some guy in an F-16, and I got my paintball gun.
But the thing is, look at how rebels have done, how well they've done in Afghanistan against the Soviet Union, in Iraq against the United States.
Oh, that's true. That's
they usually just an armed with basic weapons public that is outraged at an army doing shit has done very well. Vietnam is another prime example. We outplayed them as far as equipment goes. Tenfold, even more. And they kicked our ass. Threw us right the fuck out of there.
Dude, when you got the commitment to be like, did you ever see the footage of that one-legged soldier with the AK-47?
Oh, yeah, jumping around and shooting that fucking thing.
If you're going to fight to that level, it's just like, it's just not happening.
I just can't picture Americans being on that level. Like, I always said I can never picture a bunch of American refugees having to go into Mexico and Canada, just streaming in with like when you see refugees, they have their kids hanging on a tit and something, maybe a change of clothes on their head. And we'd be like with our nice rolling suitcases and with useless makeup and shit. I'm
going to tell you, dude.
And horrible stuff. It would
come back quick. That Viking DNA.
You
look
think?
at the history of this country. We all
well, hopefully those people that would need that shit would be gone, just fucking gone. And the people that are a little stronger and can survive off of the fucking land might be that sometimes you need a good purging of these motherfucking assholes to rebuild on.
Have you seen that commercial for the Duracell batteries? Where remember? That's an actual bit from my act where I talk. That they used to, back in the day when they sold batteries, it was some guy in the rain, like, oh, thank God I had batteries in my flashlight. Now they're selling batteries. Some woman can't find her kid in the park. Kevin! Oh my God, Kevin! Then she takes out that little device,
tracking device,
and here comes fucking Kevin running over the hill, and they're like, Duracell batteries. It's like, dude, fuck the batteries. What was that thing she just took out of her pocket? That kid's sneakers weren't glowing. He didn't have an antenna coming out of his head. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, where was the other part of that?
Evidently, it's a band that has the microchip in it, but they never show that part.
No,
dude, they're gradually.
They're making us comfortable.
They're gonna
of the possibility.
They're gonna create a fear.
Start with the commercial.
They're gonna create a fear. that if you don't do this to your kid, you're going to lose your kid. My big conspiracy theory is whatever they're doing to dogs, they're going to be doing to us in 10 years. Dogs right now are microchipped, castrated, sitting in shelters waiting to be rescued. That's going to be us. We're going to be in FEMA camps. Avenge me!
Boys! Avenge me!
You forget that we're evolving, though. You forget that
we are not evolving.
We're not.
Of course we are. Physically,
you need to read about banking and realize what's really going on, dude.
We're not evolving fast enough for how we're fucking ourselves
up. But look at where we were. You want to go Cro-Magnon era to where we are now. You think we just stop evolving? No. We don't stop evolving.
Just physically and mental capability hasn't changed.
Back in the day,
we had the same brain area as a Cro-Magnon as we do now. It was all just filling in what we were ignorant of. The intelligence potential was always there, but we didn't know anything because we hadn't done anything. It took a long time to figure shit out, but after we figured it out, that's just what we do as humans. We're very curious things.
And the physical evolutions take millions of years, though. Like the sharks really haven't evolved, but we are still evolving. I'm telling you, we are. We're getting more connected mentally.
Now we're not evolving, but you know something? It's not at this rapid rate where even in 5,000 years we're going to be any better than we were. Than we are now. We suck. We have hatred in us. We have primal instincts that prevent us from being united as a people.
Like a bunch of
We're
monkeys.
Animals that hate other people
Jim,
because they
just
look
because
different.
You used to have a record player and now you have an iPod.
That is another evolution.
Not evolution.
Not at all.
Now they can listen, and because they can listen to your phone calls now, that is not.
I'm not talking about that. You're
not
misreading
evolution.
me. I'm not saying that.
You're talking about Saturn.
Another fucking finger would be evolution.
We are
a dick growing out of your forehead.
So we didn't
just eat ass while you fuck a girl is evolution.
What do you think we didn't just show up
agree
here
with her? Yes, that does feel good.
We didn't just show up here with 2 legs and 2 arms. We came out of the fucking gunk millions of years ago.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not talking about us evolving.
That's what's eventually going. Why do you think they're living above the earth in a fucking, and I know there's probably some paranoid reason, it is eventually to learn how to adapt to space because we're eventually going to have to move. We're going to have to.
That wasn't the initial idea.
That's eventually, yes.
We're talking about 2 different things here. I'm talking about how a lot of this shit that they used to tell me when I was a kid, that I'm lucky I don't live in Russia because now they can do this, is now they can do it. Now they can pull up in a black van and just arrest you for nothing because they suspect you of terrorism. You never were able to do that shit. You were never able to do that.
Yeah, but you would also...
That's not evolution, dude.
I'm not saying it is evolution. I'm not saying you're taking a conspiracy theory, and what I'm saying
is... The Patriot Act is not a conspiracy theory. It's a document.
But you just said about pulling up and arresting people for no reason, and they're doing it like they used to do in Russia.
No, I'm saying they can. They can legally do that now.
They can't just arrest you without any.
They can.
Without any.
Yes, they can.
I don't believe you. They can just walk in and arrest Anthony. We suspect him of terrorism.
Yes.
No court order.
They can.
And absolutely no grounds for suspicion.
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yes.
I can't buy it.
Can't hold me.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
They can hold you
They can arrest you.
Well, Jose Padilla, they held indefinitely
under the
as an
Patriot
enemy
Act.
combatant.
What would I
do?
All they have to
what would I
brand
have
you,
to have
they
done,
just
though?
have to brand you suspected of terrorist activity.
For what? What did I do? What's proof?
Whatever they fucking can come up with.
They don't have proof.
But
they don't
all, you know something? Everyone down in Guantanamo, I don't think there's some fucking guy that was working at, a Jiffy Lube in Guantanamo
Separate argument.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, but you're making a separate argument from what I was making.
Separate
Dude,
argument.
the Patriot, I wasn't talking about that.
You're right.
Separate
It is
argument.
separate.
I'm just saying that what they're doing to them down there, they can do to you.
But Bill, you're making a separate argument from what I was making. I was talking about something that let's talk over each other.
Doing nothing.
You were talking about 2 different things.
They set
You're
it up
making a separate argument from what I was making. I wasn't making an
argument. The standing
argument.
president can now suspend elections if they want to.
I'm not talking
indefinitely.
I was not talking about the Patriot Act. I'm not talking about, we're going to get arrested. I'm talking about as becoming, like you talk about Europe becoming one, or the U.S. and South America, and all these things eventually happening. Yeah, there's a lot of shitty elements to it, but eventually we are going to become one planetary unit. Like, as far, we are going to.
And
That's
everybody's going to be Puerto Rican.
And the reason for that is for power. It's not to evolve and to have world peace, dude.
I didn't say world peace, but power as a planet where we're eventually going to go out into space and go to other places. That's eventually going to happen.
Neither person can hear what the other person's saying.
But I am here. We're having two different arguments.
I don't know what you're saying.
You're using conspiracy theories.
This is two different arguments.
I know it is.
I'm not using Patriot Act is not conspiracy theory.
But you're acting like
the
any
dog thing.
Americans
I made a little funny there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. It is supposed to be a comedy show, but the Patriot Act is not a conspirity theory.
But Americans are not just being sapped up and thrown in jail by black vans.
You know, Jimmy, one of my things on my to-do list today is to buy your book. Okay? And I'm going to tell you, if we're going to continue to argue like
Which
this,
one? They're both bestsellers.
I'm just joking.
We're not even arguing about it, dude. You don't like the fact that I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about something on a bigger level.
This is a different.
I was trying to have a funny way out of this.
No, there's two different arguments going on here.
I'm saying
two completely different arguments.
I was only when you were saying that we're becoming like you're saying, Europe is one unit. And the U.S. is becoming this.
The United States of North America.
There's not. It's not always. It's not all awful that we become like one group as a planet.
I think
fuck
it
the
is.
bankers. I'm not talking about. I even said I don't.
Fuck the bankers. They just created all this.
What you're doing is. I said I wasn't disagreeing with you, and I said that. I said I'm not even saying you're wrong about that shit. I'm talking about on another part of it. Becoming one group as a planet is not a bad thing. I even said I wasn't disagreeing with you.
I don't think it raises us up. I think it lowers us to everybody else's level. That's what the thing is. America's been its elite nation, and then by watering us down, doesn't make us better.
Every empire falls. Get used to it. The Romans, the fucking Genghis Khan, they ruled a lot longer than we did, and they went down the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone. We are going to go. I don't know why we think we're so different. We're not.
What about the difference in religion, though? How does that play out in your future?
Eventually, if there's ever...
You got the Muslims
here's what happens. You find life on another planet. Like they now just recently photographed for the first time other planets. They're not just the fucking blip of a star going around something. They actually have a photograph of a distant like heat or whatever coming off a planet. Once life is fucking confirmed on other planets, and it becomes a part of what we know to be the truth. The religions will fight it, but eventually religions, to me, religions are a sign of being primitive. They will eventually go away.
Absolutely.
Eventually, in time, over thousands and thousands of years of evolution and of evolution of thinking, they will eventually go away. Just like the fact that when we look at what Zeus and all that shit, that no longer holds water. I'm not saying that the nonsense hasn't changed, but once we find life on other planets and it's confirmed, and more than just a water molecule, once we have the ability to confirm life on other planets, the idea of religion will absolutely change, and a lot of it will be lost.
Did you get this knowledge from Yale?
No.
Come up with,
but I mean, I'm not saying anything crazy either. I think Bill and I are talking about two massively different scales.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about one thing, and then you jumped in with this planetary stuff. And then
I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
No,
Sorry.
I'm not saying that.
Sorry, I was on the show, too. I didn't mean to jump in and wreck things.
I didn't say you couldn't go in, but you completely changed the subject. That's what that's why I didn't understand what you're saying.
I didn't mean to change the whole...
Come to a common ground here.
The common ground was you just made me think of something when you were talking about Europe as a whole.
Right.
Now Europe is this whole thing. And I was saying, I agree with you to a certain point, but I didn't think in the end game that us being one thing is a bad, like there's shitty parts of it, but eventually we are going to wind up that way. So even though there's shitty elements to Europe being a part, using one monetary unit, and there's dangerous aspects to it, I do think that eventually that's where we're headed anyway.
I don't disagree with you, Jimmy, but how long would that take?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't know why
years,
Bill's so irritated that I jumped in with that.
I'm not irritated. I was trying to understand what you were saying, but I was saying we were talking about like whatever. I don't know how to make this to simplify. Say we were talking about Dunkin' Donuts down the street. You started talking about malls of the future,
but not out of nowhere because you made me think of something. All right, well,
I'm not saying you're wrong, Jim. I just didn't get what you were saying. Now I kind of understand what you're saying. I don't even understand how it relates to what we were talking about, but I'm an idiot. So
I'll explain to you how it connects.
Can we
to
go
what
back
you were
to that
saying
guy
with the euro and Europe being one entity as far as money
you went
goes.
into like, well, the Americas are all going to be
North America,
one.
South America,
and then I was saying that individualism in countries, the idea of that is going to go away eventually anyway. That not discounting that the bankers are scumbag and what you're saying, not discounting any of that.
Okay, but my thing about it is, Jim, is us being separate is not like they're not getting rid of that because that's a primitive way of thinking.
I'm not talking about
if I could finish.
Oh, God, sorry.
Okay, The reason why they're doing that is because they want to have one world bank that prints the currency for the entire world at interest, and which basically financially enslaves the entire world. You make a ton of fucking cash. That's why they're doing it. Not to help people, not to end wars, not to make shit better.
I'm not talking about they. Who is they? It's us.
No.
Who is they? I'm talking about as a species. We're people. I don't look at it like there's a magical they.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about like the Federal Reserve. You read about the Federal Reserve, dude. They print the money for this country at interest. You can't get out of debt with that. It's a private corporation. It's not a government. The Federal Reserve is not a. It's not a governmental entity. It's a private corporation that prints the money for this country.
Okay, so I can't disprove what you're saying. You can't prove what you're saying. So maybe you're right about what the Federal Reserve is, but you can't prove where this is going to go.
I can send you to some information that
you're saying that we're all going to be slaves to one world government.
Dude, have you ever done the math on your mortgage?
Kind of, yeah. That's why I pay into the principal.
I have a $350,000 loan. If I take 30 years to pay it, I pay back $766,000.
Yes, that's why I pay into principal. Yes, I have done the math.
I do that too.
How is that fucking... And this is based the brilliance of it.
How is that legal, right?
How is that fucking legal? Because you remember back in the day, you had a couple friends, you got together, you fucking built a log cabin, you had a house raising party. It was over. You didn't have to fucking work at Staples for 30 years. Then by the time you're done, and people are so fucking stupid. At the end of their loan, they're like, oh, I paid $350 for it. Now it's worth $800. No, stupid. You paid $750.
Right.
You had to put a new roof on it. The above ground pool collapsed. That cost you $3,000 to fucking sweep that up. You made $1,000 over 30 years. Now you're 68. What are you going to take up water skiing? It's fucking over. It's over. And then because they print the money, they cause inflation. You can't afford property tax. Then you got to sell it. They move another 30-year-old in. They bend him over for fucking 30 years. That's what they're doing, dude.
Well, you're not going to get an argument out of me about the banks being pieces of shit. I mean, no one's arguing that point. But it's like generation after generation survives. I don't know why you think it's all coming to an end and we're all going to fall into the toilet. We eventually, generation after generation, survive.
I'm saying that these fucks keep taking another slice out of everybody as you keep continuing on, and they're getting richer and we're getting poorer. That's not evolution, Jim. They're creating an aristocracy.
Us going to a global economy is a part of our evolution. It's going to happen. Us going to a global...
For evil purposes, Jim, not to help us.
It's not always for evil purposes. So if we eventually branch out and colonize the moon and colonize one of Jupiter's moons, that's for evil purposes? Like, where does it stop? When does our natural evolution take over or become a part of the theory?
Jim, I know nothing about colonizing other planets.
But it's not as crazy as you think.
Read about
How do you have a war with somebody that you're sharing a monetary thing, like you're sharing the same money?
I'm not saying you won't.
No, I'm just saying that, weapon. Like under Jimmy's thing here of one united Earth with a single denomination of currency, how do you then fight a war? Isn't there a conflict of interest with the bank, with the bank, when you're fighting a war? Like, how do you divvy up the money?
If you look at something like the higher, like, people have money on both sides of wars. I don't know. You do. These are huge fucking questions. But all I know is that, the direction they're going in, man, is that they're trying to get everybody in the world underneath the thumb of that. Have one bank, have everybody in that mortgage ass fucking, and it's just continually going to get worse and worse.
Who are the guys? Who are the fucking aristocracy here?
Who is they?
Who is they? I just want to know who they are.
The Illuminati. Whoever's behind the Federal Reserve, the J.P. Morgans, the Rothschild families. I mean, it's not
Those are old, like they've been around for forever, but they don't even seem to have the influence that they used to have back.
Have you read any stuff? You read that book, The Case Against the Federal Reserve?
No,
I
just
read up on that type of stuff, dude. Believe me,
I just know these old families.
I'm literally 1 inch into this shit, and it makes way more sense than any crap I see on TV. I can't intelligently debate this thing. Like all the way down to who the fuck is running this shit. I don't fucking know. But like when I read stuff like that makes way more sense to me than they don't like us because they don't like freedom. They're just jealous or any of this bullshit that they just throw. None of it. Or a politician who just stands there up. I think it's time to get America back to work. And everybody, yay! It's like, dude, you're not saying anything.
One of the greatest ways they control people is with religion. Once religion goes, and eventually it will go, once that goes, then a tremendous element of our thinking and our psyche as beings changes.
We'll always hate people that are different from us.
I don't know
we
about that.
We always will. Dude,
I don't know about that.
How
Which I
come
think
when
is a
there's a
natural
plane,
state of
it's a
human
natural
beings.
state of humanity. You're
At
absolutely
this
right.
point, yes, you're probably right. At this point, our stupid evolution, you're probably right.
When there's a plane crash in a country or an earthquake or something, the news has to report how many Americans were killed.
Yeah.
Because you care more about them than you do the indigenous people of whatever catastrophe happened. When I see bodies of people in Asia laid out from a typhoon, a hurricane, whatever the hell happens, an earthquake, I don't care as much as I do when I see a natural disaster or a terrorist event that killed Americans and you see American bodies. The news won't show American dead people as often as they'll show foreign dead people. And it's because we don't have the caring for those people as we do for our own people. And it's this concocted thing. We just made up the borders and everything. But there's a caring, there's a unity that we have that is ingrained in us as a people. We don't like different people.
Is it ingrained in us or is it trained? Is it like...
I think it's instinctual. I think it's ingrained in us. It has some kind of a thing that was put in there for protection.
You watch kids play in a sandbox. There's always the alpha male. He's running shit.
Yes.
Kids get jealous.
It's so
kids
primitive.
They steal toys. They fucking hit each other.
The strong one makes the weak one cry and run away.
Just like they used to drag women in, and it's a part of evolving. We are in a weird way talking about the same
That's
thing.
not evolution either, because you still want to grab women and just fuck them in the street.
But
natural.
But you
the
can't.
evolution and stuff. Yeah, it is. It is
I mean,
natural.
you still want to.
It's just you evolve, you change. I'm telling you, it happens. It's just a very fucking slow process. It's we're not all talking.
The alpha male is not going to ever go away unless you did like a Planet of the Apes fucking surgery on the side of
you
people's
cut out
heads.
his brain.
Or unless evolution dictates that you don't need to be an alpha male to survive. Unless we go to a point which it's again, we're talking.
So if women would just start fucking nerds, there would be no reason to be the star of the football team.
Nah, but it all comes down to provide. Like, do women really know? Like, it's a biological thing. It's an evolutionary thing. How they fucking want to get knocked up by a certain age because they got that clock. You know what I mean? It's all internal stuff.
So do you think dogs will ever change and cats and fucking penguins, where they'll all of a sudden start? Well, that was due to
I don't know. Sharks
because
haven't
of our
changed in 60 million years, so maybe we are at the end. But we've changed a lot in X amount of years. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
But we
I don't know where it
really
stops.
haven't. It's
We're
like
losing
Bill
our
said,
pinky toe.
getting a fucking CD player instead of a Victrola is not evolution. It's technological advancement just from us becoming more informed on things through learning, not evolution. Our brains did not get any smarter between the time we were fucking carving arrowheads and now. We just figured more shit out and stored it in our brains that were the same when we were cavemen.
Okay, maybe that's where the rest of the evolution comes from then. Maybe it's not this physical thing. Maybe it's mental or whatever.
But then
it
the
is.
hatred of other people and other nationalities and other races won't go away, and the alpha male thing won't go away. This is something ingrained in humanity that I can't believe in 5,000, 10,000, 50,000 fucking years is ever going to go away.
If Europe can like each other, how can
They don't! They fucking hate each other.
But work together. He was saying that Europe should love.
They're united in the hatred of the United States.
Whatever they're united in, they are united. And we eventually won't look at it like, he's different because he's this or he's different because he's that. Once you look
think
at
the
yourself,
Germans like the French?
Not really.
They fucking hate them as much as they did during the war. But they're united
always.
in
the reason
necessity.
they're united so they can have the same currency, so they can do
they
that
have
fucking
power.
Amway scam. That's why.
Amway scam.
Where do you see us in, like, say, 2,000 years or 3,000 years? What do you see
Different
us being
borders,
the same thing?
same assholes running things.
So what do you think happens when we discover life on another planet?
Jimmy, somebody is always going to want to fuck somebody's hot girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. I understand
it's
that.
Gonna happen.
Do you know there are people that
understand
have an absolute belief that there is a other life, a life on other
Of course
planets
there is.
that still have an unbelievable belief in God and religion and Christianity.
Meaning,
even if they discovered other life, they'd still fucking pray to their God. And
Well, just to have
eventually
us
that
on
would
Europe,
would go away.
You think?
Yes, I do.
Just to have people on Earth is an incredible waste of space for the universe. What is
no
the
shit.
purpose of everything else? Everything has a purpose, right?
Supposedly.
What is that? All that other shit to make us feel how lucky
That's
we
just
are?
us. It gives us this mystery. We need a mystery so we can invent this fake shit that gives us this hope that after you fucking electronic impulses stop pulsing in your body, there's something else. If we knew, if we were in some walled fucking cage that was the universe and we knew everything about it, you'd shoot yourself the second you were born. You go, why the fuck am I working? Why am I doing this? It's hope. That's what fucking human beings are on this world for, is this hope that something is going to get better eventually, whether it's in this life or the next one that we assume there's going to be. Or we would sit around and fuck all day, or smoke pot, or do anything. We wouldn't do anything. It's to keep productive.
The biggest thing that keeps people fighting is the idea of country and the idea of religion. And I would say those are the two biggest things that keep people at each other's throats. Eventually, the idea of those things will go away.
Land, prosperity?
That's part of country to me. As opposed to being one big unit.
You know what? I bet, even when the world becomes one, we'll feel that South America or whatever the fuck they call it is getting treated better than us. There'll always be a reason.
There's always going to be.
There'll always be that 7th grade fucking jealousy thing in between.
Yeah,
people.
we're not digital. We're fucking analog. We can't fucking just distribute evenly anything. There are greedy people. There are people
there are.
And that I can't see ever changing. A whole brand new species has to fucking come out. We can't evolve from what we are. We need a whole new species to crawl out of the fucking muck and go, you guys are so fucking outdated, like the Neanderthals and the Cro-Magnon. We need that to happen. We need our new age Neanderthal to come and treat us like douchebags. Cro-Magnon fucking kicked ass on those big, rigid, eyebrows, stupid motherfucking Neanderthals.
Maybe the next form of fucking of evolution for us then is with computers. Is it that crazy where we are, like, where you start to think of something, you think of an impulse, and the fucking phony finger moves? Maybe that's the next phase of our evolution, is somehow with computers.
That's not evolution, though.
Sure it is.
Some kind of biotechnical thing where we integrate technology into our physiology.
Technological evolution.
That's cool. Or genetic engineering, where that could maybe advance our evolution somehow.
Upright. Like shit like that is evolution, buddy. Yeah. Like I said, going from a record player to an iPod is not evolution. It's technological evolution.
But now, wait a minute.
I could still, dude, somebody from the 1800s, how well read they were back then because they didn't watch TV, could smoke me in a fucking conversation about a lot of stuff.
Dude, you read a letter from, like, the Civil War? My dearest Penelope, as I sit here amongst the bodies of my kin. It's like this elegant fucking letter and shit. And we can't even send a letter anymore. It's all email. It just,
we don't even write.
BRB, LOL.
Right. Semicolon with
it's just happy faces. Look, did you see? My dearest Penelope, I shot a rebel today, LOL.
I saw a guy had a hilarious shirt. It said, "You're retarded," and it was spelled Y-O-U-R. And you know, that's just something you saw on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're retarded.
I think genetic engineering is the way that our own brains, that we are capable of doing whatever we're going to do with, can affect our evolution. If we are able to eradicate certain diseases through genetic engineering, grow limbs, just affect our own bodies through our mind, that's an odd kind of forced evolution, I think. That's the only way it could happen with any speed, I think. But I don't know if you can eradicate that natural hatred we have for things that are different.
But look at the way maybe you can't eradicate certain instincts. Maybe those instincts or those primal things take so long to go away. But look, like Bill said about 1800s, you're right. But how about having an argument with a guy from 15,000 years ago? That guy, but
easy.
You get beat.
He does.
Yeah,
he fucking blasts you in the head with a rock. Yeah, you're like, hey, we were talking.
But look at the differences in the way we are, and the way we look at things now, and the way we look at things then. We already have a global, what do they say, a global phone thing, which is the internet. We already have now a completely global communication network, which we didn't have except through separate phone systems. Look what's happened in the last 100 years.
I don't see that as evolution, though.
Yeah, 3 days without food and water, man. You would. Yeah, it would.
We'd be fucking,
You'd be surprised
2001: A Space Odyssey, looking at a monolith.
Look at New Orleans.
What part of your brain would...
Yes, of course. We have to survive. I mean, we are the creatures that need to eat and
New
drink.
Orleans, 80-year-old diabetics waiting to be rescued on a bridge.
No, in the Superdome where it became the Thunderdome. You know, that's basic evolution. That's exactly what you're saying.
That also proves my point.
Wait, is that Ralphie May?
I was saying, yeah, it's Ralphie May. Hi, I've been here for 30 minutes. How are you doing, everybody?
I don't know.
I actually enjoyed the conversation.
That proves my point of the disdain we have for people that are different, for things that are different, for different cultures, different ways. There is just, and the people that are in charge now are of a certain ilk and will be more sympathetic to that ilk.
Look at how fast we change the way we feel about each other, though. How fast enemies become people we like. How fast cultures...
Based purely on economics. Do you think we liked Japan after World War II? We dropped 2 bombs, they signed some papers, we shake hands, and it was still growing up. I remember growing up going, that's Japanese junk. And, oh, it's made in Japan, it's a piece of shit. And there was still this hatred of Japan, but we needed to rebuild them to keep the economy
for
stable.
survival. So the need to get along with it was based in some kind of
weird... It wasn't for our survival, it was to... Like we would have gotten along just great if they were still fucking scraping people off
we
the
do
street.
like Japan now. It's not like it was before. We do like Japan now.
We do. You're absolutely right. But it was based on economic reasons, not we love human beings.
Self-interest on some level? Okay, fine.
Jim, this country was rich in enough natural resources that we didn't have to go outside this country at all. At all. We had enough food.
Yep.
We have enough factories. We could make everything here. We had everything we needed here. The only reason why we're fucking with these other countries is because a small group of people at the top want to get those people under your thumb. All these.
Well, let me ask you one question. Interrupt you, because if it's only a small group of people at the top, then how come in one hand it's all like we're all animals who will never get along? Like, so why does it have to be a small group at the top controlling us?
It's an animal with too much fucking control.
The alpha male.
It's the same way, dude. You take the average douchebag who's a nice guy, you make him a bouncer, you give him a little bit of power, he instantly becomes a fucking cunt.
When did these things happen? Like, when did this group that controls it all start?
Well, from what
they didn't keep Genghis Khan on top. They didn't keep the Romans on top.
From what Bill said, and I haven't read the book, and Bill was talking about, but this old money, this old aristocracy, these old blue bloods, that's been going on for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
These families. Now, whether they have taken their power base and they're using it a little more clandestine than they used to, because they used to be big names.
Because
they used to own media.
But they understand that becoming famous is one of the stupidest things you can do if you want any sort of
power. So you
power.
think the Rockefellers are still like have their hands in as much shit as they used to?
Absolutely, it's genius. Do you think they just fell off?
Then how come the foreigners own every building in New York City instead of the Rockefellers?
Dude, can I tell you something? Do they own it? Who owns it? The bank owns it, and those guys are all paying fucking interest on it, dude. It all comes back to banks. They fucking own everything. They own all of it.
So country means nothing. The fact that China owns and Japan owns buildings in New York, it's like they don't own it. It's this bank.
But what makes the banks...
They own it? They own it free and clear.
Well, they can rent it out. They could do. No one owns anything. If you want to, go that crazy.
If they have the oil, don't they have the things that kind of make?
Dude, it's not even your money. Like, think of all the money you've made in your life. How much you've actually held in your hand. It's a fucking number on a piece of paper. You put it in a fucking bank, and then through penalties and taxes, they can basically guide where the fuck you're going to put it. That's why I'm in the stock market. I don't know a fucking thing about it. I just sit in a bar. People, hey, it's a good investment. Oh, it's a good investment. I just fucking stick it in there. Now I'm trying to pull it out. They're like, yeah, go ahead and pull it out. Watch how far that dick goes in your fucking ass. We're going to take it no matter what. Just shut your mouth and do what we say. That is the vibe. But that's not evolution, dude. It's an insane amount of fucking power that has made major advancements in the last, close to 30 years.
I'd like to know who the they are, though.
I would love to know who they are.
You're never going to know. You're never going to know. And people who sit there and act like that's fucking weird, dude.
Do they know that? Wait.
Do you know
do they know
who
they're
runs
the they?
CBS? Do you know who
runs?
runs?
Les Moonves.
Do they know they're the they?
Yes, and above him, Sumner Redstone.
Do the they know that they are the they? Or is it just the structure of power that puts them in that position that they don't even know that they are the they? You know what I mean?
I don't know. All I know, dude, I just read I don't know, I read this letter of regret that Woodrow Wilson wrote about being the guy who pushed the Federal Reserve Act. That's from a fucking standing president going, wow, did I just fuck this country up? It's not like conspiracy theory. And then people go, well, how do you know I wrote it? How the fuck do you know you wrote it?
Well,
And
it's just before, the media would have put it on and crucified him for changing his mind on something back in those days. Now they have advisors that would say, don't do that, you're crazy.
I just look at what banks have done and the amount of criticism they're getting versus these douchebag CEOs who I'm not defending from the big three. These guys, look at them.
Yeah, look at them.
They're on fucking TV.
Yeah, they
You know
are.
what
They're right
look
now,
like?
live.
These guys
There they
are
are.
getting hung out to dry. Never happens with bankers. Where are all these fucking idiots? Where are they? Where are these
Weren't the
fucking
guys from Lehman Brothers and Chase Bank, weren't a lot of those guys fucking called out and blasted publicly? I mean, a lot of these guys were fucking...
They're not going to jail. They need to get raped.
I don't disagree with that.
They need to go get
They
raped.
just stole $750 billion fucking dollars from every taxpayer in this country.
Yeah.
They're supposed to use that money to help us out. They fucking kept it. They kept it, and
they bought other companies.
They bought up other fucking banks too.
Yeah.
And nobody's giving them
To
any
get more
shit.
debt,
Nothing's
not out of
fucking
debt.
happened.
But because bankers are scumbags, and they are scumbags, and they do control the money because they know the money better than any of us do, I don't think that's a sign that there's just a couple of little teeny people at the top doing all of it. If human nature is greedy, and we're always going to hate each other, well, then it's going to pockets of this are going to pop up all over the place. I don't believe that.
That's what
I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go along with that. But I also, people who don't believe in secret societies or conspiracy theory, I don't understand that on any fucking level. It's like you can't, any sort of major, this country came about through a conspiracy. The Revolutionary War didn't just spontaneously, everybody's drinking beer and then you just started putting...
Yeah, but it isn't this odd thing going, wow, these people were being persecuted and they decided to rebel? You're crazy. It's not, that wasn't a crazy idea of rebelling against a country
what
that
I'm saying
was
is,
oppressing you.
but you don't just have a revolution. You have
No,
to
you have to get
conspire.
into a room and start talking to people. Yeah, that's
Yes.
conspiring, but that's different
You
from
don't think that England
conspiracy has gotten a different...
how do you think England? See, you live here, and it worked good for you. So you look at that was a revolution. England did not look at that as a revolution. They looked at it as this is a group of evil
Insurgents.
terrorists,
Yeah.
conspiracy fucking people. So, yeah,
But
it's
it's
the same thing. Ralphie May at Gotham Comedy
But no
Club,
one
by the
is
way.
saying But the fact is that there was a conspiracy there, and there are conspiracies. But it seems like if you mention a conspiracy theory, like you were saying with the Patriot Act, it makes it look like anybody who is for the government having certain amounts of power with the Patriot Act are deluded idiots who are happy to give up our civil liberties. And it's like you don't look at it like there's any balance. It's like the reality was I watched what happened on 9/11. We all watched. So what's the solution to it? Don't let
Listening
the
to my
government
phone calls.
No. But no one's saying that. But what is the okay? So say don't listen to your phone calls. What do you do when you have a potential for a dirty bomb or the potential with suitcase
Jim,
nukes?
Dude, do you think that they weren't doing it anyways? You think that they weren't?
No, I don't, because I think the bottom line is you're giving them too much credit. I don't think the FBI and the CIA were passing information.
No.
I really don't. I think that these dumb motherfuckers were so proprietarial with their territory and them getting credit that they're like every other human nature thing. They were thinking selfishly.
Well,
they
then
weren't communicating.
I can't wrap my head around the fact that someone who works in the Pentagon is as fucking stupid and as lazy as I am.
It's frightening to think that, Bill, but it's the truth.
With every job I've
What are you
gotten,
basing that on?
I've been
what are you basing
amazed.
that on? You've never been to the Pentagon. You haven't worked with. Oh
No,
my
but
God,
Bill-
that guy down in the Air Force.
Bill, I'll
human
tell you
beings
what.
are human beings. Not that much different.
Any job I've ever had growing up.
Dude, I
They're
fucking.
not. The
No,
people.
Dude,
They're
you ever
all
go
the
to
same.
a McDonald's and you look at somebody, you're like, you know what, dude? You fucking deserve to work here because you're an unmotivated, stupid. You're a fucking idiot.
The guys
Those
at the
people-
top of radio
those people
companies
are
just
in the
as
Pentagon.
dumb as the guy that was running a fucking blacktop business
Absolutely.
that I was toiling my ass over growing up.
Absolutely.
And you think it's going to be different, but you get there and you go, oh my God,
So
this
there's
is the same asshole.
There's no morons. We're all morons.
We're all fucking morons.
Really?
You're right.
You never meet anybody and just be like, wow, this guy is a fucking...
There's a couple
smarter people, but they're not that detached from humanity.
Right.
Like when I hear...
Like you said, cut the food off, and that smart guy, he'll probably win because he's a little smarter at making some shit. But I'll tell you one thing, he'll be just as animalistic
You know
to keep
what?
himself alive.
I quit. You guys...
But we're not even...
No, I'm not. I'll give you shit. I'm just thinking more listeners. Do they really want to listen to this fucking...
The phones are fucking packed.
They probably... when you look at, when I hear, 9/11 conspiracies, the military was told to stand down. Let's break that down. What guys... I know a lot of military guys. What military guys were... Look, there's some hijacked planes being flown into the buildings. Don't get up. Don't fly your planes up. Okay, sir. You couldn't keep Abu Ghraib a secret in this fucking day and age with the internet and with stuff. Where information is passed.
Jim, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about 9/11.
No. I'm only using. I know you're not.
That was an unclipped cock.
I'm only using that as an example. But I'm just using that as a conspiracy example.
Okay.
Of the way people think that the they can be so completely detached from the humanity that we deal with.
Right.
Well, you know what? I gotta tell you, dude. I hope I'm wrong about all this shit.
You're probably not totally wrong.
Went to the wrong fucking YouTube fucking video. I really hope that. You think I want to be right about this shit, dude? I have panic attacks watching this shit. I gotta stop. I have to literally stop watching this shit.
I'd love some anarchy.
Don't watch the news.
Dude, give me some fucking anarchy, please. I'd love it. I'd love it. Crush the whole fucking financial industry. Good. Come crumbling down. So where there's lines of Americans looking to Canada for soup.
And you don't feel like you're going to be in that line?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I would absolutely not.
He's got new hair.
I got new hair.
Yeah.
Fuck
Do you
him.
know how to farm? Can you grow soup? Or whatever the fuck you do with
I've survived in shit.
40 acres of soup.
I've hunted for myself. I've skinned and cooked animals. I've fucking got my own water.
Then you're right.
I've lived in the Mojave Desert, not for years, but
Me too.
for
I did
a long
shrooms.
time,
for a long weekend,
for an extra long vacation weekend. But it's just one of those things where I learned survival.
But he's right though. This is the type of shit that dude, I'm fucking useless.
I don't need
tell
Walmart.
jokes.
I don't need fucking to go and buy some shit at the store, or else I'm not going to be able. I'm starving. What do I do? I'm not some fucking piece of shit.
I go to Whole Foods.
Hold on.
Housewife or jerk off guy. That's
so where are you going to go hunting on Long Island?
Thank you. What's your first move if there's anarchy? Now you have to leave the studio. Where are you going to go?
First move is to get the fuck away from the multitudes of people.
Okay,
that would be it.
So
you'd have to go to places where they can't survive.
On the highway because that's not going to be crowded.
It all sounds well and good, but where are you finding food on Long Island?
Fuck Long Island. Don't go near a city.
But you don't have your car,
dude.
Everything stops like at 11 o'clock.
How does everything stop? You don't think you could grab a fucking bike and fucking just get the fuck away from people?
So you would hit the mountains.
63 years old.
I would go somewhere where there's no. Fuck the 63-year-old. He's fucked.
I'm saying you.
Me?
63.
If I'm 63, then I'm fucked. I'm sitting in my window with a shotgun shooting people. Then what do you want from me?
All right, let's play this out. So
the ultimate prey.
You jump in your car and you head Where? Mountains? How are you staying warm?
Wherever you'd have to, you'd have to be on the fly. You'd have to see where the people are going, where they're not going, where you can.
How are you getting
hunt.
off Long Island if everyone else knows that? Fuck, I got to get out of here.
Fuck it, grab a boat. Get the fuck out of here.
What if other people grab
Other
boats?
people, not everyone is. You know why? Because everyone's weak and stupid and waiting for someone to help them. People don't help themselves like those fucking douchebags in New Orleans. Fuck them all. Help yourself. Help your fucking self. Get the fuck out of there. You waited and died and sat in your own shit waiting to be helped. Fuck you. Help your fucking self. They're weak. They're motherfucking weak people. That's
had no
why.
money.
No,
fuck them in their money. Walk over a fucking bridge and get the fuck out of town.
No,
get out of Dodge. Fuck them.
No, this is what happens. It was literally like, every time we're up here, every time it's going to snow, they tell you, this is the big one, man.
Yeah.
There's going to be 20. This happens to them anytime there's a fucking hurricane. And this
The
is the
sheep
time.
all went to the
This is
fucking
time.
slaughterhouse is what happened.
This is the time.
Fuck them.
This is the time it actually happened. Yeah, and when you have fucking people with guns on the other side of the bridge, not letting you go across.
They weren't.
Huh?
There weren't people with
Yes,
guns
there
on the other
were.
side of the
Yeah,
bridge
there
not
were.
letting
Yes,
them go
there were.
across. What? National Guard people?
No, civilians.
Civilians.
Yeah, and they would block off whole neighborhoods with militia.
Then grab your own fucking guns and shoot them. It's called fucking survival.
Anarchy. It's called
It's called anarchy.
It's called murder.
If someone's keeping you from surviving with a weapon,
But he is making a point here.
you then have to fucking survive. That's why I'm talking. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
But
when there's a breakdown of
but
society,
it's white people versus black people.
you're going to sit there. No,
doesn't
fuck
believe-
race. Fuck race.
That's
I'm not
what it was,
No,
though.
fuck that. No,
Anthony
I'm
doesn't
not
believe-
talking
That's
race.
the truth. You can say fuck it all you want
Fuck
to.
it. I'm not
The
talking
Ninth
race.
Ward
Okay,
while
so you're
being
telling
poor
me the
is
black
also
people.
black.
So what you're saying?
not what he's
What you're
arguing.
saying is
That's
black
not what he's
people
arguing.
were too stupid to leave.
No, you're saying that.
You're saying race, motherfucker.
No,
you're
listen,
saying race.
Listen,
Ooh,
I'm
that's a
saying that they were
coming
too
out in you.
poor.
I know.
They were
You're
too
saying
poor
race,
to get
motherfucker.
transportation to leave. On an off chance, if it costs $500 to go visit relatives in,
And why does it cost $500 to get your ass from point A to point B?
if you don't have a car, how are you gonna get
Leave.
there?
Fucking leave.
How? You don't have a car. How? You just start walking? Where do you
Improvise
go?
and fucking
How do you
leave.
outrun a hurricane that's 150
Leave.
miles wide?
Leave.
How?
You don't see the fucking weather map that it's coming?
How?
Walk the fuck out.
150 miles and 3 days. Or 2 days.
150 miles. The hurricane didn't go 150 miles inland. It did not go 150 miles inland with that much wind. It was in fucking New Orleans. Those people stayed there waiting for help. Help me. Fuck you, I'm helping myself.
Where do you go? Where do you go?
Do you think that thing went 150 miles inland with wind speeds of 150 miles an hour?
Yes.
The second it hit New Orleans, it started getting weak.
Of course it did.
Anthony.
You think 200 miles inland, it was the same damage as New Orleans?
Look at Monroe.
Bullshit.
No,
bullshit.
That's right on that one, Ralphie.
It was hurricane strength winds were up to 150 miles inland.
No fucking way.
Let me ask you a question,
too.
No
fucking way.
You think New Orleans is on the Gulf? It's not on the Gulf.
That disaster where all the people died was right on the fucking coast and right up the river. It had nothing to do with anything inland.
I want to ask you a question.
All right, Bill Burr.
All
right, Bill Burr. We give the mic to Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. If you're broke, you're living in New Orleans, they're always telling you the big one's coming. You have nowhere to go. You don't have any fucking money.
Right,
okay?
none, zero.
You're gonna roll the dice. This is probably bullshit again.
I lose my house.
Even if you go to leave, dude, if you got $3 in your pocket, where the fuck are you gonna go?
Oh, hell, now I agree with Bill.
Then why the
walk down this way? There's no
all
place.
right.
Look,
Bill's got me
understand
back.
what you're saying.
Then it's your
saying.
fucking problem that you have $3 in your fucking pocket.
And you know what the thing about Anthony right now is a lot of people probably listening thinking that he's sounding like this insensitive fucking person. But what he's doing is he has the mindset that you do need to survive where you put it on yourself. A lot of those people, the problem was they had belief that the system was going to help them, and like insurance
Where's
companies?
my water? We're fucking dying over here because we have no water. There's water everywhere. Pick up a fucking pot that's washed up somewhere. Fucking build a fire, put the water over it, and drink it after it's boiled, and you're fucking fine. But those fucking cunts sat there waiting for pallets of drinking water.
It's got
Fuck
oil.
You can purify fucking water
if
with
you have
fire.
a purification process.
With fire and
No, you
gauze.
can't.
With fire and fucking gauze and a
he knows.
bed
He knows
sheet.
how to survive,
a fucking
Ralphie.
bed sheet and a pot, and you're drinking fucking clean water. Bullshit. They waited
can't
there.
take the oil
they
out.
waited there
You
like
can't
the
take the
sheep in
chemicals
this
out.
country. Yes, you can.
No, the molecules are too small.
Bullshit.
Look it up. What are you talking about?
I'll
You're gonna
purify
take some
any
sewer
fucking water.
from fucking
You
New
can
York sewer water.
Shit in
boil
water
it,
and I'll fucking
Bill
purify
Burr,
it.
let's do it right now.
I will
Get
say
somebody
though,
Caroline's
Comedy Club,
one thing I will say is
crossroads of the world.
Yeah.
you do to a certain degree, like even though there were people that
The
could have left
Anarchy
New
tour.
Orleans and could have left. I agree with that.
yeah.
But it's also like you don't expect certain things, which maybe in hindsight is ignorant. But it's like when you go to the Superdome for a football game, you honestly don't expect to see like everyone you live with in the city there and people dying on the 50-yard line. It's just like maybe
you
it's
don't.
naive. But you don't expect certain things.
So they
and the government did fuck up. They didn't. FEMA was terrible.
fucked
And Megan
up
was terrible.
Just like the government fucks up. They fucked up. But you know who fucked up? The people that didn't take care of themselves. Are you going to sit there
I have to
and
agree with Anthony on
die?
that.
You're just going to fucking die and go, oh, well, the government fucked up, so I'm going to die. Or use every fucking instinct, every will you have to live to do something to get yourself out of the fucked
But
situation
the other side,
you're in.
though, what if you're fucking 80 and you already can't walk?
Fuck you, then you're dead. I'm sorry.
But that's
it happens. Those people aren't going to fucking live through some kind of downfall of society, through some kind of breakdown of this country. They're not. They're not fucking living.
But in fairness,
they're dead.
I actually understand
babies
what you're
and old
saying.
people
I understand
dead.
They do take care of the. They do take care of the fires in California a little bit differently. The way they rush aid to a lot of other places a little bit differently, and they rushed aid to other places differently than they did it there. They fucked up. They didn't do it right.
You just sounded like De Niro in The Untouchables. I want him dead.
I want to stand
Dead.
They take care of fires in California differently.
Yes. Meaning that the
go for-
urgency of their response
For
and
rich people.
the being coordinated
For
with
rich
their
people, their
response.
houses burn down too.
Of course they
and
do.
then if they're insured,
But they're more
they
important.
get paid for
It
it.
was embarrassing the way they handled New Orleans, man. It really was. Like, as
I'm not
citizens-
saying the government didn't fuck up. I'm
Terribly.
just saying you can't wait for someone to help you in a life and death situation.
He's right. I think he's right.
The fuck are you waiting around for? Sitting there starving and not having water. When there's water everywhere, if you had any inkling of survival skills, you can purify fucking water
Hey, Anthony,
with household items.
Can you teach me how to start a fire without a match? That was one of my New Year's
I
resolutions.
tried doing that once in the rain. I was freezing cold all night. I can't fucking start a fire. I can't start a good fire in my fireplace.
You got stuck in the woods and you didn't do too well.
I fucking lived.
A few years ago, you got stuck in the woods. You weren't eating.
I was
you
lost
weren't
in the
keeping
woods.
yourself warm.
Let me tell you something.
You did get some drinking water, I remember.
I was lost in the woods. And
he's a fucking armchair survivalist.
That's what I'm thinking
He
too.
really
We found
is.
shelter.
He
That's what I'm
just
thinking.
bought all this shit.
That's
He's
what
got
I'm
all the
thinking.
Go fuck yourselves. We fucking found shelter in the
He can't even
woods.
start a hot fire without a fucking match. And he's yelling at people in New
Found
Orleans.
shelter in the fucking woods.
Did you eat?
Found water.
Did you eat?
No, only a day had gone by.
What if 2 or 3 days were going to go by?
Then I would have had to figure out somehow
What were we going to do?
what I was going to eat.
What were we going to do? You got the water.
I know how to make a fucking snare. I'd snare a rabbit.
What if it was 25 degrees cold? Say it was like -5.
I wouldn't have been out there in the first
But
place.
let's say you thought you knew where the car was. Let's say you did.
No, I would never have fucking gone
He's
out.
Joe the plumber.
In
That's
there.
right. You're
Oh, Jesus
Joe the
Christ.
plumber.
I'm Joe the survivalist.
Hey, wait, but Ralph, you said you know how to start a fire.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
There's a lot of ways you can
Zippo.
No, you can use
Kerosene.
friction. You can flint and steel. You can take.
Hey, if I
there's
come
a lot
down
of
to
places.
Gotham after my shows at Caroline, there you go. There's a nice guy.
I like that.
Can you show me in the green room?
located.
Ralphie, you do realize if there's anarchy, you're fucked, right?
No, actually, I think I'm a
survivor.
survivor. I think I'm a survivor.
Everyone
That'd be
thinks
one
they
hell of a
are.
marble
No,
stab.
Everyone thinks they
be,
are.
You would be in a week with in 3
We
days
put
without
you on a spin in 2 seconds.
in a week without food. You would be weak.
I'd have
Someone would
you-
put an
you would-
apple in your mouth within the first fucking 20 minutes.
You're
He'd be in a
crazy.
big,
You're
he'd be in a
crazy.
big steel pot.
I
with
am
people
genetically
dancing around
superior
it.
to you all in
You
the
was-
bit of chaos.
Those potatoes
In the
and
bit of
carrots
chaos,
floating around.
I am the only survivor in this whole
Ralphie
room.
would so be the
you,
first to go.
You so skinny bastards would be weak.
Fucking Bill Burr said it.
Trust me.
When you say what a hell of a marble.
What the hell of a marbled steak he'd make?
Oh, you son of a bitch. First of all, I am genetically the only one who would survive. And if this was 100 years ago, I'd probably be the only one here alive.
We would just slice pieces off you.
Oh, God damn.
Little my titties.
He'd be a big piece of shawarma.
That's funny. I like the
You would
shawarma.
so be the first to go.
I love shawarma.
Holy
I think y'all
shit.
are completely wrong. I'd be the
Well,
only one to survive.
We
No,
would
but
be
I think
picking your-
that the
we would be
fact-
picking our teeth with your bones.
No, but the fact that Ralphie, I used to make fun of the Boy Scouts. I thought they were gay. Their little
Yeah.
uniforms and
Who?
shit.
Yeah,
The
the
Boy
Boy
Scouts
Scouts.
and the Weebelows and all
Boy
that
Scouts.
crap.
Yeah.
Suck.
Yeah, I saw my older brother. He became a Cub Scout and got the fucking, not even the shit kicked out of him. Just the vibe was there at the bus stop. Like he just immediately became that little baby fawn that walked away from the herd.
yeah, right.
And I was just like, I'm not doing that shit. Who knew?
So anyway, we got 2 hockey players calling each
Oh,
other fat.
shit. Is that where we started this?
Wow. That was an hour and a half
Jesus
ago, wasn't it?
Christ.
Ralphie, where are you going to be? Gotham?
I'm at Gotham Comedy Club.
Yeah. All right. And Bill's at Caroline's, and Jimmy's going
I'll
to be
be
in D.C.
performing.
tomorrow.
There's a new club. It's on a colonized moon.
Yeah.
I'll be performing there. It's,
The Lunar Funny Bone, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring your
saved a-
singular money denomination to pay for his book.
We could have saved a lot of time. Bill was talking about like the next 100 years. You were talking about thousands
You
of
were
years
long
in the
term.
future, and
That's
that's where the problem
Yeah.
arose. Where there were 2 different things.
And I'm
going on
talking
here,
about
Jimmy.
next week.
they weren't to me completely separate arguments. They weren't, even though mine was. He can't really technically prove his, although his is much more tangible.
Oh boy, I
thing.
was going for a summary, and
No,
I
but
fucked
I
up.
am. I'm saying it.
You stirred the shit up.
Hey, no, you got
stirred up the silt.
do it like the end of the political debates.
Oh,
where
I was going for
everybody
some
has a minute.
acknowledgments, not another chapter.
No, I'm
Fuck.
saying
Closing statements.
The closing statement, Senator.
Bill's is more tangible because it's something we can kind of see and touch, and mine is more like, well, this is what I think's gonna happen.
more.
I understand that.
You're
think
more
we-
Dr. Kaku.
And I
Yeah,
think we actually.
I believe that very strongly.
I think we hate less. I really do.
Evolution throughout the
I really
you
do.
understand. It
If
is an
you read
evolution
about-
mentally.
If you read about old New York, where like the neighborhood, the Irish, the Italian, you don't see that kind of hate as much anymore.
It's peace. It's political correctness.
But you don't really see it. Like their neighborhoods would beat the
laws.
shit out of each other.
No, it's been on-
laws. It's lack of corruption that
No,
used to be
you know
there.
what it
It's-
is? No, because back in the day, if they were Italian, they were 100% Italian. You were
Yep.
100% Irish.
Right.
Now it's
So
all
again,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of everybody mixed together.
It's getting a little more.
Mongrel.
It's getting a little more confusing. But but
Puerto Rican.
I mean, I like history of New York City, and man, one block would fight the next block.
Yeah.
It was the Italians and the Irish and the Polacks and this and
How
that.
brutal were those fights?
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God! You watch that movie, right? With 5 Points, where they're down there.
Yeah.
Which one is that? New York, Gangs of New York.
Oh, right.
And they just go with hatchets. Like the butcher, the butcher would just come out with his hatchet that he used at his butcher shop and just start hacking apart some carpenter that's at you with a hammer.
It's bad enough like that happens to you than just where medicine was at that point.
Yeah, they didn't know how to do shit.
Medicine was basically, let's stick something that he can bite down on in his teeth as we remove this appendage.
Hacksaw this off, this problem.
Yeah.
You know,
Keep your note to yourself. We'll be right
I know.
back.
Yeah.
Wait.
No.
Sitting there, rock and roll. Opie and Anthony. Bill Burr, Ralphie May, Jim Norton. And guys on the ice calling each other a faggot. That's where it began. Are you still talking about your hair restoration?
No, I was asking what
you
the-
fake survivalist.
He was talking about, hey.
I want to see you do one stupid thing.
Let's stick Anthony in the
can do
woods for a
something.
weekend.
I'm not even
See how he
that.
looks on
Start
Monday.
a fire. Fucking drink some shit water. Because you know it's safe after what you do to it.
I can, you know something, the
Have himself
water.
film himself like the Blair Witch.
You know how important it is, to be able to get water. Water is the fucking thing. Not at all. All right.
Let's tie him up and throw him in the Pine Barrens.
Let's give
see if he can survive.
Can he survive
a
an
few
hour
days.
above 110th Street?
No, that's a whole different story. I'd need a few items from home.
Racism's fun.
Jeez.
So, are you going to do something for us? Show us something. You talk a good game.
Yeah.
Filter some water or
I'd have to
something.
leave, and go in search of a few things.
I bet he can't even pitch a tent.
No shit.
Sure he can. Just show him somebody at the age of 15.
Yeah, well. There are a couple of ways of getting water from
I don't
your
wanna listen
surroundings.
anymore. I want to see.
Yeah.
We want to see.
Enough talk. We want action.
We want action. Because I forgot that you went on a little hiking trip. You got lost in the woods. You weren't even that far from your car.
I was
you got
too.
lost in the woods?
We went on a hiking
years
trip,
ago.
me and my chick.
Wow.
And she said,
You're
"Oh,
adorable.
we go down this way." And I said, "No, we came up this way." And she goes, "No, this is another trail." that
You
goes
listen
the
to
same
her.
way."
Why are we listening to her?
He's blaming the crowd.
Yeah.
Blaming the crowd.
Maybe that's what happened to those guys in New Orleans. They listen to the woman. No, it'll pass. It'll pass. We don't need to go anywhere.
Look, we weren't.
Are you sure?
I didn't because we weren't in any shit yet. When the shit started, I
It
knew
wasn't
how to
raining
fucking
the
take
day
care of
before.
things.
You know, it didn't rain the day before.
I knew how to take care of shit once the shit started. Yeah,
So
was,
as long as 150 miles
as
inland.
long as Anthony's in the woods and he's with someone who knows where they're going.
no, she
He's fine.
didn't know where she didn't know where she was
Fine.
going.
I'm saying,
Why did you
Well,
listen to her?
Because she said she knew where she was going.
kind of got you there a little bit.
and you got
First of all, it's because
and
you're a
you
chick.
fucking deserved it.
You're right.
Shit right now.
I did. I did
Because
deserve
you're a
it.
bald.
But I did deserve it. But
Following that
I found
logic.
shelter. I found water. I was able to get us out of the woods by walking and keeping the same direction, knowing that I'm not in the middle of fucking nowhere, that we're going to pop out
You sound
somewhere.
like you're going to get fired on The Apprentice right now.
Sir.
After you fuck up and then you're like, but I took the proper
All right.
steps.
So every guy that listened to his chick at one point is going to die in a fucking cataclysm.
If you
Fuck you,
listened at the
because then
wrong
we're all
time.
dead.
Joe, the
No,
survivalist.
if it was some kind of fucking big ordeal, I would tell her to shut the fuck up. No, we're doing it this way. But for a little hike for the day, I'll go, all right, cutie pie, we'll take your
You and
trail.
those white people who get lost in the woods.
Why are they pointing and laughing at me?
It was a big ordeal. It was a big ordeal because you were stuck overnight. That's when it becomes a big ordeal.
You almost died.
If the sun's going down, it's still not a
He
big
went
ordeal.
to take a leak at a rest area. He got lost.
I survived.
But show us something.
I
Show us
found
some of your
shelter.
skills.
Anthony plays with
Show
battleships
us
in his
skills.
bed.
Share,
I'm not.
Share with us.
It's like asking.
some water.
It's like asking a boxer. Here, show me how you knock someone out with someone here in the room,
No, it
and have
isn't.
them do it. Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Because
No, it isn't.
under
Oh, they
you
can do
shut
that.
up. Because under
They
those
can do that.
you need the circumstances where you have to fucking life or death. to be able
Hey,
to
Opie.
fucking come up with
I
this
say
shit.
enough talk. I want to see some action.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's it.
You're a good talker.
Come on,
We want to
yeah.
see some.
I want to see who's the better.
Tomorrow.
I want to see who fights better.
Tomorrow.
You or Danny. I want to see who fights better. Go at it. No play fighting. I mean, real.
I say
brawling,
Danny.
like
You
you
don't
fucking
even
hate
take
each
the
other.
attention
You're
off
not
you.
going to do
Don't
it
take
because
the
it's not
attention off
necessary.
you.
Because it's not necessary.
Anthony, do you go camping in your backyard?
No, I don't go camping in my backyard. I can't wait to fucking be walking over your bodies. I cannot wait to be walking over your weak,
You
dead
gotta
fucking
jump
bodies.
over
What, your
mine.
bathrobe and slippers?
You're
You
fucking, you're
cul-de-sac
dead. No, with my
jackass?
5'11" boots,
you shoulda-
motherfucker.
you shoulda-
You'd all be dead with your stupid trendy sneakers. Go fuck off.
You should have kept Jill around because at least she knows how to start a fight.
Yeah, with the new girl's clothes. Shit. Give me a break.
Do you want to hear hockey guys
guys.
yelling faggot or what? Or you want to say that for tomorrow?
I want to hear.
There's
I want to hear the
plenty
hockey
of
thing.
ways to purify fucking
Well, just
water.
do it.
That's
Wait
right.
for
Just
the government to get
throw-
their plastic bottles.
Throw
Go
white
fuck
people
yourself.
with blonde hair and blue eyes into it.
Right.
Yeah, well.
Ralphie nailed you.
No, he didn't.
I got you a little bit. I got you a little
You came
bit.
so far
I got
from
you a little
fucking
bit.
nailing me.
Yeah, I
There
got
was
you a little
nothing.
bit.
A little bit.
You did some
Nothing.
good fat jokes, but I got you a little bit. You gave it up.
Dude,
Come
and
on.
the second you're fucking thinking you did because of what Jimmy's saying, Jimmy is goofing on you so bad right now.
Oh,
He's
stop,
being sarcastic.
stop. No, he's not.
He's being so
I agree.
fucking
I'm a-
sarcastic, saying,
A little
and
bit.
so are you.
No, no.
Fuck yous all.
Jimmy Anthony got you on that one.
Insulted
He
you a
got
little
you on
bit.
that one. He got you on that one. He got you on that one.
A little bit. Insulted you.
Little bit.
Little bit.
Don't get nervous. Don't get nervous.
Little bit.
From my party.
Trying to break up my party.
Break up my party. Don't get nervous.
All right, let's listen to hockey players.
Shoot him right in his fucking mouth.
You're going to sound more intelligent than we are at this point.
Your knee must be killing you, fellows. Drop the fucking ice, you faggot. Fellows, you must be really hurt. Fucking three. Count that. You're fucking welcome. Fellows, you must be really hurt. No problem. Get off the ice. Get off the ice, you pussy. You're the best. Lay on the ice. You're the fucking best, fellows. You lay on the ice like a superstar. You lay on the best, fellows. You lay on the ice like a little. Lay on the ice like a fraud, fellows. You pussy. You fucking woman. You little fucking cute. Get up, you faggot. Balls, you fucking shit fucker. Get up, you pussy.
And this also proves Bill and
Holy
Ann's point
shit.
about the alpha male.
Dude, this is hysterical audio. You fucking pussy.
That's why
I like how they
hockey
ran out of
still rules.
insults. They just,
Yeah.
you fucking pussy. They kept going back to
How
it.
many times have I used pussy?
My favorite part of that is when he's reaching to call for some kind of thing to fling at the other guy, and he calls him a tit fucker. Like that would be like the worst thing in the world. Hey, you put your penis on girls' tits.
I thought he said kid fucker. Oh yeah.
I didn't hear that. That's great.
Oh, fantastic.
Matt in Ohio, just saying, Ann. He says, I bet if Bear Grylls was there, he would be able to show everyone some sort of survival trick. So
Yeah,
why
how to get
can't
to the
Ann?
nearest hotel.
Yeah, really.
Fuck him
Don't
too.
give me that shit.
You had him on the
Stop.
show. We could have told him that to his face.
We did. I asked about the hotels.
No, not this time. Oh. But we did take care of it last time, I guess. You're right.
Yeah.
Do you go hunting, Ant?
I used to go hunting. I don't
Would you
really
like to?
enjoy. I do a lot of target shooting. I don't like killing.
He got sad when he saw the animal
Yeah,
cry.
I
You like
kind
go
of
hunting?
like
I
killing
wanna go.
things.
Okay.
I want to learn how to do it.
I'm not a hunter. I like shooting, but I'm not
Do you?
a hunter.
What's your favorite
really.
weapon?
I have quite a few of them. Pistol or the
Among the-
rifle. I enjoy
More gun talk.
the AR-15.
Really?
Yes, it's
Just
a
got a
good fun
Desert
gun to
Eagle.
shoot.
That gun sucks.
I have a SIG 550.
Oh, wait a minute.
Whoa!
Wow. You're
Why? Hold on. Why
All
is
right,
it? I don't-
Tommy, what do you like?
Why is it that another one?
AK-47?
No. That's,
What do you like?
It is a better weapon. But,
do you like?
The heckler cock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The HK?
Uh-huh.
What model, though? What design? The
Like
rifle or?
the 9mm subcompact.
Oh, see, because I have a couple of bull pups that are very nice. That very short barrel, short thing. But
here comes the river
I like the AR-15. I have a
He jams
SIG.
all the time.
No, I don't have any problems with. You got to keep your fucking weapons clean.
I do. I do. Shit. One for
You
Anthony.
clean 'em?
Oh, no.
You clean them right after you fucking shoot 'em.
course.
You clean them all out.
Of course.
All right. I don't have
For the
a
record,
problem with them.
2-1 Ralphie.
2-1 Ralphie. All right.
All right. My favorite pistols are HK and SIG.
Yeah, 6
very
hours,
good.
awesome.
Make very good pistols. I have a SIG 45. I have an HK 40. My SIG 45 is my night table gun. It's got a laser sight on it.
Ooh, that's a half.
Coming in. That's a good one.
Terminator. That's
But,
cool.
I have three.
That's a great weapon.
I have three versions of what they would call
next
an
hole will be worth 2
AR-15.
skins.
One is the one that's used by the DEA and Secret Service.
Which
it's a very
one?
lightweight one. Made by God, I can't remember the name of the plant. Let's see, I lose points because I can't remember the name. I own so many goddamn guns. Then I have my middle version, which is just your basic AR-15.
-8 for commenting on bombing there.
Then I have my heavy version with a bipod, an ACOG scope, and it takes the 5.56 round.
Nice.
That'll hurt
your shoulder.
It's
Yeah.
No, it's very nice. It's very
agreed.
stable.
Not a lot of talk from the Ralphie camp.
Nope.
It's
Well,
very,
I'm letting him state his case.
it's very nice. It's a nice rifle. It,
How many guns do you have, Ralphie?
I have, I want to say 9.
Were they a lot of hunting rifles, I guess?
I have,
bolt action deals
I
that you
have-
got from Daddy.
I have a Weatherby Vanguard.
All right, the Weatherby
30-06.
is that you're talking hunting rifle.
Okay, yeah, that's an amazing rifle. I have a 270, a Remington 270. That's awesome.
All right, what is that? Bolt action?
No, that one's a semi-auto.
That's a step up from the 260.
Yeah, right.
By 10.
I have 3 combat shotguns because I got one in each house and I doubled up on one. I'm
These
sorry.
shotguns are nice, aren't they fun?
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
It's
A little condescending. That's worth
Mossberg.
2 points.
Mossberg.
Kind of called your gun cute there, Ralphie.
I'm assuming you don't own any pistols.
Like a
I do
pink,
have
you know.
pistols.
Oh, you do?
I have a Taurus 9mm, 6-hour 45, and I'm thinking about a 40 Glock because I like the different specs of it. You know.
Yeah. Oh,
Like the
I
fact it
just
doesn't take much
recently
weight.
also picked up a 50 caliber Desert Eagle, which
Nice weapon.
I have. Which see, there you go.
I have a
Very
Smith
nice.
& Wesson snub-nosed 357 that I love to death with walnut.
I think Ant wins.
An old wheel gun. Yeah, those
yeah,
are fun.
Those are nice. That's nice. You never know. I got that. I'm building a GTO, and we're putting a
Guns in it.
Yeah, we're putting a.
Where the headlights go.
Do you know one of those? Have you seen the hand safe that you do the combination?
Oh,
like you put your
yeah,
hand
yeah.
on?
Put a little
I'm
drop in that motherfucker?
I'm putting it in the door.
Hey, why don't you
Oh.
guys have a duel?
Damn.
Yeah, come on.
With your cocks.
Stand back to back.
A duel.
Just take take out your glove.
What's
Okay,
your
you
state
be
of
my man.
what's your
Your
state of
biggest
residence?
pussy
California?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Oh, I
you
got
don't have
it.
a carry?
They fucking hunt
I do.
each other.
I do.
Oh, so why do you need some for your fucking car door? You just fucking carry.
Because I don't want it. I don't want it on me at all times.
Why not?
I just don't.
Anthony,
I don't
not?
want it because I'm a liability. I'm fat as hell, and I'm afraid somebody would take it from me. And if I really,
But that's where you need it on the places you least expect. So you know.
Exactly.
Well,
The scale.
The times. Oh, Jesus Christ! Just be scales with bullet holes. In
Oh, boy. Another fat joke.
Jesus
Why
Christ!
make one joke?
I don't mind.
Yes,
Anthony,
Billy.
why
That was
don't
pretty good.
why don't we drop both you guys on the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah.
And there's some sort of goal you got to reach, and you're allowed to hunt each other.
What are you gonna pitch this to fucking
It would be a great reality show.
reality
It would
show?
be
Great.
It would be great.
Yeah.
And when
I was
you
a
would
Boy
be dead
Scout.
in the
I could
end,
survive.
Yeah.
More radio
That should be
time for
real
me.
survival.
Ralphie, No Bones wants to know if you have a potato gun.
No, I don't have a potato gun.
See, that would be another fat joke.
What? What is it?
Potatoes isn't really fat. I mean, that doesn't.
If you eat enough of them, sure.
Oh,
Is it potato gun a real thing, or is that bullshit?
yes, it's real.
So, you never seen
You
a
take
potato gun?
you take a big tube, sometimes PVC,
Oh,
sometimes
now
metal,
I get it.
and then
Now
you
I
have
get
a
it. I'm a
compressor
moron.
that
Sorry, potato gun
pumps
guy.
air into the back of it,
That-
and a valve release for the air that you pump into the chamber, and then you take the potato and you go thwack on the front of this thing, and it'll actually cut the potato in the shape of the barrel. Because you're like cookie cutter.
That's
so
after
it makes
the thwack?
it makes a very tight seal, and then when you release the air, it shoots the potato out, at great velocity and goes a great distance.
They gotta have YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, I think everybody missed the fact that Billy actually thought that you could make a gun out of a potato.
Oh, potato gun!
I thought that.
He's like, is that a real thing?
Well, he's Irish.
Mr. Potato Gun.
He wants to make everything out of potato.
Just pop fucking like Mr. Potato Head, only with a gun. You pop a grip and a barrel in it. You'll freeze, motherfucker.
I think I got it confused with like bongs. How you can make a bong out of an apple. Yeah, right. I think you can do that. You know, like those zip guns. You take a little tube.
Yes. And if you shave a gun down nice and thin, you can enjoy it with a burger.
Now, Coke Logic is.
What if you carve it in the shape of a gun?
Well,
hold on. Well, you can do that with a bar of soap and escape from prison, like Dillinger did.
Or Woody Allen and take the money and run until it rains.
Coke Logic has been keeping track of all the guns you mentioned, and Coke Logic asked, "Does Ant own a Ralphie gun to hunt Ralphies?"
No, I don't.
The
own a
AR-15
Ralphie.
at Hunter Ralphie.
AR-15.
AR-15.
I also have an
definitely.
FS-2000, which is the semi-automatic version of the F-2000, which is comes from the P. You ever see the what is that? The P-90s that are in Call of Duty, the plastic gun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
When is this?
It's almost
when is this
like
gun
a pistol.
Star Trek convention going to end?
It's fantastic.
The gun
Get some
Star Trek.
gun. You know, you said you went into a sporting goods store and you were thinking about getting a gun.
You know what it is? I just don't know what you're talking about.
That's the gun I have.
Yeah.
You
That's
had
the one we
that
saw
gun?
before.
That Batman gun?
I got that gun. That gun is a pistol.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's a little semi-automatic.
Is it fun?
Shoots .223.
What do you think, Ralphie?
And it's
Probably.
a pisser. Gets a lot of, hey, what's that? When you're down at the range. Hey,
Yeah.
what are you sporting there?
What do you say? None of you.
It looks like you're about to take on an
Fuck away
alien.
from me. I know, it really is very futuristic looking.
Yes,
The
strap on a
future.
flamethrower.
Well,
Be awesome.
Bill Burr had a good idea with like dropping these two, on the Appalachian Trail or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb, I apologize ahead of time, Ralphie.
No
Caleb writes, if you drop Ralphie on any trail, it would become a canyon.
A what?
A canyon.
Oh, Fat Joe.
Jesus.
All right.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
But when you say I don't care, it means you care. That's one of the rules on our show.
Oh,
Every gun
I didn't know
Ant's
that rule.
bought, I've been...
What?
What?
Been...
Yeah, but at some point you really
Fine.
don't
Need
care.
a recommendation. Okay, he's been fine. Arrested for shooting a potato gun.
Let's go to Alan. Alan the trucker. Alan, what are you hauling today?
Right now I'm empty.
Yeah.
Oh. He's bareback or whatever they call it.
I want to call out Ralphie there. He ripped on Anthony for his rifle, and then he mentions a handgun around. Don't even know what calibers there are.
What do you mean?
Shit, we didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
Which caliber?
Oh, no.
I said I had a 9mm Taurus. I have a 45 Taurus. I also have 357 Smith & Wesson.
No, your HK rifle.
Oh, my HK?
Yeah.
It's a 9mm. That's what I said.
9mm rifle.
Yeah, but when Anthony mentioned his AR, you said that's so-so and, 9mm or whatever. It's like he was talking about a rifle, and you then mentioned a handgun around.
Yeah, he
Okay?
did.
There's different categories there. Okay, if you're going to go apples to apples, then go apples to apples. Anthony has a bunch of different rifles.
Well, so do I. I also said I had a Weatherby 30-06 rather. I have a Remington 270.
No, but he was saying when he was,
automatic
he
weapons.
was
I have a
talking
BAR.
rifles, you went.
I have a BAR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's not saying what you
A
have.
Browning automatic rifle. It's the weapon.
I was going to say you're putting one in your basement, right?
Oh, Browning, yeah.
That weapon is phenomenal.
A bar.
No,
This
it's
is like
different.
a bar.
One's different than the other. One's got alcohol in it.
Oh, literal gin.
All right, thank you,
Thank you, Alan.
Alan. All right, we got to get out of here. We got
Yes.
Man,
what's wrong, Ralphie?
Nothing. I'm just trying to remember where I'm at this week.
Oh.
Gotham Comedy Club.
Gotham.
212-367-9000. GothamComedyClub.com.
Gotham Comedy Club.
Gotham.
Bill
I'm just
Burr.
trying to sell some tickets.
Bill Burr's
I
going to
got
be
the
here.
Jew wife who's on my ass, so I got to sell tickets.
You don't like your wife anymore?
No, she's always been a Jew. All right, so, yeah, I knew that going in. It's all right.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. I'm married way above my level.
Oh.
As long as you know that, though.
It's called short end of the stick.
She or me?
You look at relationships and say, who got the short end of the
You've never
stick?
played short end of the stick? It's hilarious.
Well, when you're walking down the street, sometimes play short end of the stick.
There's a lot of parameters to that.
There is. Some things might not just be visual.
Yeah.
Can't just.
No, you
know.
just go with the visual.
Just
element.
visual.
Oh, if you want the visual, yeah.
That's hilarious.
That would be pretty much every woman I've ever been with. Really just, maybe that's why I've never been able to make one work. After a while, they're like, I'm really getting the short end of the stick here. But I make money. I don't give a shit.
Bye.
Yeah, I'd rather be fucked properly.
Yeah.
I take them out to nice dinners, but they can eat anytime. They can cook themselves. What I can't deliver, that's the problem.
This stupid jackass, he thinks a potato, you can make a gun out of it. Come on. Anthony, I don't know, man. I'm really questioning your survival skills. I'm
You
gonna have
can
to go with
question them all you want.
Ralphie has the southern accent.
Yeah.
He's got the whole thing.
Can't you-
Just a good old boy. He's got
Can't
that
you
whole
do
thing
something
going
for
on.
us tomorrow?
You can
Tomorrow.
all you want.
Bill's in
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you're white trash
I don't know
from
what's,
Long Island. You don't know.
think
you don't
about
know
it.
What's legal here as far as
Well,
what am I going to do? Bring in a Bunsen burner and a pot and some dirty water, and then I need some kind of a
But you did the
metal
same kind of
to-
water that they had.
to condense.
But you need oil
No,
and
no.
gas
Do you
in
think?
it.
Do you think
feces,
oil,
urine.
gas, and feces and urine?
alligators.
If I heat up a pot full of this disgusting
The gas will
water,
blow up.
and yes, the gas first blows up. No, if I heat up this disgusting water to a boil and have a metal plate above it that's tilted, the boiling water then condenses on that plate, runs off into
shit.
another
He's got
container,
knowledge.
leaving all the impurities behind because only the water is condensing.
If you had that.
And it's a fucking disaster area. There's shit laying around everywhere. All right. I can't find a piece of metal in a pot.
Ralphie, wait a minute. He just made a great point, and then you came up. That was kind of childish.
Yeah,
I don't
Had
think so.
that.
I mean, if you
it's a
can distill
hurricane.
it,
There's shit
if you
everywhere.
can distill it.
Hold on.
First of all, you have to have fire.
I'm with
You have to
Ralphie
have
on this
fire.
one.
If you're in flood and everything
I'm on
around
Ralphie
you
on
is
this one. I'm
flooding,
sorry.
I
you
can
have
make a
no
fi-
fire.
I'll fucking make
How
fire.
are you going to make fire?
I'll fucking find a lighter.
Tomorrow,
How? It's already water.
in studio. Like you have to look around and make it happen in studio.
There isn't resources in here. I can survive in here. Look, I'll send Kenny out for food. There, I survived.
No, it's
What do I need to do?
It's anarchy. You're in a city.
Yeah.
It flooded.
Okay,
Now what?
am I allowed to start fucking killing people that are after me?
No, we're
Can
not
I-
after you.
can
No
I-
one's after you.
It doesn't
Can I
get real.
rob
You get
people
to
in
kill
your head?
somebody.
It's anarchy.
No one's after you.
It's fucking anarchy. I need to
Just
steal
you,
vehicles. I need to
your
fucking
do-rag and your silent
All right.
film mustache.
I'm out. I'm draining fucking radiators.
Nothing on the side of the
I like
know.
it. It looks like a villain.
I'm draining radiators for fucking water.
I was thinking-
out there. What am I going to start doing that tomorrow?
I was thinking with all the holes they
There's
poked
no
in your
way.
head that some of that paranoia would have
Don't
left.
ever do that.
Why?
People aren't
Because
chasing
those
you.
chemicals will kill you.
But I do the same thing. I distill it.
You know something?
enough
All
of that.
Anthony can do to survive is climb up a clock tower and just start shooting innocent people.
That would be good.
Yeah, but you're not eating anything.
It'd be the happiest
care.
day of his life.
I wouldn't need
kidding.
food.
a
It'd be
while.
like a video game. I've gone without eating for hours with playing video games.
We don't feel like playing What Did We Learn? Because we got to get out of here.
No.
We got to go into meeting mode, which is always fun.
Bill's in Caroline's this weekend here in New York tonight through
Yep.
Sunday.
Yep.
Jimmy's at the State Theater
yes.
Friday night at D.C.
Falls Church, Virginia.
Bill, what did you learn on the show today?
I learned that I need to learn how to live outside.
Yeah. Need some
Ralphie?
And I
survival
learned
skills.
that if I have to, I want to learn how to shoot. I can, Anthony, I can go that. If I ever want to get hair plugs or I want to learn how
Not
to
plugs.
shoot, I can go whatever the fuck
It's
you
just
got.
a new name,
What
the
is it?
restoration thing.
Individual follicles that were put in one at a time. Not
Selected
plugs.
from the finest mullet
Finest
in the back of his
hair
head.
in the back of
Is
my head.
it from your hair?
You got
Yes.
mullet head.
Oh, okay.
He's got mullet hair on the top of his fucking head.
Beautiful. It's gonna grow out fucking with long locks.
I hope it backfires, and in 6 months he looks like Billy Mitchell from the King of Kong documentary.
No, not Billy Mitchell. I am not gonna look like Billy
fucking
Mitchell.
hate Billy Mitchell.
This stupid head of hair.
He's going to look like Hugh Jackman.
Yes. They put him in wrong, like backwards, and they grow straight up like the ears in Wolverine's ears.
You look like a racer head.
Oh, that would suck.
No, Hugh Jackman was just voted the sexiest man alive.
Sexiest man alive.
That's
yes.
it. It's over.
How do you know,
Yes.
Bill?
Huh?
How do you
Well,
know?
let me tell you,
People
when
magazine.
I go down the magazine
The People
stand,
magazine readers are going to be the dead ones. They're the ones that are laying in the street fucking dead.
Yeah.
When everything comes crumbling down.
All right, when do we get out of here? Oh, we got to do Step Brothers, yes.
If you have a pharmacy card or that supermarket card that you pull out when you ring shit up, you're dead man. or a dead woman
what does that
when
have to do with
all it all
Step
comes.
Brothers?
Because no, I'm just saying that's the type of person that is going to be gone.
Step Brothers now available on
You talked a
DVD,
lot of
Blu-ray,
shit,
High
Anthony.
Def, and
Yes.
PSP.
Really didn't back
Step Brothers
any of it up.
stars Will Ferrell.
Backed it all up.
And John C. Reilly, rated R for crude and sexual content and pervasive language.
I heard that
Available in
movie's
both
funny.
theatrical and unrated versions. What?
I heard that's funny.
I don't know.
I wasn't
trying to help
maybe
out
they
with
could
the,
give us a, maybe they could give us a free fucking copy, then we go home and watch the
Just the
damn
opposite.
thing, and then we would be more
It's a
informed.
screener. Like 7 jokes.
Why don't you
That's what
keep
they
talking,
say.
Ralphie?
I'm sorry?
Redding from wherever. Yes, we're going to bring in Joe DeRosa tomorrow, too. Bill Burr's radio partner. We'll do a little radio.
Joe, you got a show? Joe is funny, man.
Joe did great on his first time.
He was
on our
very
show.
funny.
Did
You
great.
got a show or he's doing a show?
DeRosa? I didn't know you and Joe had a show on.
You read about it in the trades?
No, I don't read
great.
those.
Actually, they did report about Uninformed about your big interview with Stephen Perry.
No, Joe
Perry.
Joe
Stephen
Perry.
Journey or Aerosmith.
Joe Tyler. Yeah, Joe Perry. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
you got it right up. I can't remember where it was.
Joe
but-
Perry.
Guitarist
Oh my
from
God!
Aerosmith.
Oh, okay. I thought
This is Jim.
I just mixed up the name
Black
Steve
Sabbath,
Perry.
He knows nothing.
No, we had Joe Perry in. We've interviewed him.
Nice guy, but a bore.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we finally got a good guest, and you're gonna trash him.
Oh, wait, you haven't
shit.
talked to him yet?
No, we did.
Oh, okay. So
No,
that's
it was
all right.
great. He was in a conspiracy theory. It went great.
Was he really?
Was he good, really?
Yeah.
I do think that Oswald acted alone, though. He never did. He never did before.
I don't know on that one. The jury's still out.
I'm starting to think he acted alone.
I don't know. So many weird things with that, but
They're not as
Could
weird
you
as you think.
could you pull that off with that bolt action?
bolt action guinea rifle that he had, probably not. That's
No
tough.
way.
It's been done a number of times, though, since then. It
Bolt
has
actions
been.
are so hard to fucking bolt
Man.
quickly and then take aim again.
Yeah, but if you
hard.
grew
You
up
got the
with them like I
recoil,
did.
hard.
and then you got that's a hard shot. You got wind, you got velocity, altitude change. That's a
could-
very hard shot.
He
Hey,
could
if
get
you,
lucky.
if you were a
Difficult shot.
hunting man for sport and you didn't want to spoil the meat, where would you shoot him? You still have to avoid the
my
entrails?
my first buck that I shot was running away from me, and I shot him between his asshole and his balls, and
Jesus Christ.
and it shredded his insides. All the blood came out. It was
Right.
the greatest deer that
I don't think
I've
he
ever
was running
tasted.
away from you.
Really?
It was because all the blood had
maybe
come out,
walking
and
slowly
none of the
away
meat
from
was.
you.
I heard it all.
I heard if you shoot him in the entrails, like all the shit and everything comes out.
You
it
don't want
ruins the
that.
meat.
I think that I
You
think,
just got 'em quick.
I'm not a hunter, but from what
You
I
shoot
know,
targets
I
and then
think
you
a
go back
neck
to your
a neck
air-conditioned
shot
house.
is a
I've
good
had
shot.
it with Anthony and his
The
survival
best is
skills.
I
right
think a
behind
neck
the
shot.
shoulder.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
behind the shoulder.
Somewhere in there, I
Just a
think
hard
is a good
shot,
shot.
boom,
But
stop him dead.
Shoot the antlers. It knocks them down. I shot them
really
antlers and they
upsets them.
fell.
that's antlers.
It knocks off their equilibrium and they tumble.
They
Hey,
get no
Anthony, is that what you did?
reception.
Is that what you did right there? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the other place, though.
We said
that
I didn't go
yesterday.
there. That's
What's
the other
the name of
place.
your clinic that you went to?
Went to medical hair restoration.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they ripped it right out of the back of my head, put it on top. Look at that brother.
Yeah.
Brother, they just took some Brillo and fucking duct tape.
Now
it
he's
to his
Kid
head.
from Kid and Play.
Yeah. It seems like
was
the brothers,
Dante
they can
Culpepper.
only get that fucking flat top.
He was Cleveland and from the Family Guy.
Yeah.
Now he's
And these
Cheech.
guys are all pretty far gone. But,
Yeah.
I wasn't
How
nearly
the
this
hell
far
can they,
gone.
when you're that far gone, can they take enough from the back?
It's,
and then your back isn't bald?
sometimes they wait a whole year and do it again. They re-harvest from the back of your head.
I hate the way
That means they have to take
year.
another
I know, isn't that
Harvest.
creepy?
I know. I only say it because it's creepy.
But they have to take another strip, that means.
Yes, they do.
How big is your strip in the back that they took?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No, it went from like ear
No,
to
I
ear.
know that, but how-
And then about an inch or so wide.
man. I'd love that because I got all this.
Thank you. I'm with Bill on
Wow.
that.
And does that ever fill that moat of skin?
No,
Is
they
that-
they sew it
then
together.
suture it together. They sew it together,
your
so
scalp's
you,
got
like
some
you
room.
never there's never missing. That's why I have stitches back
your
there.
eyes look
come
wide
out
open.
tomorrow.
I got all this-
Yes, my eyes are very
Like a
wide.
burn victim.
You look
You
very
haven't done too many
excited.
times. You have a full head of hair, and you can't close your mouth.
Yes, and girls won't fuck you. They think you just fell out of a burning house.
Always look surprised.
Wide awake.
Yeah, somebody tried to tell me that there was an operation where they could literally, if you just had the total, like, the classic Lou Grant
Yes.
baldness, that they could literally...
Horseshoe.
Yeah, basically...
It's called scalp reduction surgery.
Yeah, they
do
cut a
do
strip
that.
in the middle, and then they slam both sides together.
They
Fuck
cut
that.
the middle bald part out.
Do you know?
And then stretch it
They
together
put a
and
balloon.
sew it.
They put a balloon in there and
Yeah,
they
but then
slowly elevate it so it stretches the skin. All right, and then that's when they
sutured up.
Shut the fuck
up. Swear to God.
I've
So
heard him
where is
stretch
the
out.
where is the part in your hair at that point?
Right down the middle, dude.
Your
Your
ears-
you
Shit's
are
just growing down.
Your ears are on
You're
top
the
of like a
programming
lynx.
director
You're
on
looking like a
WKRP.
fucking rabbit.
Right down the middle, baby.
You look like a middle-aged alfalfa. Got that one little pubic hair sticking up in the back. Fuck that. Just shave your head.
Shave your head.
All right, we're going home.
Shit.
Go get Step Brothers.
All right, man.
So we can continue doing our radio show, please. Step
Yes.
Brothers, DVD, Blu-ray, high def, PSP, whatever. Bill says he heard it was funny. Maybe the company could give us a couple.
I saw a
couple
scene from it
copies.
last night. Actually, they showed it in the class about modern comedies and stuff.
That's real, Ralph.
No,
Why
they
are you
did,
laughing?
actually.
That is not real.
Why are you laughing?
Because
Jimmy-
that movie's a.
Jimmy went to Yale last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was kind
That's all
of
the
a guest
knowledge he
lecturer
brought us today.
in a small class about the history of comedy, and they were
And they
showing,
brought up Step
no,
Brothers?
they were showing the guy who was the professor of the class was showing.
Who's
different-
that guy?
His name is Eddie
Opener.
Friedland.
That's who he is.
No,
Opener.
he's not a comic. He's a writer. He like wrote Sid Caesar's life story, and he was teaching a class a course on the history of comedy. So I was the guest lecturer for the final class. And they
that's
were
awesome.
they were showing certain clips of Carlin and Lenny and Richard, all of these, and they were showing movie clips like the blockbuster comedies, and that was just like an example they gave of what's popular now. Was a scene between those two. That was all.
Oh, okay. How was the little thing? Was it nice? Did you get some laughs?
Yeah, it was 9 people. It was a 10-person class. I mean,
Did you hot girls
Did you
that
wear
you were
a tweed
scoping out?
jacket and some loafers?
No, I wore my a black shirt and my Sabbath fucking hoodie, the same hoodie that I'm wearing now.
Were they familiar with Jim Norton?
They all had read the book. Yeah, they all had the book. So,
indeed.
Did you get to meet any of the skulls?
No, man.
Skulls. Yeah, go watch them.
Yeah, watch
Secret
out for
Society.
them.
Any
It's
girls
just
that
a
made of?
There's a couple girls in there.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, ladies. How are you? Glad you enjoyed the book. Take care. Yeah, they were nice. It was cool.
Oh, it's sweet.
We got a Yale pen.
Great. I got a pen from Yale. Other people get diplomas.
I want to.
If you get a pen and you're fucking bragging.
They took him to the bookstore.
Yeah.
I got gave him a free T-shirt. Beat it, stupid.
Pen.
You're right.
Take the pen.
I really am. They didn't give me a dime. Here's a pen, shit dick. Thank you.
A Yale pen. Fantastic.
God, am I stupid?
That's awesome.
Couldn't
You
even get a
Yale,
sweatshirt.
I got invited to be the graduation speaker at my high school, and they didn't even give me a degree. I mean, I never got a diploma from my high school because I pulled a prank and I got kicked out. And now they want me to come back and speak at my graduation.
You have
and you
to.
get
You
Yale.
gonna do it?
I got to. I got to on condition to I get a diploma
I
finally.
can never
More
get mine.
importantly, what
Shit.
was the prank that prevented you from graduating high school?